But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Hey, it's 2 for Tuesday. Nice.
Is that it?
2 for Tuesday.
Damn.
Twice the fun.
That just makes the second day of the weekday that much better. You think, well, Monday sucked, but at least it's 2 for Tuesday.
Twofers. How's regular radio doing? Anyone know?
Aside from news, I couldn't even fucking tell you.
I'm a major radio guy. I haven't listened to
radio? Colonel Television here.
Lieutenant CB at your service.
And I don't remember the last time I listened to regular radio, except for maybe a little traffic and weather together on the 8s.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
A
only
little
thing I
thing they like to do here in New York City. Give you a little traffic, a little weather. But you can only listen to that for, 30 seconds.
I'm terrible because I'll obsess on it like an infomercial where it's just the same thing they sing over and over again, and I'll just listen for the whole ride here and home. And
I was reading radio headlines last night, though, and it's very funny because this company's trying to hang on, this company's trying this, hoping this will work, and it's just a disaster.
They're trying all their cost-cutting things.
Oh, my God.
Which means all the executives stay, the talent gets thrown out, and they hire somebody for like $10 an hour to come in and record like 8 hours of programming in 15 minutes.
No, it's worse than that. There's a major station in Chicago. The headline was they let 10 part-timers go. That can't be good. When they start firing the part-timers.
Part-timers.
I mean, part-timers, notorious for working not many hours, obviously.
And for nothing.
And for no money. So if you're firing those guys, how desperate are you?
Yeah.
And also, JFK is going away, right? In D.C., we'd heard that, and then I heard...
No, he was back in 60.
Not the president.
Yeah, he went away a long time ago.
Oh, no, I mean the station.
His head exploded.
You're a little off.
His head exploded.
That's right. He was late on his hat payments. And Oswald, that's what people don't know. He was trying to shoot his hat off.
His hat payment.
But he wasn't wearing a hat that day.
Well, that was Oswald's mistake. He was very frequently known to remove the hat of a person not wearing it.
But he wasn't wearing a hat that day.
Yeah. He was. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a wig shop. Kennedy was wearing a wig that day. He had actually a horseshoe. He had Robert Duvall hair.
Get the wig away.
So is that true? Is JFK going away? Is that another
they're
nail
going
in the
all
coffin?
sports.
They are, huh?
I think what you're going to find in the very near future is a lot of FMs going all sports.
Is that going to be the big thing that they're going to? Here it is. Here's the trend.
Oh, wow.
Because then it was talk for a while.
Yeah,
it was extreme talk. It was FM talk. It was this talk. And now sports, I guess. It's going to be.
They got rid of us here in New York City for, what was it, a pop format?
For, Britney Spears.
Not even a blip on the radio radar.
No.
And I'm hearing from a bunch of those people that we used to work with, for, and they're all in hell.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know what to tell you. We were doing our job, but
we gave them ratings in the morning.
But they couldn't pay us anymore, and we weren't even asking for a lot.
And they were too worried about 23 more hours of programming.
Yeah. But they really thought that a jukebox would get the job done.
Not quite.
In the age of the iPhone and Pandora's box and whatnot.
Digital music.
Satellite radio, of course, yes.
Digital delivery of your music instantly. What the fuck do you need some goddamn station with some asshole jock? It's so outdated, all that shit.
And the people that do have satellite radio, I got a new car and I got the satellite FM AM. That FM and AM button are starting to look really archaic.
Terrible.
It just feels archaic. You don't want to push it. If you get turned on to satellite radio, there's no reason to.
Dude, traffic and weather, like you said, that's why I never go to radio for music. It's literally, I'm going to go through the tunnel, maybe 1010 or 880. That's it.
Yep.
Because I'm just familiar with them. Musically, never. Fucking never.
That's it. Yeah.
It's terrible.
AM radio for the traffic and news, and then FM radio. I cannot tell you, honestly, when the last time I listened to FM radio in my car, at home, anywhere.
I used to love listening to regular radio, especially when I was traveling, because you never knew what the station was doing. You never knew what the jocks would say. And then these dumb PDs and the general managers and blah, blah, blah just shut everybody up and made it so predictable.
Yeah.
You just know you're not going to hear anything, thought-provoking or interesting or creative anymore.
You're going to hear a lot of sales-driven crap. You're going to hear them trying to make money. And that it's never entertaining or fun when you're listening to people trying to make money. It's really bad.
Are we petting the dog today?
Pet the dog. Pet the dog.
Fuck.
It's not actually petting, and we gave him a little shuka under the chin.
We didn't even mean to pet the dog today.
No.
This is like a little scratch on each side of the cheek.
Shuka on the side of the cheek. Shuka. And he thinks he's getting more, so he wags his tail, but then you just walk away.
Then you stop and you just grab his little pink dick for a second and you tug it just to make him feel silly.
Him?
That's true. You're the one wiping dog dick slime on your jeans as you walk away. Dog wins.
AJ in Oklahoma, Jimmy. Actually, JFK was late with his brain payments. We needed to take those brains back.
They repoed his brains.
Good news, Michael Jackson. We're going to find out how he died next week, finally.
Next week.
But pretty much...
Why does it take so fucking long with this
They
shit?
have to
Come
wait
on.
for the culture to grow in the slide, I guess.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
The toxicology reports. Well, the Michael Jackson slot machine had its first payoff, though. Mm-hmm. The mother of the children.
Who's a beast.
Yeah, she is nuts.
She stayed out in the sun way too long. I know she's an older broad now, but wow, she's got like Leatherface skin.
Girl, though. Debbie Rowe, apparently, and they're saying here on the cover of the Post, sells Jacko kids. Wacko Jacko.
They were never her kids.
Well,
I mean, she gave up her body so Michael Jackson could have some kids.
They call it Michael Jackson's baby incubator.
The eyes on Debbie Rowe,
Yeah.
just like Paris's.
Except a lot younger.
Oh, of course.
Paris. This one, she barbecued herself in the sun. She's got that leather skin.
Mm-hmm.
$4 million she gets. In return, she will not seek custody of the kids. That's something.
Good deal for her.
But you know what that's like for the kids? Yeah, hey, mommy, $4 million. That's how much you were worth to her. $4 million, and she, gives you up.
She never wanted the kids.
I know, but she made it sound like she did.
She's a bizarre
so she
woman,
could get
too.
This payoff.
Yeah.
She saw money.
Yeah.
She knew there was some cash in a custody fight.
And I was reading more excerpts from that book that's coming out on Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Halperin, who we've had on the show.
That was him, right? Who did Tom Cruise's?
Yes, and we got to get him on again. I'm sure he wants to sell some books. I mean, the book will do well, but we got to get him on again. He's pretty legit in that world because that world's a little strange. He's coming out and basically saying Michael Jackson was as gay as they come. Was a gay guy sneaking around, going to seedy hotels in Vegas for hookups because he had no money.
Was he ever in Gurney?
In Gurney.
In a limo in Gurney?
Would dress like a woman to sneak out of the house. He would sneak around to seedy hotels to meet lovers.
Wow.
Do you know we were talking about this guy yesterday, and I'm like, is that the guy that did Tom Cruise's?
I'm almost positive, Jimmy.
I think you're right. Because he what he did was smart, and again, maybe this is the way things really are, but he comes out, he writes a tell-all book about Cruise, and you're like, how does Scientology not just kill this, sue this guy?
Yeah.
He says Cruise isn't gay, which, again, maybe the truth, but it's like, it's an inflammatory book, but that's the most important message for them to get out there.
So,
well, Michael Jackson,
Yep.
it's not being a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe he was gay and not a pedo. Maybe that's the truth.
That's what the book is going to
So
say.
they'll leave him alone because, all right, he got that message out.
yeah, being
that we
gay
want.
is not shocking.
Yeah. So we'll leave him alone. We won't sue him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's pretty much
good
what
point.
he's
Good
gonna
turn.
say.
Because he's a legitimate biographer. He's seen as a legitimate guy. And, that's the message that they want to get out there.
Well, Chris the Trucker knows how Michael Jackson died.
I bet he does.
Chris the Trucker.
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I heard
Oh,
Oh, what, Chris? I didn't hear you.
What?
I didn't hear you. What?
he died of food poisoning.
Oh, really? Why?
Oh my God!
I didn't hear that.
He ate a 6-pound wing.
Wait, I didn't hear the punchline. What?
Wait, he died of food poisoning. We got that out so far.
Yeah, he ate a.
He ate what?
Dude, I can't hear you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, with the fucking jokes. We get it.
How many times I've heard the 10-year-old weenie joke?
God.
Shut up.
How many times you had it texted to you and emailed and everything else? Enough already. We get it. It's hysterical.
We're all social networking.
Yeah.
You don't think that one has come...
that was there like the first fucking... Right when he died, you were getting those things on Twitter and
They
text.
didn't even call his death yet, and that
No.
joke was out there.
People are hysterical. You figured he'd call in with that one.
Oh, that's wonderful. Who's this? Matt, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Matt.
Hey, Debbie Rose took that $4 million payoff, but the stipulation is that Joe Jackson has to stay the fuck out of these kids' lives. You can't go anywhere near them.
Is that
Oh.
true?
No way.
I heard that
No,
too.
most definitely. That's what it came over the news last night, man.
Well, you really think Joe Jackson has it in him to really, smack around more kids or whatever the fuck he was doing to Michael Jackson?
He'll exploit them. Maybe that's what she's worried about. Maybe she thinks he'll exploit them.
Isn't he in his 80s?
I don't know.
How many more years left does he have? Yeah, we're reading the article.
I don't see anything in there about
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if I believe you there.
Yeah,
Matt.
that seems like something that would really have to be.
I don't think she cares what happens to these kids.
Thought that. If something happens to I guess maybe it's a custody thing. Yeah, there's nothing really in there that says anything about Joe.
And why is everyone
Good old
scared that
Joe.
Joe Jackson's going to make them into the Jackson 3 or whatever? Don't they have to have talent to begin with?
It says while it had been thought that Roe was demanding that Jacko's abusive father Joe have nothing to do with the kids, the source said there is no such language in the agreement.
So
Still, the family will keep him in check, the source said.
So the caller's dumb, and I'm even dumber because I did hear that, and I agree with the caller. Like the two of us have come to that conclusion. So I'm a fool for agreeing with the caller.
Joe Jackson is reportedly pushing his dead son's children, including Prince Michael II, a.k.a. Blanket.
Blanket hates the light.
Blanket, to form a new group, the Jackson 3.
That's such a dumb rumor.
I know, and well, they're posting it in here in the post. As,
They should call it the Jacksons that show up on time.
But that's something the family would absolutely not tolerate, the source said.
They're not turning them into the Jackson 3.
No.
That is the dumbest rumor ever.
Of course it is.
Incidentally,
Blanket is scared of his own shadow. How are you going to get him on
Imagine a
stage?
spotlight hitting that poor kid.
Yeah,
He'd shit his pants and run off stage.
I can't get enough of Blanket hating the light.
Little Blanket needs darkness. He's scared
Right.
shitless.
Blanket
Poor
doesn't wanna
little
be on a
Blanket.
stage with spotlights. Are you kidding me? How are we going to transport him from city to city without him walking into the light?
a little
Poor
dark
little-
closet, a little
Right.
portable
Yeah,
closet.
yeah. You just-
Put him in there. He's all afraid. He has to sit with dark with the clothes and the little mothballs.
He's so scared. Look, he's barely peering out between the two. Look at him. He's barely peering out.
Terry, what's he doing?
Petrified.
Every picture.
Little
fuck, I
Blanket's
did it to myself.
petrified.
I fucking just did it to myself. Hiccups for the next 20 minutes.
Can I say I was wrong
Wait,
again?
I got to go with Anthony's thing, though. Every picture you see of Blanket, he is petrified. You only see one eye.
One eye. He's just peeking out of somewhere.
Peering out.
Poor little bastard.
Fuck, I got hiccups. How do you get rid of hiccups?
You have to spin in a circle and vomit.
God damn it, and I don't want that call.
There is one way to do it.
Sucks.
You got to drink a cup of water with a napkin over it so you don't rip the napkin. It's breathing control. You have to breathe erratically through your nose while you swallow water.
I didn't know what to breathe
at an erratic pace. You can't do it in a rhythmic thing. You got to gulp, breathe in a little, gulp, breathe out a lot, breathe in a lot, breathe out a little. And really, mix up your breathing and your swallowing water. And then the hiccups go away. No shit. Give it a try.
All right, I'll try it during the break. Thank you.
Watch it induce stroke.
Jimmy, what were you saying?
Oh, no,
I just wanted to enjoy the Blanket hates the light bit.
Well, I had never
We're
seen
slowly
that photo.
developing.
Just his little eye peeking out from between his brother and
He's
sister.
petrified.
Google image Blanket right now. And watch how many pictures.
It's just blankets. Danny, you stink.
Look,
He's wearing a mask. There's one picture of
he's
Blanky.
wearing kind of like a Robin mask.
Little Blanky with a
He's
mask
just every
on.
picture he's hiding.
There's
Look,
little
he's just
Blanky with a
hiding
hood pulled all the way over his head. with his long little tusslable hair,
I think Blanket's my new hero.
little blanket,
Every fucking picture of Blanket.
poor little
Like
blanket.
the other two, not so much.
Look at his hat's pulled down all the way over his face. The other kids are wearing caps,
Yeah.
and they're just wearing them. And Blankets is pulled down all the way down to his nose.
Oh my God, Blanket hates the light
He
rules.
can't stand the light. The poor little feller.
Even the one
Poor
Michael
little
Jackson
feller.
holding him over the thing, his head was covered.
Yeah.
His head was covered. Yeah, he's had a little blanket over his head.
He is the product of his father.
Oh, yeah,
He's
absolutely.
a definite product of his dad.
I have a feeling he might even be related to his dad. There seems to be a
No,
little resemblance
I don't
there.
think there's anything going on with Michael Jackson's fucking DNA in any of those kids.
no.
There he is peeking up on the cardboard.
Doing.
He's so scared. He's like
Why?
a shaking little chihuahua.
Why does it make us laugh uncontrollably
I don't
that he's so
know.
scared? Look at this one.
Why, you're absolutely right. Why is that funny?
I don't know why it's funny. It just is. Sometimes
Shy.
something is just funny. Blanket hates the light. I guess we could keep Google bombing that.
You know, to keep that kid in the dark. He's just a boy.
Fuck.
He lives in his own darkness. That's an awful big place for a boy.
So next week, Michael Jackson info, and there's going to be no surprises there.
You don't think so, huh? I don't think it's going to be natural causes. Oops.
The biographer, by the way, is not the same guy. Ian Halpern is not the same guy. The author is Andrew Morton, who did Cruise's book.
Martin.
How do I know Halperin? then?
I've heard the name, too.
He must have.
He did two Kurt Cobain books.
Duh. That's why. Which ones? 'Cause there's a million of them now.
I'll get it for you.
A million of them.
There really is, though. Oh, the other thing we got to turn the listeners on to is that pitch. Most of them have.
Fantastic.
Most of them have probably seen it because they're pretty savvy.
Yeah.
But what was it? The mayor of Cincinnati had to throw out the first pitch.
Yep.
A black dude, by the way.
Yeah. Which makes it more embarrassing as far as
I could talk from my own life. I never met a black guy that wasn't good at sports.
That's some, yeah.
And that's
in some capacity.
In my dumb world, that's what I know.
You're stereotyping.
Well, they don't mind that stereotype, right?
Oh, that's a good one, you know.
Are we allowed to still positive stereotype?
No.
Mayor throws terrible first pitch is the search. it's just amazing.
It's fantastic. He couldn't fuck it up more if he threw it behind him.
You couldn't duplicate what he did.
Dude, and the thing that's my favorite is after he throws the worst pitch, he walks off the mound and he does that thing that you'll do where you take your arm and you mock throw a pitch my muscle was a little tight. Instead of just looking
up now, though.
We haven't even explained it yet. It went completely left.
Yeah.
Like if home plate was how do we?
If it was north home plate, he threw it almost west.
Yeah.
It's as if.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to look at
He
it.
threw it to 10 o'clock. Like home plate is
10 o'clock. You're giving him too much credit.
I'd say 9:05.
right.
This guy was absolutely trying to pick someone off. That's what it looked like. It's like, come on. What the fuck?
Oh, it was great.
He stunk.
And he didn't even play sometimes you got to look at the crowd and then just kind of and let the crowd laugh at you and it happens. You don't try to act like I'm an athlete, but I just kind of threw my shoulder out.
Yeah, he should have pretty much ducked down to his knees and just kind of shook his head and, oh, yeah, I acknowledge I fucked that one up.
Wow.
But he does this arm move where it's just, I think I got it now.
Best thing
Give me
I've
the
ever
second
seen.
chance.
Not only did he throw it completely left, he threw it short too.
Oh, it was short
He
left.
didn't even have enough fucking distance on the thing.
He looks like Lou Goss, and he does that thing where he itches under his nose after. He was humiliated by this.
Yeah. It's so, you can just watch it over and over.
Kevin from Connecticut, Governor Patterson could get closer to the plate. Fuck.
He is being laughed at by everybody.
And we're stupid because Aaron in Cincinnati writes that happened like 2 years ago. Well,
Did it really?
What do you want from us?
We didn't know that.
It's new to us.
That's an old one, really?
To me, it happened yesterday because I just saw it today.
It happened just this morning.
Right, Jared, Boston.
JB.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
How's the Sox doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
Jimmy's got the worst little farts, but you think little Blanket has the worst little sour stomach nervous farts on the planet?
Oh, how nervous is that little feller?
Oh, that house has got to stink.
Just constantly letting the frightenedness out of him.
Oh, time for dinner, Blanket.
He just peeks out with one eye, looking, making little poops.
Little nervous farts. Oh, no, Blanket's having milk, and we have to leave the house. It's going to be an ugly day.
Most shots of him, one eye,
Yep.
because he has his hair down over his face to begin with. And then he's like peeking
covered
out
up.
from somebody.
Petrified, the poor little guy.
Love and Death, the murder of Kurt Cobain, and who killed Kurt Cobain? Oh, well.
The mysterious death of an icon.
You think he was murdered?
No. I think he shoved a shotgun into his face and pulled the trigger.
He was miserable and
He was,
just
depressed.
Simple Mike in the house.
That's it.
Hi,
Oh,
Simple
there
Mike.
he is. Hey, Simple Mike. How you doing?
What are you doing?
Don't
over
remember
here?
Simple Mike. Little
I'm
Mike.
taking breakfast orders for Danny at the moment. Yeah, very exciting.
What, you get his breakfast every morning?
Every morning, yeah, whatever
Right.
he wants.
Adam and Eve on a raft. Wreck 'em.
What is Danny
Steiner
having
talk.
today?
Is it?
Yeah.
Adam and Eve on a raft wrecking. What's that mean?
2 eggs on toast, broken yolk.
Wow. I never heard that.
I don't know. It comes from an old I Love Lucy episode.
Adam and Eve on a raft
Adam and
wrecking.
Eve on a raft. Wreck 'em.
Who would... you should go in and
Fred
order
Burt.
that.
Hey, Rick.
That's fucked up. You
Yeah.
know that. Look at that picture blanket.
Oh, my God. What's on his face?
It's
like
terrorist.
It's like a burqa.
It's burqa.
I think he has some kind of burqa on his
Wearing a
face.
burqa.
And pajama pants. That's great. And you wonder why the kid hates the light. Jesus. Make him comfy like he's going to bed all the time.
It's great. Like you're going to bed. Exactly.
Right.
Look at him. It's bedtime all the time for the little blanket.
Fucking obsessed with blanket. Hating the light. What does Danny have in there, Simple Mike?
I don't know. I'm waiting here.
Sure.
All right.
I know it'll have turkey Swiss on a wrap.
Everything's so delicious.
From this
lunch.
place.
That's
Yeah, I know.
lunch.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it.
Our hours do like lunch hours.
I know. Lunch for us is about 10, not 6:30.
I usually at 8 o'clock have some kind of turkey
Yeah.
sandwich. It's stupid, stupid fucking lifestyle.
Let's say hi to Andy in Georgia. Andy.
Yeah, how long do you think it's going to be before they have that little fucker Blanket on South Park?
Oh, I'm sure they'll do some
Didn't
kind of
they
blanket
have him on
thing.
there already? They
Yeah.
had some kind of a Michael Jackson episode.
No,
yeah.
that's just Butters.
And Blanket was
That's not blanket. That's Butters.
I don't know. I'm pretty scared of the light.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, they did do something with Blanket though.
Yeah, they did a whole episode about Michael Jackson and him,
Touching kids.
him and Cartman becoming very close. And
great.
and Blanket was probably the funniest part of that entire episode.
Gotta see that.
Yeah.
What name do they use for Michael Jackson? Do you remember?
Michael Jackson.
Do they really?
They don't-
Oh, yeah.
They don't give a
Wait.
shit.
Do they usually change the name a little or no?
So Michael Jackson's pretty hot right now. Can we get a couple clips from that episode for everybody? We can have fun with that today.
Michael Jackson's very cold right now, though, Opie.
Oh, well, that's
See,
true.
he was-
Oh, good point.
Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah, but if he gets
dead.
cremated, then I'll be right.
Oh, for a few hot minutes.
And then you can kiss his ash.
Kiss your ash goodbye. Oh, let me tell you.
This is a fun morning.
Speaking of child molestation, Joan Rivers. We were just talking about her yesterday.
How could she be
Love her.
tied into any child molestation?
Remember we
though?
were talking about how edgy she is? And
Yes,
stuff and
we
blah,
were.
Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Love her.
And then Rich Voss had to say that she wasn't. What did he say that after
I don't know.
you explained Joan Rivers perfectly, and then he had to say something.
Rich, I couldn't get past his faux pas yesterday, or his faux pas.
He had some good ones.
Oh my God, did he have?
Did
some
we
good
write them
ones.
down?
I hope so.
Danny, we write the new
I'm
Pofaz
we
down?
have them. I'll take a
Yeah.
look. Yes,
What was
sir.
the big one? There was a big one.
There was a big one.
There was one. One was Jovel
Jovel.
Jovel
Yeah.
was good.
and Cellulite.
And then celluloid.
Cellulite.
God, is he a fool?
So I go when there's a blackout, make money. I sell a light. Fucking, what a dolt.
Let's go to Philly. We're going to be there for UFC, my friend. What's up, Brian?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, boys.
Hey.
That South Park episode you're talking about, they didn't really use his name as Michael Jackson. He's kind of hiding incognito in South Park, and he was going by the name of Mr. Jefferson.
I think I do remember that.
Mr. Jefferson.
Yeah, I don't remember if I saw this one.
it's
Oh, yeah,
good.
I saw this one. Yeah, let's get some clips from this. Thanks, Brian. So Joan Rivers had a little po-fa.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not really. Some are saying.
So anything you want to talk about in the current news? The door's open.
Someone told me that Michael Jackson died. Is that true?
Yes, unfortunately it is. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I can let my grandson take a walk alone again.
Good for her. Good.
I couldn't hear it.
She said that I can let my grandson take a walk alone again. She's implying that he was a pedophile and dangerous. Good for Joan.
Implying that he might have molested her young grandson.
And the fucking dummies who were asked her the question go, oh, like you couldn't believe she just said that.
Well, that's what they were hoping she would say, something crazy, right? Yeah, she makes shocking. They're calling it a shocking child molestation joke about Michael Jackson.
Stop
to the paparazzi.
How about the shocking part is the child molestation,
Right.
not the jokes about it.
Oh, the
Jesus.
other one was Mardi Gras.
Mardi
Yeah,
Gras.
he's done that one before, though.
Yeah.
That's an oldie.
Gets
but
that
goodie.
one wrong all the time.
Every time he has to play that club, I think it's in Arizona. All right.
Oh, I'm just watching Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we're going to get some
And Little
clips.
Blanket. Is Little Blanket wearing a mask?
They have Blanket in this episode?
Yeah. He's on a little choo-choo train. Blanket's the best.
Can you give me another picture of Blanket when you have time?
Yeah, Little Blanket.
Just a good, solid picture of Blanket being scared of the light. Remember, Blanket hates the light.
It certainly does.
Home run derby. I'll go to Travis on this one. Travis?
That was one of the most boring ones in recent memory.
Why?
It dragged on for the first round dragged on for a while. The first two guys, I think it was Prince Fielder and Nelson Cruz. They both hit like 11. It was really nice. And then there was 0, 2, 5. It was just boring. And a lot of people were just taking their time, picking their pitches. And I mean, when it's supposed to go from 8 to 10, and the first round's not even over by 10. It's like, how can you just keep watching? It's so boring.
You know what they should do is they should get a pitching machine instead of having a pitcher throw it in. And then they go, how many strikes in the first round?
Well, you have 10 outs.
Oh, 10 outs. That's right. I'm sorry. I do know that. So, all right, the pitching machine, and if you let one go by, guess what? That's an out.
I agree. I think you should get 10 pitches.
But have a pitching machine so every pitch is exactly the same for every player.
Well, everybody likes to bring their own person to pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
You can pick whoever you want. Yeah.
Huh. Any
Jimmy, why haven't you been picked?
I don't know. Because I think the mayor of Cincinnati keeps taking my gig.
Yeah.
Someone should pick the mayor of
him.
Cincinnati. They're still in the first round at 7 in the morning. Will you just throw one over the plate? Jesus.
And now that his arm's all limbered up.
Yeah.
Dope. Any guys just smashing those things over the?
Oh, sure, yeah. Prince Fielder, who won.
He's an animal.
Yeah, he really is. He's just like his father.
Cecil?
Yeah.
Anyone? But they don't get along, right?
I don't think so, no. Cecil's in a lot of financial trouble, I think.
Is he really Big Daddy?
Yeah, I think he lost all his
Big Daddy
his
ruled.
money.
Youch.
Big Detroit Tiger for many years.
And Prince doesn't get along with the guy that gave him all that nice DNA? We're allowing him to be a Major League Baseball player? I never understood that.
And not get along with that, right?
You should, make good with your dad if he makes you an all-star baseball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit a few that were like, I think he had one that was close to 500 feet.
Yeah, he is a monster.
Yeah.
That's the one they're showing on the news all morning long.
Is he big like his dad? Is he?
He's built exactly. He's a little smaller.
I
than
wouldn't
him.
say he's exactly. He looks like he's in better shape than his dad.
Yeah, he's probably more athletic. Cecil was pretty.
They're
just
both
fat.
big boys, but Prince has a little muscle to him, or muscle tone, whatever you want to call it. He's ripped.
I think that's
compared to his father.
I think that's pretty funny. That little screen that the pitcher hides behind during these.
You want to get one, hit right back at you?
No, but it happens in the real game.
Yeah, but these guys are just trying to have a little fun. They're not trying to win a playoff spot.
You don't want to crack your fucking skull open while you're just having some fun.
You know how good of a pitcher you have to be, though, to throw a pretty good strike over a fucking cage?
I know.
Well, it's actually...
the mayor of Cincinnati, it would have hit the cage, bounced back, and hit him in the face.
I think, you know how much easier it is to throw a strike with that in front of you?
Oh, plus they're near the mound. They're closer.
Yeah, they want to make sure they get these guys some nice balls to hit. And that was it, huh, Travis?
Yeah, that was pretty much it in the All-Star games tonight. So
I haven't watched an All-Star game in
so just.
I can't even tell you how many years.
All I ever know is
shit?
Jeter's in it again.
Yeah,
Obama's going to be in there. I think he's throwing out the first pitch, and he's going to be in the broadcast booth at one point with Joe Buck and McCarver.
Really?
Yep, for like for an inning. But I think he's a smart guy because he does the Tonight Show. He's doing this. It's like all this pop culture shit where people are actually looking and listening.
Right.
He's showing up. He's smart.
Clinton sort of started that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though like Nixon did a thing or two.
Sock it to me, Jew. You always remember laughing.
But Obama's all in. He's got the Twitter. He's doing what is he doing on YouTube? He does like a podcast.
Does he?
He's doing YouTube thing.
He
does pranks.
Right.
He does like jackass stunts.
Yeah.
You see the one where he rides the pickup truck and then jumps off and it hits the pole?
He what does he do on YouTube? But
he does a weekly
like in a weekly
webcast, kind of like all the presidents do a weekly radio.
Hoo. Rip me off.
Smart guy though.
That's
and he's using Twitter and whatnot. He's all in as far as all this pop culture stuff goes.
He's getting in there,
dude. Speaking of YouTube, you guys have seen the Fred videos by now, right? Travis definitely. I guarantee he has.
Travis has a stupid look on his face.
I don't think
Fred videos.
I didn't know what the Fred videos were until my nephew JD, came over.
Mm-hmm.
And he was showing me what he really likes on YouTube. Man, you sit a kid down and go, show me what you like on YouTube. It is bizarre.
Really?
It is so different.
Not like sitting us down and going, what do you like?
Yeah, but...
All right.
But going with the obvious, we go with porn or whatever. But, I mean, just basic shit that a little kid is into, you can't even... You can't even relate.
Really?
Have you seen these Fred videos? They get like...
This thing has 29 million views.
Yes!
I saw one of these a few weeks ago because it was popping up in a few of my spots, and I was like, all right, well now I have to watch it because it's been handed to me enough times. I don't understand.
What is it?
The kids love it.
What does he do?
And now he makes appearances on Nickelodeon TV shows. He's becoming a big star.
So he's clean?
Oh, way clean.
He's becoming a big star.
Go,
acting lessons, YouTube lessons.
Go to the main one, like the most viewed Fred video, because I think that was the one I was watching.
Fred. It's just Fred.
Is this the one that has...
Well, let me see. I'll go to the one that has the most hits.
I think the one... I saw the one where he works out.
Jesus.
He wears a shirt called Fred.
What?
Basically, he just speeds his voice up.
Oh, he speeds his voice up?
Yeah.
What's funny about
Well,
that?
what's
Fred
Stupid.
goes, oh, Jesus. Fred loses his mind, 21 million hits.
All right.
Yeah, go with that one, I guess.
21 million.
This is what...
And now 21 million and one, thanks to you, Dan.
Hey, it's Fred! What's up, homie G?
Watch your boy Tuesday. Watch how I do this. Watch how I do this.
Yeah, get down with your gangster style. If you're wondering why I'm acting rather extraordinary right now, it's because I haven't taken my pill. Don't tell my mom that I've lost my pills. Okay, well, here's what I'm talking about. I have a condition where I need to take pills to activate like a normal human. I mean, even my teacher noticed I was acting weird. Earlier today, I drew a picture of a guy hurting a little kid, and my teacher was like, that's not appropriate for school. And I was just like, you got to accept it. It happens. People get hurt. People hurt one another in this world. So yeah, I really don't think she got what I was trying to express through my picture.
All right, we get it. He talks fast enough.
The guy who I took the Fred channel from on YouTube emailed me. He told me I better watch my back. I'm scared. I'm going outside during a thunderstorm warning. It looks as if a tornado's forming. I need medication, I need medication, I need medication, I need medication. I'm gonna ding-dong ditch Kevin's house. Take that, Kevin. That's what you get for throwing a Maybach at me, you jerk. I can't believe I'm outside right now. The radio said everyone has to be indoors and away from windows. I heard once that if you get struck by lightning, you get secret powers. If I get struck by lightning, maybe I turn into a merman. I need some medication. My brain's going crazy. I'm gonna go insane if I don't get my meds. I need my medication. If I don't take my meds, dude, someone's gonna put me in a straitjacket. My mom said she got put into a straitjacket once. She was tied to a bed in a straitjacket. She told me it wasn't a good experience. Oh my god, I better find my meds, or else I'll be in a straitjacket. Holy crap, look at that cloud right there. I think it's starting to spin. A twister's gonna come out. I'm going inside. I think because I've been taking the meds so long, strong. I'm addicted to them. I'm craving them. My veins need meds.
I will say I like this more than I thought I would. At least he produced it.
That's gonna be me if I don't get any meds. Where could they be? They're not under my bed sheets either. I need them. Where are they? They're not anywhere. Where are they? I want meds. I want to behave like a normal kid.
Fred, here's your pills. Sorry, I had them with me all day. I confused them with my medication. Sorry, Fred. Ha.
Yay! After I take this, I'll be a normal kid again. That just hit the spot. Yeah, I'm a normal kid now. I'm a normal kid. I behave like a normal child now. Okay, well, I found my meds. I'm all better. Bye!
I'll show you how to do this, son. See, I've become...
Yeah, I thought it was going to be worse.
There are parts that do make
There's
you
a couple
laugh.
parts that it did make me laugh.
If we're gonna be,
I got to be honest.
If we're gonna be honest,
when he's
man.
running down the street, afraid of the tornado. That was kind of funny.
And at least he did produce it, and he's running it. It's not just someone talking into a camera. This kid put effort into it.
Do the one
But
where he
Jesus
works
Christ,
out.
that many fucking hits?
Yeah, it's
All right, that's a little carried away.
every kid under the age of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, 12, 13 are watching these videos. This kid is red hot on YouTube. Fucking red hot. Is there a workout video? Fred works out. Try that one, the top second one in.
Now it'll get annoying.
Oh, your breath smells like you just ate a dead animal carcass. Hey, it's Fred! And today I'm feeling very, very, very energetic, so I'm gonna work out hardcore! Okay, so I was asking my mom about my dad a few days ago, and she said that he was very muscular, so now I'm gonna work out so intensely, so I'll be muscular too. My plan is to work out like once every 3 months, or once every 6 months, whatever works with my schedule, and then after a while, my muscles will just build up. I'm really, 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 really super excited to start working out, because then I'm gonna be super strong, just like my mom. I mean, no offense to my mom or anything, but she is very muscular, but she's also pretty fat, so they kind of cancel out one another, so it really doesn't count. But she is my mother, so I don't even care if she has curves of steel or curves of fat.
Fat.
Okay, so let's start working out hardcore. Oh yeah, dun dun da 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 dun dun da da da. Oh yeah, that's right. My mom specifically made these just for me. Oh yeah, so downright gangsta. Okay, well to start out my hardcore workout, I'm gonna lift some of my mom's weights. Here it goes. You just imagine what it would have been like if that weight would have fell straight on my neck. I would have died for sure. Okay, well now it's time to work out my lower body on my mom's bicycle. Okay, ready, set, go. Imagine you're running away from Kevin. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Just good thing I have this sweatband to soak up all of my sweat, or else I'd just be drenched by now. Just drenched.
I think he's
You know
gay.
what? I'd like to see Kevin work out. I'd like to see him lift up weights and ride bikes hardcore. I'd also like to see Kevin sweat blood. Okay, well now it's time to run and work out my leg muscles hardcore. Ready, set, go. Oh, jeez.
Does he do all these himself? He's holding the camera
Yeah,
himself.
he's holding the camera.
Oh, that hits the spot. I don't think I've ever worked this hard in my life. It's just downright sick. It's
Probably doesn't
downright
have any
torture.
friends.
To all you people who exercise daily, you guys are messed up.
It'd be
Something's
funny
wrong
if
with
this
your
was his real
brain.
voice
You
and
are
he's just
downright
talking.
disgusting. You know what? I feel
No
like part of my
effect.
soul was ripped out while I was working out. It just took away part of me. I seriously think I might be dehydrated. Oh, that just made it so much better. Oh my gosh, that water gave me so much strength.
Oh, careful.
I landed on my foot. I think my freaking foot is broken. Ow, it hurts. Ow. Like I said before, you people who work out are so messed up in your head. Okay, so maybe my dad could take this torture, but I can't. Okay, whatever. When I'm older, maybe I can just take steroids like my mom did when she was in the Women's Bodybuilder Association. I
little light in the
tried to be
loafers.
strong
Yeah.
like my dad, but it didn't work out so well. Okay, well, I think I have to go because my mom just made some delicious buttered mushrooms. I'm going to go eat them up right now. Peace out, home dog.
Yeah.
Something tells me that if a girl walked through, he would just boo until she left.
Might be fun to watch, but brutal to listen to.
Not brutal to watch, too.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty brutal to watch. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, Bob. What could I tell you?
380 million total views.
On the Fred videos?
380 million.
But you know how kids are? It's probably 11 people. Those dummies, they'll show their friends, watch this!
Click,
watch
click, click,
this!
click, 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 click.
Now I'm going to steal it.
That is astounding. A lot of hits for shit.
Let me say hi to Josh in New Hampshire. Josh.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
All right, man.
Hey, my love of the show is the only reason why I kept my phone to the ear during that bullshit. My fucking kids had me watch it on YouTube, and I came milliseconds from putting my boot through the fucking screen.
I could see why. Look, if I was 10 years old, or 12 or 14, I would probably fucking howl at that.
Yeah.
There were a few points where it was kind of funny.
Yeah, when he screams.
I need a fucking aspirin right now.
Runs
10 of
away.
them.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Foamy the Squirrel is a million times funnier. That's Garrett in Detroit.
All right, well, good for him.
I don't even know what Foamy the Squirrel is. Do you
yeah.
know what Foamy the Squirrel is?
I have no idea.
I do.
Let's see. Let's go to Rob on Long Island. Rob.
Yeah, the reason why it's so popular is because about 6 months ago, Fred was on an episode of iCarly, which is a Nickelodeon show, and it ends up that iCarly is one of the most popular shows on cable.
Oh.
It gets 4 million a week. 4 million people watch iCarly.
Well, but Fred videos got close to 30 million. That one we saw had almost 30 million views.
Mm.
That's kids.
That's kids for you, right?
That's the kids.
That's it.
The kids.
It's the kids.
All right, Tom in where are you? Michigan. Tom.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I work midnights. 6 o'clock in the morning is the highlight of my day.
Yeah.
And I have to listen to this.
Yeah.
4 days ago, I heard about some guy wanting to go pussy diving at the Queens Motor Inn. And please end it.
All right. I think we...
Well, yeah, we're not going to be playing that again. I mean, you know.
No, just please end the Fred audio.
That's what I mean.
Annoying.
We're not going to play that again. It's
which,
done.
Which made my point.
Yes.
Because my nephew showed me that, and I'm like, all right, well, that part was kind of funny, him screaming, but he was all about it, saying that this is what the kids are watching in school.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
That's what the white kids are watching.
We all, yeah.
I don't think a lot of black kids are enjoying the Fred video.
Watching the fight videos.
Yeah. They're watching bum fights.
Bum fights and schoolyard fights. And I have to upload a video that I took last night.
Something good?
Well, I was extremely annoyed at my piece of shit Toshiba laptop.
Oh, what
that I
did I
have.
do it?
Yeah, it's Windows Vista Toshiba piece of shit. It lasted about 6 months, I guess. And then became just a fucking it became just a virus machine. I don't know what the fuck happened, but nothing worked on it. It was freezing up all the time. So I got so angry, I punched the monitor, the screen. That wasn't videotaped, but then it made that cracked like thing and turned all wacky colors. So then I did pull out my flip cam and decided to see what would happen if I threw it in the pool.
Oh, wow.
So I took my laptop and threw it in the pool. So it doesn't work anymore. It just kind of sinks and then goes dim. It just goes dim and sinks to the bottom, and the end. It's not very exciting.
It isn't the end.
No.
We learned in AI that it'll just stay there alive for millions
Oh, my
and millions
God,
and
no.
millions of years.
And it'll
just
freeze,
staring
and the
out
aliens
into the
will find
cold
it.
water.
Oof.
Creepiest scene in movie history ever.
A little odd. He's just fucking sitting there.
Yeah, just kind of want. Who directed that? That was a Kubrick.
Kubrick and Spielberg were involved together, I think.
Yeah. And they just want to remind us all that, after our lives are done, enough time will go by and no one will even remember that we were ever here.
A million years.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Spielberg. That's what I want from my movie. My movie experience.
You ever watch After Man, or what the fuck is that? After Men.
Life After Humans.
Life
or
After
whatever.
Humans, yeah.
No, all those shows creep me out.
Yeah? They show you 100 years.
I already know
50
all that
years
stuff,
after.
but I don't want to be
It's
reminded
like
of
weeds
it.
would grow in the street, and you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
Life After People. Or World After Earth After People, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, it's Life After People.
What would happen? Like, how long until the buildings were covered up? I mean, obviously, you get buildings that are 80 stories tall. That's a long time.
It shows you, it's based on different areas. Down in Florida, you'll get the fucking swamp and jungle will encroach on everything really quickly. And then you get something in the Northeast, you're going to need a little more time for big trees to start growing through things. And but for the most part, it don't take long for nature to cover up this bullshit we built.
I drive back and forth to Philly a lot for the last 4 or 5 years now, and there was a rest area / service area that they closed down maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It is amazing how much growth has happened.
Yeah.
Because they haven't really done anything with the space. But where you used to drive in is now pretty much all weeds in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
All weeds. You could almost not see the road anymore where you used to pull in.
Isn't that something, how fast that happens? They're showing, like, what happens to cities. They use a lot of CGI, which is pretty cool, so they kind of show what happens in every major city.
It's also interesting because the architecture for certain cities are different. So, certain cities will crumble way before other cities just because of the way that some of their major landmarks are built.
Why would they crumble?
Just from neglect.
Erosion, corrosion, weather. They showed the Eiffel Tower, lasted a long fucking time.
You ever walk around ruins?
That's what I'm saying. They last. Ruins last.
Enough time goes by and everything's going to crumble.
Ruins
down
are
to
rocks.
nothing.
But don't forget, there'll always be evidence of us here. Because dinosaurs were how many years ago? And they do
10,
find
20
them.
Years,
oh, I thought it was longer. They do find them sometimes very close to the surface, 10 feet down, 5 feet down. And that's X amount of million years ago, the Jurassic era or whatever.
You know what it is, though? It's bones. They'll find our bones and shit. But, things we leave behind as far as buildings go, maybe some foundations, cement?
Say an 80 or 90-story building or 70-story buildings fall.
After 10,000 years.
Oh, out of the last 15, 20 stories. That's a long time to cover that much space up.
Yeah, but
they show, what is this after how long?
What does
10,000 years?
Yeah, but
all
does
these
that
buildings?
That makes
there goes the Empire State
after
Building.
10,000 years.
Yeah, but does that make you feel good that there'll be evidence that we're here, even though we're not here anymore? Who cares? Who cares if some dumb building's still standing thousands?
They also
of years
show
from
what
now?
happens to your pets. They just become wild packs of dogs and
that happens.
Animals, and then they
wait. That happens already.
Yeah.
You know how many old people got pets that are dying, and what do you think happens to those pets? A young relative, goes over to the house and just whistles a happy tune and opens the back door and lets the pet out. What do you think that pet is now?
A wild animal
on his own.
How long until the Empire State Building and stuff like that collapsed? Major structures.
25,000 years.
Was.
Really?
No.
Would it really stand that long?
Than that. It's got to be sooner than that. I would say it would have to be. I give it 200 years.
No way.
200 years.
Look at the pyramids; they're still standing.
Yeah, but they're not based on a steel structure. Once that steel starts rusting, it's over, Johnny.
Empire State Building's a lot of brick.
A lot of windows, leakage, weather gets inside. I don't know. Maybe longer.
Because look at the Coliseum. Maybe because it's a certain height. Maybe the Empire State Building would be worse because there's so much weight and it's narrow compared to the Coliseum. I don't know.
That is
200 years.
Are you shitting me?
200
Oh,
years.
give yourself a bill!
I'm right on the fucking button there.
With no
First one of the day.
Large structures, this is after 200 years, large structures such as the Empire State Building, Sears Tower, Space Needle, and Eiffel Tower would collapse due to corrosion, invasive plant life, and groundwater destabilizing their foundations.
Wow. That's fucked up, man, huh?
Not really.
Well, the pyramids are there and shit, and there's ruins where you can go, but think of how much shit was there that you don't see because it's totally gone.
You got to think the windows blew out at least 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
At the pyramids.
Yeah, the windows are gone.
Yeah,
you don't see them
windows
anymore.
are gone.
I mean, think about it. You see the pyramids, and then what? What do you think? They just built the pyramids and said, "Okay, let's leave." There was probably a whole bunch of stuff around there that's just gone.
Oh, really? Like a roller coaster and stuff?
According to the show, 10,000 years after people, the pyramids will still remain.
Wow.
And also, the faces at Mount Rushmore will survive and probably for hundreds of thousands of years.
Hundreds of thousands of
because
years.
that was carved into rock.
It says our bones, rubber, plastic, and styrofoam might be the last remnants of humanity.
Fucking goddamn McDonald's boxes and shit and water bottles.
Just blowing
along. Long after we're all just fucking
when everything
not
gets,
even a thought of us left.
When everything gets quiet again, finally.
And then there was one episode about you'd still hear human voices after a while because of parrots and birds that had learned to talk. So they would be flying around. So even though there's no people, you'd hear like, hello, hello.
No, that would have to be after like a nuclear explosion or something.
Well, they never say how the people disappear.
Yeah, but how are the parrots going to survive more than a few years after humans?
That's who
10,
knows?
20 years, whatever.
They get out the house, motherfucker.
Parrots could live for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every human has to die, and then you got to hope a parrot's still around.
Well, they never say how the people leave. They just said this is what life would be like if people just disappeared without the damage of like a meteor or something like this. People just gone, and then they see what we left, how long it would take for it to like crumble.
Do you walk around the city and do like math problems?
No.
Well,
no.
They take
got an iPhone.
They take a lot for granted in this city. I always think, like, God forbid there's a real major disaster way worse than 9/11, right?
Yeah.
Could all the people fit on the streets of New York at the same time?
Oh, right. Could they actually
I do
leave?
like math equations like that. I'm like, all right, all these tall, massive buildings all around you, filled with people. Now all those people have to leave. It's not even a question. Everyone has to get out immediately.
Yeah.
What would the streets look like? Would there be enough room for all the people? And I don't know the answer.
I say yes.
I think so.
Look at Broadway, New Year's Eve, Times Square. That's just a few blocks, and there's 1 million people.
All right, say it's like that for the entire island of Manhattan, though.
Well, there's only 9. Say there's maximum, was it 9 million people in Manhattan? I'm guessing.
Hey, see, Jimmy's figuring it out.
That is pretty good.
I like
So-
this.
You could pretty easily do it. I
You get 1 million people just in that area. You
Sure.
spread them out all over Manhattan. Yeah, I think you could do that.
Okay.
I say yes.
The rest stop is the what? Bob and PA. Bob.
Yo, guys.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing?
All right, Bob.
On 295, that was the Hoo rest stop. That one you're talking about.
Oh, was it?
Well, this
Yeah, that was on the Hoo. That what's her name? What was the woman governor?
Oh,
Christine Todd Whitman.
Yeah,
right.
she named it after
Christy
Hoo-Hoo.
Todd Whitman.
Why is
right.
that rest area falling apart?
Yeah, that's the one.
Actually, the one I'm talking about is on the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Oh.
Okay, no. Oh, yeah, I got you there. But the one on 295, that's growing over, too.
Yeah, I hated that one. The glory hole's much too high. You had to stand on your tippy toes.
I agree. I concur.
Well, the
Yeah,
truckers know what I'm talking about. You see these old rest areas or service areas that they closed down a while ago, and it's pretty amazing how fast the stuff starts growing back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, though. Right over the Pennsy Turnpike right there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And there's one
Right.
still on the other side of the road that's open, and it's amazing the difference between the two. A mere 2 years, the change is unbelievable.
Faces
All
on
right,
Mount
guys,
Rushmore.
have a good
Thanks, Bob.
Hundreds of thousands of years, huh?
Of course.
Eventually, erosion would get them, I guess, right? I mean, like you say, 1 billion years from now,
Oof.
would there be any signs? And even the dinosaurs aren't 1 billion years old.
You
I
would
don't think.
probably have to really do some, archaeology to find trace of people after 1 billion fucking years.
All right,
Jesus.
Would be funny. The only thing left was like a 7-Eleven somewhere in Ronkonkoma, and it was pristine.
Perfectly standing windows there.
Candy
everything.
so fresh you could eat it.
Magazines.
All right, I got
Not current though by 1 billion years.
1 billion years old, of course.
I got the trivia question going into break, and you guys think about this, okay?
Oh,
And
I
then
like
we,
this.
And then we could debate if this is would actually be true.
Let's debate and kiss.
What would be
Right.
the last remnant of humans living?
On the whole earth.
The last thing.
I say
Last
felt
thing.
hats.
Ridiculous.
We've been going.
Broccoli spears.
We've been going 1 million years. Just go ridiculous amount of time. What would be the last remnant of
Last
human
thing.
beings? That's how I'm going to phrase the question.
Last thing that would identify that we were even here.
Everything else is gone.
Yeah.
The second most thing is gone. There's only one thing remaining that proves humans ever existed. What would that be? Think about it during the break. And turn off your screens.
Scared.
I don't want you getting any help today.
I won't blurt it out, but I do know the answer.
Oh, you know it.
For real?
Yep.
Look at Jimmy's acting. Look at Jimmy acting.
I mean,
I love the acting, Jim.
There's no way to prove it.
Well, that's where we could debate.
Sure.
What would be the last thing remaining that proved that we existed, that we ever lived? Opie and Anthony, hit the break. Oh, yeah.
Ozzy.
Oh, yeah. Ozzy
Replacing
lost
Zach.
his dog.
What?
There's two Ozzy stories. We both blurted out a different Ozzy
I didn't
story.
hear that he lost his dog.
There's two of them, yeah. He's replacing Zach. Why?
I think Ozzy felt. I agree with that. Actually, he felt that Zach sounded a little too much. His stuff was sounding a little too much like Black Label Society. And Zach's been with him for a long time.
Yeah.
I prefer to see somebody new in there. And it's not to disrespect Zach. He's a great guitarist.
Is Black Label Society doing okay? It's a band I don't really follow, but I see a lot of like leather jackets with that logo on it.
Yeah, so he's looking to replace Zach with a newer sound.
And then his dog eaten by a coyote.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Shit.
I don't know. What do you mean? He's got more than one?
Yeah, but there was a couple that were pretty well known from the show.
Yeah, the one that would shit on the floor, and then
it's no big deal
one.
then if he's got a lot of dogs. If you only have one dog and it's eaten by a coyote, that's a bummer.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, you got a bunch of them. So the question is, long after we're gone, human beings, we're talking, you can't even comprehend how many years.
Yep.
What will be the last thing that remains that proves that we ever existed? It's open for debate, I think, too.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I mean, you could start saying, we could go easy. The George Washington Bridge. All right, then another 10,000 years go by. Now that's gone. You know what I mean? So you got to really think about this one. Mount Rushmore. Is it Mount Rushmore?
Nope.
No. I think I got it.
I wrote one down, too.
I have 4 possibilities.
I didn't write one down because I don't have a pen.
Here's your pen. Write it down so we know you're not cheating.
Thank you for the pen.
Someone wrote, cut diamonds. But how does that prove that humans existed?
Circumcision has nothing to do with it.
I liked your other line about cut diamonds you said during the break, though.
What did I say?
What they were being clenched in.
Yes, a bunch of cut diamonds, and you have to unwrap the Jewish hand from them. A Jewish joke.
Nothing wrong with a Jewish joke.
Leftic humor.
So, you want to just all turn them over?
I have 4 possibilities. So I have 1 of 4. I can't pick one.
Oh, you have to pick
I
one.
can't.
It's
I
only
I
one.
can write 4 things.
It's just one thing.
It goes
you must
against
pick one thing.
It goes against the whole question.
My cock.
Because I could come up with 4 things, then you got to think, well, out of those 4 things, which one?
It's got to be one thing. Yeah, which one lasts longer?
Right,
in those
Jimmy.
4. So those 4 things are left.
All right.
Go another million years.
All right. I will.
What's still going to be there?
Okay.
And you know what? I agree with Greg on Long Island. Well, let's take a few phone calls before we go with the answers in the studio. Greg on Long Island. I agree with Greg. Yes, Greg.
I have 2, actually.
Okay.
How come he can have 2? I can't have 4.
Can't have 2.
I'm hoping it's my Demented World CD.
Oh, those things.
That
will
would be
absolutely.
one of the 4 on my list. Thank you, sir.
And the other would be Fudgy Wudgy bars.
Fudgy Wudgy bar.
Oh, those are cool.
That won't even last the afternoon.
You ever read the ingredients in that? It's got to last forever.
Thank
you, sir.
Happy birthday, Opie.
It's my birthday?
No, it's my
Wait,
birthday.
is it my birthday? Oh, it's not my birthday.
Aw.
I had to think for a moment.
Well, the ironic part is it's 7/19, and July 19th is my birthday. How crazy is that? Not at all.
Well,
who's going to believe you, though?
I know. It's your
5
birthday
more
every day.
days.
That's your birthday.
5 more days is your birthday again?
So basically,
Seems like it's only been a year.
Basically, July 19th is the only day that it's not your birthday.
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
All right, let's go with the answers in studio. Ready?
My birthday.
You want to go first, Dan? Because they're all written down, so we can turn them over.
I'm turning it over.
All right. The question, long after we're gone, what will be the last thing remaining that proves that we ever existed?
Here it is. Lunar junk. Lunar junk. I believe all of our crap that is on the moon will remain there in semi-pristine
Are we
condition.
playing? What?
I was thinking that very same thing.
Yeah.
But then the question wasn't it really about Earth? Like it was on Earth or just people?
Ant said Earth, and I said the question exactly the same without acknowledging you ever said Earth.
I realized you said.
I knew you picked up on my tell.
You then said that humans never existed.
Right.
It wasn't on Earth.
I just reiterated the question I initially said.
I don't care where it is.
And
you
with
could
that,
also say, okay.
And with that, we got a match. Match game. I went with Flag on the Moon.
Oh, I thought you meant me on the moon.
You're both wrong.
You left out. You put in an extra letter.
Flag on the Moon.
I had paper airplanes.
Ah!
That was my
Yep,
guess.
that-
Paper airplanes.
I didn't even think of that.
My second answer was cotton candy.
Mine was hardened white duty. And I also had pencil sharpeners and a John and Ponch Chips action figures. Those were the four.
Well, now I understand why you couldn't pick just one.
that is hard to pick.
But no, I disagree with lunar stuff because it's only been there for 35 years. The moon takes a beating because of the lack of atmosphere. Now, the lack of atmosphere is, you go, well, maybe it won't erode. But look at how cratered up and destroyed the moon's surface is because of the beating it takes, because there's no atmosphere to stop incoming shit. That stuff will probably be gone in a couple hundred years, 1,000 years.
I wouldn't think so.
Dust will blow over it.
How about, the debris is still there, even if it gets...
In our, from 69. I mean, was it 40 years?
Things still there, as shiny as hell.
40 years. Yeah. Sure, but you wait. All it takes is one thing to smash into it. There's no atmosphere stopping that. So all these things that are stopped from hitting things at the surface of the Earth hit the moon.
So what's going to out-survive this stuff on the moon?
What about like the Voyager satellite that's been thrust out of our own solar system?
I actually wrote down Voyager, but the reason I don't know is because Voyager can easily be destroyed by just hitting a meteor, or it can be easily swallowed up by some type of flame. That's an easy one.
Okay,
we should have stuck with just
Killjoy.
We should have stuck with just Earth, because that's where.
Well, those just things are they're in such dangerous positions out there. I don't think Voyager will be 100,000 years from now, like Mount Rushmore.
So
nowhere will that be going.
We all were thinking space, which was smart.
So we're supposed to go like pyramids.
I don't know.
Goddamn
What would be the
fucking
last?
pyramids.
What would be the last thing that survives on Earth?
Cut diamonds might be it. I mean, I don't know how long
Cut
they
diamonds.
last because they prove that there was craftsmanship of some sort or not natural design.
True.
Let me go with Phil
Yeah.
in New Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
We have to say it like
Mexico.
Spanish. Mexico.
Hey guys, just want to say maybe Anthony's hair implants might last.
Not implants. Follicles.
The implants will last a long time.
They're follicles.
All right, guys.
That's it?
Let's go to Jeff. Jeff?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Your theory about the moon stuff has got to be wrong because I think the moon gets impacted significantly every 20 to 50,000 years. That stuff will probably be gone. I think Jimmy's right. I think it's actually nuclear waste.
Or nuclear.
I say nuclear, too.
That's actually not a bad answer.
Wait, how do you say it?
Nuclear.
He
says nuclear.
Oh, nuclear?
No.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
It's nuclear. You said nuclear.
It's
dead.
Who gives a shit?
That's a bad answer anyway. People are already living in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And
That's
we
right.
fucking nuked the shit out of those places. Everyone's fine.
Yeah.
You say nuclear waste.
That's what I
Like
said.
spent fuel rods, things like that.
Yep.
I like it.
Melted down reactors.
I like it. No. Let me go
They'll be
with
blown over.
Let me go with Brian in Illinois. Brian?
Good morning, boys.
Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hands down, the thing that's going to outlast everybody is Christmas fruitcake.
Oh, I
Who
get it.
doesn't enjoy a good Christmas fruitcake joke?
I don't.
You don't, Jimmy?
I despise them. They remind me of having my hiney diddled by strange men.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Well, cut diamonds was a great. Some listeners suggested that. How long do they last? Because the erosion will eventually knock the faces. The fucking heads on the mountains will eventually be knocked off by erosion.
Yeah.
Right. They'll be smoothed over.
In 1 billion years, those things will be fucking toast.
Well, I've heard that they're already having problems with cracking and then water gets in there and freezes and they've
expands.
had to put cables up to hold shit.
Sure.
So what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Goddamn stupid face is going to fall off.
Yeah, they're going to fall off.
Right.
Thank you, sir. I enjoyed the fruitcake joke.
I didn't.
I don't even know why we continue making those fucking things. No one eats them.
I love fruitcake.
You actually eat fruitcake?
No,
I mean,
he
it's a
doesn't.
nickname.
Who the fuck eats fruitcakes? But you see them every holiday. Some dumb relative brings it over.
Yeah.
And then you look at that dumb relative and go, yeah, I know. You don't like me. Well, guess what? I don't like you either.
Or your fruitcake.
Sit down and have your plate of fucking
That
turkey.
green
and get
fucking-
the fuck out of my house.
That hard green thing in there that just tastes like shit.
Dude, I don't even think I've ever bitten into a piece of fruitcake. I'm sure I did once.
I
It's
tried to
awful.
eat around. I was starving once and tried to eat around
Right.
all that crap that's inside and just get the cakey part.
Yeah.
And even that sucked. And and it's just chock full of ich.
Anthony, a lot of people try to figure out what would be the last thing that remains long past humans are gone.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, Howard Stern's ego is not the answer.
Oh, my goodness.
Fetal scrapings, Smith writes. And he wrote that from a dumpster.
A dumpster. Well.
No, that's not the answer. I'm sorry. How about this one? Tom in Chicago. Tom.
Hey, I got two of them, guys. Good morning.
White Sox or Cubs?
I'm afraid White Sox.
No, I think White Sox is the cooler team in Chicago, right?
Pretty much.
That's what I think. Although
Obama president now.
Is Elo a cool dude?
I think so, yeah. I just love that I can't understand a word of what's his name, the manager, what's his name. I can't, when he's talking. Yeah, what the hell is his name, man? I can't
Ozzie
remember
Guillen.
what's wrong with me.
Ozzie Guillen, right.
When he gets all pissed off, you can't understand a word he's saying. I think it's a defense. It's a planned defense mechanism.
Could we get some Ozzie Guillen audio today for Tom in Chicago? That would be nice.
But seriously,
yeah, what do you
back
got,
to
Tom?
what will survive.
Yeah.
One, Artie Lang's liver. And secondly, though, the serious answer, radio transmissions in space.
Radio transmissions in space.
Danny's shaking his head no. Why,
is that
Danny?
an acceptable answer?
No,
Andy?
because
Why?
transmissions, radio and TV transmissions actually degrade over a couple of light years into static. So
yeah,
well, a couple light years away from Earth, and you have no idea what's going on here.
Really?
Yeah,
that's true.
Okay.
Fiddlesticks.
But are we looking for
Wait, hold on, a couple of light years though.
Are we looking for a physical item? We got to adjust this question a little bit. And are we looking for the last item remaining on Earth?
I think it's anything that proves that we existed, or anything on Earth that proves we existed.
Well, we lived here.
I'm sticking with Artie's liver then.
All right, thanks, Tom.
I'm punching up.
All right, man.
It's such a tough. There's so many things, and then you think, and then you just think, well, all right, billion years, it's gone.
Yeah.
Bones. I mean, how long will bones last? Because bones seem pretty sturdy.
Yeah, well, bones.
I mean, it's going to be one of the last things remaining. According to the show, Life After People, aside from bones and plastics and stuff like that, one thing that they said would survive for quite some time is stuff made out of solid granite and concrete, like the concrete pedestal of the Statue of Liberty.
I was going to say hell no with the concrete.
Oh, wow.
Most concrete sucks.
But why?
I mean,
how long?
That's 10,000 years, but who knows?
No, we're talking. Say 20
understand,
million.
But I mean, that's going to be, as far as they know. I mean, and the stuff that will remain past that will probably be so buried you'd have to actually dig up a whole bunch of earth to find it.
Well, below the earth, I bet you a lot of stuff remains because once it's in the earth, it might stay that way forever.
Let's adjust the question again.
Oh my God.
You have to see it. What's the last thing you see?
Oh shit! The last thing you actually see, like someone's walking around going.
Then that has to be something
alien
that's quite tall.
Yeah, it's a structure. It's the top of a structure.
Or is it?
But what if the structure, collapses before the big mudslides or whatever?
I'm going to go with airplane. Well, it's the highest thing.
It's not. It won't be in the sky, Opie.
It won't fly.
Why not?
I don't know.
They'll run out of fuel.
Flags at the top of Mount Everest.
Oh, fuck it. I got
now
blown
you're
off.
fucking talking.
That's terrible.
Now you're fucking.
Snow will cover it.
No, it won't.
Sure, we'll get blown off.
Get blown off.
Have you ever been to the top of Mount Everest?
Tattered
I've done 4 trips up there.
Oh,
I'm the Sherpa kid.
That's what they call Jimmy.
Yeah.
Who brought you? Ted the Sherpa?
Yes. This is as high as I go, 300 feet.
Oh, oxygen bottles on
Ted,
Everest. That's a good one.
But, Ted, we paid you to go all the way to the top.
Yes, but I'm tired. I hate heights.
But it said in the brochure that you'll bring us to the top.
I didn't write the brochure. That'd be my cousin, Ted the brochure maker. He's very inaccurate.
Well, now what? We traveled all this way to get to the top of the mountain.
Yes, have a good trip and talk to me on the way down. I'll hold your hat.
Ted the Sherpa sucks.
Ted the Sherpa runs out of steam relatively quickly, Gregory.
We get the point, though. Porno CDs, styrofoam, Dust can't blow over things on the moon because there is no atmosphere.
Yeah,
Jimmy is an idiot.
No, I'm not, because there is no atmosphere, but there is some kind of you do have space wind and stuff like that, Rob.
Space wind.
Space wind. What's space wind?
You have some kind
Yeah,
of.
Jimmy, where is there an atmosphere on the moon?
I know there's not an atmosphere on the moon.
I love how he asked the question laughing.
But there,
Jimmy,
you idiot.
But there is some kind of there's a very, very light atmosphere on the moon, I think. I don't know. It does move a little bit. It doesn't never move, dude.
There's gravity, but no atmosphere. A little bit of gravity, no atmosphere.
None whatsoever?
None atmosphere. There's a little bit of gravity, and
I don't believe that it
it's
can't.
very dusty.
I don't believe that dust can't, in 50,000 or 100,000 years, blow over those
It
things.
would, if there's an impact of a meteor,
Okay,
then,
maybe that.
then dust would kind of spread out because you get some gravity, so it would get up into the surrounding area, and then it settle back down, I guess.
As far as impacts go, this is the quiet stage of the solar system. You know, when the Earth is like 4-point-something billion years old, and like the first couple billion years when it was developing, there was impacts all the time. You know, that's why the moon looks like that. But there can be millions of years before there's like another impact that like is like perfectly timed out to hit the moon. You know, so
well, plus how long?
I think those will be there for a long time.
Maybe they will do, but how long are they actually going to last? Just standing there. I mean, you talk about rust and corrosion. Is there any kind of corrosion?
No, corrosion happens from atmosphere, from water, from.
What about stuff?
Nothing.
What about stuff like the radiation in space or any of the elements in space? Space is a fucking a deadly, vicious place.
Then the sun itself could probably, if it was like over millions of years, just like the rays or the ultraviolet that comes from the sun could probably damage it, but that's like
I'm not even sure of that.
Millions and billions of years.
I don't know. I wish I would. I mean, what you're saying is interesting, but I want to hear somebody else's opinion on that because I don't believe that there's no way dust. There is space wind. I know there's some kind of wind in space.
Solar winds they call it.
Solar winds. I'm sorry. Yes,
solar winds.
You missed Rob's comment.
That is very funny.
Drives a truck.
I'm
not a scientist.
I like that line.
I want to say the Devil's,
Thank you, sir.
It's Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower. Where's that?
Devil's Tower,
that
Wyoming.
Scary.
I have one.
You have one, Dan?
What about the Great Wall of China?
No. You know you can see it from space.
It'll last a long time.
One of how many? The only man-made structure you can see
That's
from
a
space?
rumor.
What?
No, also the one in Vegas, the light.
The Grand Canyon.
No, that's not man-made.
Oh, we didn't.
Someone
dig
dug
that out.
Yes,
we didn't dig that out.
It's a foundation for a big building that they didn't build.
Oh, I was mistaken.
Devil's Tower wasn't man-made. Hey, fucko. How do you know the Devil's Tower wasn't made? Look up the Devil's Tower monument, national monument.
It's too scary.
And you tell me that fucking Teddy Roosevelt had nothing to do with the Devil's Tower monument. And if you're right, I won't bounce you.
How about gold bars?
Well, gold is one of the softer metals, Greg. And I don't know how long a soft metal lasts.
Diamonds last longer than gold?
I think they do. Yeah.
Cut diamonds?
I think so, sure.
Yeah. How the fuck is a gold bar going to start eroding? You answer that question.
I don't know how gold is. Maybe will it break down or no?
We got a lot of great answers coming in. Let's go to Mike in New York. Mike?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi.
I don't think it was
So I wanted to say the World Trade Center site because it's still going to look the same in a billion years.
Oh, wow.
That's the truth.
That's one for the New Yorkers.
I got to agree with you on that one.
Thank you, Mikey. Matt?
Yeah, I learned from the great documentary Planet of the Apes that the Statue of Liberty is going to be the only thing left.
Good point.
Wasn't it a great documentary? Well, it could be.
Fucking Matt. Funniest listeners in radio. We got him.
The Statue of Liberty.
Dan
Damn
in
you all
Cleveland.
to hell.
Dan?
Yeah, I was wondering if Ant would like to know what Doc Brown thinks is the last thing left on Earth.
Oh, yes, Doc Brown.
Would he be able to figure it out?
Probably that pine farm.
He would. The pine farm.
Well, Steamfitter Rich writes rubber dicks will be the last thing.
Dildos?
Yeah, rubber. No, he just writes rubber dicks.
Rubber dicks.
Yeah.
Wow. I really now I just have no idea. I'm so confused now. The ships that were sunk for artificial reefs. Shut up.
Rich from New Hampshire. The last thing on Earth will be Al Pacino's lifts.
Yeah. My lifts.
Make me taller than the Great Pyramids. Look, my wig got knocked off by solar winds.
Wendy from the great city of Cincinnati, who has the mayor that throws like a girl.
Yeah.
Titanium fake legs, also known as spatula legs.
Spatula feet.
Will be the last things remaining.
Yeah.
Al from Connecticut, you're forgetting the most obvious thing. The last thing left on the planet will be a Foundry Music logo. It's called Lunar Winds.
Solar winds, dummy.
Cartman from Indiana writes that. Satellites trapped in Earth's orbit. What about that one, Ant?
They'll eventually crash and burn up in the atmosphere.
That's a stupid answer.
McDonald's Arch will be the last thing remaining.
No.
The Russian flag beneath the North Pole. What's that about?
I don't know, but
they have a flag in the ice somewhere.
The ice.
Who will see that?
Yeah, no one's going to see it.
No one knows where that is.
Roger
Flags
C.
ain't-
from Atlanta. Tippy Tom's petrified underwear.
Oh, a banana, my tippy top.
And, of course, missing the obvious hack answer. I like how this guy writes this. It's going to be Keith Richards.
Right, great.
Let's go to TJ in North Carolina. TJ.
Hey, what's going on, man? I think the last thing that's going to be left is a wasteland of rubber penises, dildos, cock rings, and pocket pussies.
All in a landfill.
Wouldn't that be great if that was just our legacy?
Yeah.
Except for
Sex
Alabama.
toys.
That would be great.
Alabama and the Middle East.
All
right.
Thank you, sir. We're going to try to get Dr. Kaku on the phone if he's up.
Dr. Michio Kaku.
Time is like a river. We know. We got it.
There are eddies, swirling whirlpools and rocks that deflect time. And what?
The last thing. He'll give some funny answer at first.
Yeah.
I would like to know his opinion.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav's Teeth is coming in. Iron Cheeks Piss Pants. That's Jay from New York.
Piss Pants.
Matthew. Peter Frampton Comes Alive Records. Nicoliki's gravel-filled implants.
Jesus Christ. Wow. That's a little harsh.
It's been a year, bro. Jesus. Let it go. Diamond's already over 1 billion years old. How hard would it be to last another billion or two? That's the question this person asked.
Yeah,
tell that person he's
cut
shit.
diamonds, I think, are a real biggie, man.
By the way, instant feedbackers with the cell phones, write your name or you don't get credit. I don't know what I could read your phone number for your credit.
Would beings look at that, cut diamonds, and think it's a natural formation? Like somehow these crystallized in that shape naturally,
No
or
way.
would they think that like we look at an arrowhead and know that, it was kind of cut out of something?
If they're advanced enough to get here, they would understand completely what's not a
Maybe
natural.
they just really know how to build great spaceships, but they're fucking retarded.
That's,
Wouldn't that be
they have
great?
spaceships made out of rocks and wood. Ugh.
Just mongoloids getting out of a ship. They're just really good at space travel. They stink at everything else. They pick up a fucking pebble and go, "And there, people."
They understand thermonuclear physics, but they still rape their women and wear loincloths and shit on their own feet. Bunch of dummies. Through a wormhole in space.
Just one side of their head is really giant.
Yeah. That side that
you would
huge
need to
thing,
get
yeah.
here. I don't know what
Huge
fucking
part
side
of
it
the
would
brain.
be. What side would be the big part of the brain? And by the way, Keith J. in Niagara Falls, I was right about the Grand Canyon. It was built by millions of people
Yes.
with millions of little spoons.
Is that it? And they all just took one spoonful.
Yeah.
That's how many people that were there.
That was your job, to take one spoonful
Yeah.
and walk many, many miles
few
and dump
miles.
it somewhere. Scott in Ontario.
Hey, I was wondering if I could give Opie a call on his styrofoam.
Did I say styrofoam?
Styrofoam.
Did I say that? Fuck. You might as well start a list of my pofas.
You call Rich Voss on it.
I'm going to call you out. You live in Canada. Nothing.
Frickin' dummy.
Joe in Idaho. Joe.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Joe.
How's the potato state?
Oh, damn good, damn good. Happy birthday, Yimmy.
What's up, Joe?
Well, the one thing that's going to last forever, gentlemen, is Patty's virginity.
Yeah. How old is Patty these days? I know
she's got Diamonds beat by 4 years, 8 months.
I know. We lost her to the Ron and Fez show years ago. How's she doing?
Oh my goodness,
she doing good?
I don't know. Haven't
I
heard
don't
from
know
her
either.
I'm sure she would stop by. I think
Yeah.
people are scared to come by.
She's coming by in a couple weeks. Actually.
Oh, is she?
Oh, we can't wait.
Thank God.
Goody.
Thank God.
Goody gumdrops.
Wait, someone is saying your answer is the correct one. Fred and PA.
I know it
Fred?
is.
Hey, got Anthony's exhaust.
Exhaust.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't last a week.
Oh,
Fuck that.
you fucker.
Holy shit.
He's beating on my automobile. Automobile?
And I guess that's it. Opie's stinky sweatpants will outlive everything. I'm trying to see if there's any other good answers. So, what is the answer? We don't really have an answer.
No, we never got an answer. We just kind of discussed.
I kind of like the moon stuff.
We put it out there, and you discuss. Right.
Moon stuff will be
spin
gone.
zone.
Moon stuff will be gone in a couple thousand years.
Diamonds or nuclear shit?
I say diamonds.
Cut diamonds. Yes. That's what I think.
What about an ice rink?
Depends on where it is.
During the Ice Age.
You know, the one I'm proposing in Honolulu doesn't have a shot. I'm proposing outdoor hockey in Honolulu, and I've dumped $2,400,000 into this thing already. We can't get the ice to freeze. I mean, the water to freeze.
Wow. NORAD. Someone's saying NORAD.
Where is NORAD?
That's pretty good.
Nah, 'cause
it's in
wouldn't-
a mountain.
I hear NORAD doesn't really exist.
Wouldn't continental shifts and stuff crush it?
I don't know. Maybe. You might be right.
But they take a long time. Act like they happen every 8 months.
God, there's something like there's something that'll wreck everything. You know,
Yeah.
no matter what you think of, something can wreck it.
How about Opie's first communion money?
Oh, damn! That's a goof on your thriftiness. That you still have your communion money. You never spent it because you're cheap.
Oh, that
That's
hurts.
what that man was saying.
That hurts.
Your
that'll
communion
leave a bruise. Oh, that hurts.
Damn.
And then going back to that crappy underwater hotel in Florida, someone writes.
That piece of shit.
We hate that place.
Yeah, that'll be gone by 2011.
Moldy fucking death trap.
As much as we love Blanket and the fact that he hates the light, God, we hate that underwater hotel in Florida.
He'd like it.
The biggest wasted time and money ever.
There is no answer.
How many people leave that dumb thing and go, wow, that's a big disappointment?
What a fucking waste of time that was.
Didn't we get somebody that worked there talking about all the fucking mold and...
Oh, it sucks.
It's just
it's all wet and musty. It smells like fucking feet.
Just moist everywhere.
Ew.
WWE prizes. Want to give one away, Dan?
Oh, I thought that was an answer.
Yeah, let's give. We can give a couple of them away.
What do we got? Cool stuff?
Yeah, just tons of DVDs and cool. Just if you're a WWE fan,
You're gonna love it.
gonna like whatever we got for you.
And what's the slug line? I know.
I gotta find it.
I think it's some classic wrestling or something. I forgot.
I think it's they're promoting their on-demand channel.
Right.
Oh,
hang on, I will tell you right now.
Okay. The wiffle ball bat from the studio will be the last thing that remains.
The best classic and current wrestling from the world's largest wrestling library. To subscribe, call 1-888-WWE Classics.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, start calling if you want a WWE prize pack. And we're going to go backstage. You said Simple Mike. Oh, no, that was during the break.
Yeah, well, yeah,
That's
you
all
guys
right.
could talk to him later if you want about
All
it.
right.
He's an ass.
Well, if you remember, we made Simple Mike the executive intern.
Yes, we did.
Well, Sam went backstage to see how that was going.
And now, backstage with O&A, here is Primetime Sam Roberts.
I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and douchey rich boy intern Simple Mike was recently promoted to executive intern of the Opie and Anthony Show. We found Mike to get the lowdown on what he's been doing with his new ability.
Simple Mike, what have you been doing since you took on this role of executive intern?
I've been letting people have a lot more independence in the workplace and make their own decisions.
Meaning you've been doing kind of nothing?
Well, looking for self-motivation through my peons, yeah.
Peons?
Employees, whatever.
Are you finding that these guys have a lot of self-motivation?
Yeah, actually, on the other business model, the Tyrant business model, people were scared to sort of blossom and really go out there and give it their all. And, now that I'm running a much more nurturing environment, to personally succeed, I think they're showing a lot more tenacity.
Are there any kind of weak links right now, if you could tell me candidly?
I really do think our weak link right now, creatively, I think Matt might be one of our weaker characters. But, we are working with him. We're proud of him.
So right now, sort of your goal as executive intern would be to improve Matt?
He does have the skills. I think he just needs to learn to apply them better.
Do you think you'll be able to teach him how to do that?
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case.
Sounds like Mike has everything under control and has his team all lined up and working together. We found some of the little nobodies running around and asked how their new leader was doing.
Intern Pierce, how do you think Simple Mike's been doing as executive intern, your boss?
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he been doing?
Nothing.
Would you say that he is the intern most suited or least suited for that position?
Probably most suited.
Has he motivated you?
Yeah, somewhat.
How?
To be better because he sucks, so.
Oh, okay, I understand. So, Evan, what do you think of the job intern Simple Mike is doing of executive intern, your boss?
Terrible.
What has he done to lead the team?
Only unite the rest of us in hatred towards him.
So, intern Matt, what do you think of the job that executive intern Simple Mike, your boss, is doing?
Who?
Simple Mike?
Yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell.
He's the executive intern who said that you were probably the weakest link on the intern team.
Well, I haven't been introduced to this Mike, nor has he shown his face in my presence while I'm working.
You talked to him on the air.
Oh, that cunt?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't acknowledge his existence anymore.
He's your boss.
He's dead to me.
There is a legitimate hatred amongst the interns for Simple Mike. Lucky for us, we don't acknowledge any of the interns as being emoting human beings, so the way they feel has literally zero effect on our day. I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and this has been
Backstage with O&A.
This is it.
Opie and Anthony. Mars, you got to fix the phones, please. Very important to this radio show. And Ant and I on the same page, big time. This slob, Wendy Williams, has a TV show. And good for her. I'm happy that I'm happy for her. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the bitch, but I'm happy for her. I'm sure she's excited about having a TV show. And by the way, she will blow off her radio audience because there's an article in the paper. Her radio audience here in New York very nervous.
Yeah.
And she's even saying, "Well, I'm going to do both for now." She wants to be a TV star bad.
Of course she does.
But she's a monster. And they're trying to like play it like she's some kind of diva.
Dude, this is something that's been going on for a while now, and it's something's got to be said.
Google image Wendy Williams if you don't know who she is. She's a monster.
This is nothing about her getting a show, because, great, whatever. But great success to you, whatever.
Great success.
Great success. But this is a trend that happens. Black women can be utter slobs, giant fat pigs squeezed into dresses that are too small for them, with giant fat legs, asses, bellies, tits, everything just giantly fat. A man's face, a horrible weave wig, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and they strut around. And this Wendy Williams, they're playing her up like look at her. She puts on this sexy face like, look at me. All the guys are after me. No. You're a monster.
She really is a monster.
You're a monster.
The promos for the show here in New York, they're just around the clock. They're pushing the show big time here in New York especially. And she's posing, trying to look sexy.
Yeah.
She's doing that look down. If a girl looks down, it could be really, really hot.
Yeah.
Really hot. They're overplaying that with her. She's looking down like, oh, look at me, baby. Look at me.
No one's saying she's
got the
fucking
biggest,
sexy.
She's got the biggest breast implants I've ever seen in my life.
Disgusting.
She's just a monster.
She's one, and another one is fucking Queen Latifah.
They don't pawn her off as a sex symbol. Come on.
A sex symbol? Then why is she doing Revlon fucking ads?
Good point.
And shit like that.
Look at you shutting me up very easily.
And they're showing her trying to be sexy and shit.
You're right.
She's not
You're
sexy.
Fucking right.
Then that fucking giant slob that hosted Showtime at the Apollo for a little while. The fuck is her name? I think she's a comic. I'm not even sure. Monique.
She's funny.
Shut it.
But they don't
Monique.
they don't pawn her off as a sex symbol. Come on.
I watched Showtime
You got me with
at the
Queen
Apollo.
Latifah, but
They pawn her off, and she talks about how sexy. She goes, "Look at my dress. How am I looking tonight, everybody?" And they're all, woo, woo. And she looks like a fucking monster.
yeah. Sherry Shepherd on The View. They don't fucking pawn.
Are they trying to pawn her off as being sexy?
No, come on.
There's something about huge black women that think they're sexy.
Yeah.
Someone's telling them that they're sexy. They're not. I don't hear anyone talking about how Wendy Williams is hot. I haven't heard one person say Wendy Williams is fucking hot, but she's parading around.
She looks like
because her yes people told her she's hot.
And what is it? What is it with these black women that look like trannies?
Yeah,
she looks like one. Tyra Banks, who I was in love with years ago.
She's getting a tranny look to her.
She has a tranny look to her, right?
It's these bad fucking hair wig weave things that just and Wendy Williams looks like a man.
Dude, she was doing her first show yesterday, and it was on in studio here on one of our many, many TVs. We lost one of our TVs to a guy that fucking hates our guts. We'll have to get into that eventually.
Yeah, you know, how do we... They're pilfering our televisions.
We're down to 5. We're down to 7 TVs in studio.
Yeah.
We had 8. What was it? Oh, so she was on, and she was like doing some like audience work.
Yeah.
And she's a monster. She is so fucking
Giant.
huge.
They showed her walking around in the audience, and it just giant.
Well, there's which Simmons is that? Russell or the other one?
That looks like Russell.
Russell Simmons. There's a picture we're looking at of Russell Simmons standing right next to Wendy Williams.
You don't think she looks sexy there, honestly?
Oh,
I'm not even bullshit. You don't really?
Man.
In that picture with Russell Simmons?
She's too intimidating.
She looks like a tranny.
As a guy, you don't want your broad to be intimidating. She's
Look
too
at her.
big.
Her face is that of a man. She is
You
a
find
man.
that sexy for real, Jimmy?
Yeah, man. Like,
what part?
No.
Because she's just, I don't know. She's tall. She's not fat. She's not fat. She's a big girl, but she's
Maybe
not fat.
Maybe not in
Dude.
that picture. She does look fat. If you look at her,
I will bet
she
money
is
this
fucking fat.
I will bet money this girl is 170 pounds easy.
Easy.
Easy 170. Probably pushing 200 to be fair. That is a big girl. We're not even talking about fat. Fat is a whole nother category. There's also monster.
Did you see her squeezed into that fucking dress they put her in
Yesterday.
for her show? It was like I was mesmerized. I couldn't take my eyes off of how they fucking got her in that thing. And her giant ham leg was sticking out. And she's huge.
She's fucking huge. Do we have any stats on her? How tall is she, Dan?
And let me tell
How
you
much does
something.
she weigh?
Oprah, very huge woman, does the talk show. You know, her weight goes up and down. But when she started, especially, just a big woman, big black woman.
All right.
She's doing a talk show. Never tried to portray herself as sexy.
How about this? The word diva is used a lot these days.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a hot diva?
No.
But the word itself is supposed to mean that this person is hot and sexy.
Well, they use it for, what's her name? R-E-S-P-C-T. There,
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. Look, she's a diva. She's a big fat mess.
She's a pig roast.
She's a diva. I'm a diva.
Kevin from Connecticut, he just saw the picture. Oh, my God. Wendy Williams looks like Biz Markie in drag.
Yes. Biz Markie.
Greatest song of all time.
You got what I need.
They bring that song back every, 2 years.
Oh, baby, you. She looks like Biz Markie.
They let that song rest maybe a year, and then they bring it right
then
back.
it comes back.
Yeah, that Biz Markie song.
Yeah. Damn.
I don't know why that song is so good. He's not exactly a crooner.
Oh, no, he's
but it is
not.
a good one.
Crooner.
You guys want to Google bomb Wendy Williams is a monster today?
Wendy Williams is a monster. Oh, it's simple. It's easy. People can spell it. Dude, that's the Google bomb of the day.
All right, Wendy Williams is a monster.
Everybody,
let's get that done.
Get on that.
Number one trend by 10 o'clock, or we're not doing our jobs
Wendy
today.
Williams is a monster.
Because that bitch thinks she's sexy.
She's not.
Get the fuck out of here.
Enough with the sassy, sexy fatsos. You want to be fat? There are chubby chases out there. There are other guys that would look at her and go, "Oh my God, she is the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth." That's the exception to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
She is a fucking monster. Wendy Williams is a monster. That is a great Google.
But how do we fit Bismarcky in there and Blanket? Let's not forget about Blanket. Blanket hates the light. And Jimmy,
they might have to wait a day.
You've been following the Corey Feldman thing. Is he still hurting?
I have not, but I keep writing him emails, even though I don't know him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know you're hurting. Call if you need to talk. And he hasn't gotten a hold of me yet.
Aw.
Look at the phones. They're just lit. No, we're going with Wendy Williams is a monster.
Wendy Williams is a monster.
Wow, I think we hit a nerve with the listeners. Let's say hi to Chris in Jersey. Chris.
Yo, boy.
Hey, man. What's up, Chris?
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, new rule. If you have the body of Al Sharpton, you can't be a sex symbol. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a big fat person.
I mean, I don't think we want our women to be intimidating. You know
not,
what I mean?
Not like that. It's kind of sexy to be, I don't know, a little.
Look, dude, for goof, I'd lay on top of her, but I mean, as far as being seen with her,
never.
No, never, ever. Your body parts are too fucking big.
They're trying so hard to play her off as a sex symbol, as a sexy. Look at me, I'm sexy. I'm empowered. I'm sexy. Look at me in front of my audience, and all the women. They woo, and she poses up on stage. She throws her hip out.
Yeah.
She fucking looks. She bats her eyes. It's like you're fucking a mess.
Danny's working out the stats, and so far he's doing pretty good. So far she's 45 years old. She claims. If she's saying she's 45, she's older.
She'll be 45 in a couple of weeks.
All right.
She's 45.
She claims her measurements to be 40, 30, 40.
Ooh.
And that she's 6 feet tall.
She's fucking Cloverfield. That's Jesus Christ.
She's a big girl, but I'm not kidding. I would fuck her in a second.
Every
I
picture
really would.
you see is a glamour shot of her. They are trying so hard to make her look good in pictures.
You wouldn't bang that, though? A big girl like that? Tall?
You shit
I swear,
me.
a big,
Believe
tall
me,
girl?
Dude, I love a tall girl.
Ooh.
But they got to be slender. Slender, tall is great. Big, tall is fucking RuPaul.
If you put RuPaul and Wendy Williams in
You
the same
fucking-
room,
I bet-
you couldn't figure out which one the tranny was.
Dude, guaranteed people walk up to her and go, RuPaul. How many times a day does Wendy Williams get called RuPaul?
That would be a close match right there.
Hell yes.
I mean, a lot of people know who RuPaul looks like, but let's go to let's bring some aliens into the room. Aliens have to decide which one's the tranny. Guess what? It's going to be a real close match.
Yeah, it's a close one.
I say RuPaul pulls it out, but barely.
Yep. RuPaul's got a more feminine body.
Footer.
Oof.
Yeah, good morning, boys.
Hello, Footer.
Danny pops pictures up that.
Danny just found the worst picture of RuPaul ever. Go to the left. The left.
see Ru.
Danny finds fantastic pictures, man.
Oh boy,
what happened to RuPaul? Huh?
Looks like his face is melting in that picture.
God,
I don't think that Ru looks good there because she shouldn't be in blonde hair.
Yeah, all right, Jimmy. Footer. What's up?
Some respect from you, too.
Just because you make an error or two doesn't mean we got to fucking
Error.
jump on your bandwagon.
Error, please.
Oh, okay.
Leave their names at the front door.
And on purpose.
Just call yourself RP. Keep it.
What's up, Footer?
Yo, what's up? Yeah, they have the baseball, like the Hall of Fame stuff going on, and they have the celebrity softball game. And Ashanti was out there, and Ashanti used to be like really. I thought she would be really hot. Her ass, dude, in those freaking baseball pants or whatever were so fucking big.
Really?
Dude, it was ridiculous. And then real quick, number two, just by the qualifications of what a diva is, what you guys are naming, is E-Rock a diva?
E-Rock would be considered a diva.
If you put a wig on him. E-Rock has the body of a diva. We're looking at it. We're looking at a picture of
God damn.
Watching out, boys. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. She looks like she has like a Red Lobster bib on. It's supposed to be a sexy top.
So sexy top.
Looks like
she's sexy and sassy.
Looks like she's getting ready to eat a lot of lobster.
She's sexy and sassy.
Look at the fucking big fat arms, Jimmy. Are you kidding me?
I am. I'm not in love with her, but look at her hips. Her waist is not big, dude. She's
Maybe
a big
not
girl.
in that picture. I don't know when that was taken.
She's on the bigger side, but I'm not. I would absolutely have sex with her. in a second.
You're crazy.
I'm not even. Her breasts are too big. I just like the fact that she's tall and she probably has a nice thick hiney.
Oh God! Of course she's got a thick, big, cellulite. Satellite hiney.
I don't know, man.
Don't play it off like that. She plays it off like a sexy diva, and that's the only thing I'm getting on. You want to do a talk show? You want to fucking fine, but don't try to. Who you bullshit?
They're trying to say to us, the viewers, that she's like sexy, and
Yeah, they shove it down your throat,
and we say no,
no.
monster.
No.
She's the type of girl. This is
Monster.
what turns me on about her. She's the type of girl who would look up at you and kind of squeeze your balls, and she'd have long nails, not to the point of agony, but just a little pain. And she would go like, "You like that?" And as she did that, like the jewelry on her hand would jingle.
And then she'd go, "Okay, now squeeze my balls."
No, I don't think she has balls.
I bet she'd.
But she just seems like she'd probably spank you well. She'd probably be a good dominant.
No,
the phones are great. Listen to this one, Pat in the Bronx. Pat.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
You freaking rule, bro. Love you.
Sir.
Listen, I worked
He
out
said
by
Jimmy.
the clubs in Manhattan.
He said Opie.
These girls, they never go.
Go ahead. Sorry, sir. Danny interrupted.
By the way, when you guys give one guy a compliment on the show, we all hear our own names.
Yeah,
so.
of course.
Exactly.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
what did
Pat.
you say? Who was it you liked?
Ann.
All right,
Ann
cool.
ruled.
Thank you. I thought
Thank
so.
you. I really appreciate it.
Go ahead.
My
Go.
aunt.
Same joke twice. Go, sir.
I worked out by the clubs in Manhattan. These girls never go home alone. Ask Keith the cop. Never. They never go home alone.
You know what sucks? On the phone
Amazing.
it said, work near the clubs in Manhattan. Those things never go home alone. Thank you, Pat.
Yeah.
No problem. Punching out.
All right, brother. Let's go to Cheryl in ATL. That would be ATL. Hotlanta. Cheryl?
Hello.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hey, how are you doing?
Better now that you called, Cher.
I'm just here to say that there's no freaking way that girl's 170. I'm 170, and I'm on Jimmy's page. I've been friends with him for a while on MySpace. Whatever.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, what's your name on MySpace? What's your name on MySpace? You and I have been friends on MySpace?
Mm-hmm.
It's Bob.
What's your name on MySpace?
Cheryl.
Never heard of you.
Thanks.
No, I'm only kidding. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Boston.
Who cares? You're nobody to me.
Exactly.
Sorry, same joke twice. Go ahead.
Fuck 70.
I apologize.
Wow.
I'm something when I think of you in my dreams, all right?
What do you think you're doing to me in your dreams, Cheryl?
Oh, don't you worry.
You better be 12 feet tall.
No, what do you
No,
think?
I'm a short little thing.
Do you think of us having sex in your dreams?
Hell yes.
And how tall are you?
5'4".
170?
Mm-hmm.
Keep dreaming.
Something happened. She ate her phone.
Oops.
She's a nice girl.
All right,
Sorry, Cheryl. I was just teasing.
All right, pestgaming.com, Treefort Rich. Yeah, we know him.
Oh.
Treefort Rich.
He writes, Wendy Williams, this is perfect. This is what she looks like. Perfect. Wendy Williams looks like an NFL linebacker dressed as anyone?
Marilyn Monroe.
Don't give yourself a bell.
Give yourself nothing.
Damn it. Look.
A big star.
They just showed
She
her.
was on the world stage recently. Her name would be NFL linebacker.
Oh,
dressed as
Mariah Carey.
Give yourself a fucking bell, motherfucker. God damn it.
I gave myself
God
2 bells.
Damn it.
2 bells for me.
That's exactly what she looks like.
Yeah.
She does have a little like Mariah Carey in her face.
Oh, God.
Little bit.
I ain't seeing it.
Arp in Boston. Arp.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
Hey, man.
They want to fucking kill you. I'm driving over the Tobin Bridge, and I have my radio blaring, and he starts going off about black women. I look over to my left, and chick taking my toes, this 400-pound black lady, giving me the death stare. I thought she was going to eat my little white body.
She wasn't
what
happy.
What are you going to do? You know, I calls them as I sees them.
Guys
I'm not
are
going to,
awesome. Love you guys.
you
All
know.
right, thank you, sir. Is her show good? I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's not made for
It's
us,
just-
obviously.
It's
so.
it's an audience full of like housewife-looking women, and I guess they just have a little girl chat. They talk about being a diva and being sassy and how to keep your man and all that stuff.
Why don't we get Sam on it? Sam's like that pop culture.
I
Get
can't
Sam.
get enough.
Sam.
The commercials alone. Look at her. Look at what they're trying to do. She She took her hand and threw her hair back.
I'm sorry that we're bringing this to everyone's attention, but they're running the promos here in New York. Honestly, every commercial break.
It's every break.
For the last 3 or 4 days. Sam, you got to watch this Wendy Williams show and give us a report.
Yes.
Have you watched the Wendy Williams show?
We need some recordings.
Yeah, actually, I've seen it.
Yeah. What is it about?
Is it Oprah?
What are they talking about?
I love how these new talk shows all make believe they're doing something different, and then you watch and they go, "Oh, you're doing
Okay, it's Oprah.
Okay, you want to be the new Oprah."
Yeah.
It's like a younger, somewhat edgier and sillier version of Tyra.
Let me let that sink in
Wait,
for
it's
a minute.
a what?
It's like a younger and like kind of like a sillier and somewhat edgier version of Tyra.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like serious like Oprah. Like she's not like tackling things.
Well, she could.
Well,
I wish I could have come up with a football player.
Huh. Somebody's turning me on to the fact that Method Man threatened Wendy Williams after she broke a story about his wife having cancer, and there's a video on YouTube.
Wow.
Really?
Where he's basically threatening her.
She got in trouble too for she's who was it? She said was pregnant or something, and she got in deep shit for that.
Yeah, she was always getting in trouble on the radio and the station she worked at. I think wasn't that the station that gunfire would always erupt out in front of?
Oh, this just in. Holy shit, and it says AP. It's got to be true.
Oh.
UFC 102?
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar. They got his next.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Are you saying
you want to finish
this is breaking news?
Breaking news, Ed.
Brock Lesnar,
right.
the champion, the challenger is going to be
Wendy
Williams.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What a match that'll
this
be.
Just in.
Lesnar could lose that one.
Thank you, Ratspit from Pal Talk, for the breaking news.
Lesnar absolutely could lose that one to
yeah.
Wendy Williams. Remember, Google bomb we're doing today is Wendy Williams is a monster.
Oh.
What's the matter?
That's not nice.
Wendy Williams is a monster. She is.
It's not a nice thing to say about her.
Stop
She's
sticking
a
up
giant,
your
big,
fellow
fat
black.
woman that they're playing off like a beauty queen on her show. And anyone saying they'd bang her, you know what that would look like once that fucking weave comes off in the bedroom? When she pulls her fucking hair off?
You act like I've never gotten down in the trenches before. I really would, too.
Let's go cartoon. You asked the question. It would be like that episode of the Flintstones where Dino...
And remember the girl?
I don't remember the
dog's
girl's
name.
No, that's where I need
It's
your
a
help.
Goof on Lassie.
Sassy.
Sassy.
I do know
Right.
that.
Dino
And then-
is in love with
and
Sassy.
Love until Dino saw the hair weave come off and the makeup.
And the eyelashes came off.
Yeah.
And Sassy looked like shit. And Dino's like, and got the fuck out of there.
That's why you got to get a girl that's
Sassy.
beautiful when she's natural.
Sassy.
Jeremy, Cleveland.
Hey, boys, what's going on?
Hello.
Hey.
Take off the hair, the makeup, and all the weaves. She looks like Jay-Z, man.
Oh. Jay-Z with a wig.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Jimmy, when are you coming back? When are you coming back to Cleveland?
I don't know. I am actually working on something in Cleveland.
No, you're not.
I really am.
No, you're really not.
I
know you're not. Don't
You're
lie
right.
to me. Don't lie.
Okay, boys.
Never.
Just gives
I'll
up.
never be in Cleveland again. Ohio's dead to me.
Puddle of AIDS. Her face looks like Ari from Planet of the Apes. I don't know that one, but I
Ari?
think it might be worth putting out there. A-R-I? Ari? Am I saying it right? Ari?
Oh, what was that? One of the professors or doctors or something?
All right. Maybe it's too
Just
obscure.
stick with Zayas or
All right,
something.
here's another
Jesus.
very good question by Justin in New York. Justin.
Yeah.
The new
fellas, I want to know, Serena Williams, would you give her the business?
Fuck, who wouldn't bang? Absolutely.
What are the circumstances?
She's willing.
Would you have to tell your brothers about it?
You'd have to make a 30-minute drive to her house to bang her. Is it worth it or not?
30 minutes. That's,
Pop up Serena Williams.
Dude, she's fucking yeah.
dude, she's another monster.
But Serena Williams would fuck your brains
I'm
out.
done with these bras they shove in our face and make believe they're sexy when they're
Jesus.
monsters. Just because they have
Patrice
tits
would love
doesn't
the
mean
shit out of this girl.
Just because they have tits doesn't mean they're fuckable.
I'm talking
man.
about
That's
big
a
athletic
monster.
legs, an athlete, a tennis player.
She's a monster.
Oh, dude, I'd fuck her in
Then
a
you fuck
cell.
monsters.
You wouldn't
Holy
fuck that
shit.
chick?
Look
Are you
at
nuts?
Look at her ass.
Look at that.
It is
That ass would
giant.
squeeze your dick right off
Yep.
your body.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That would hurt.
I would give her the worst
I'd
fuck of
be
her life.
hurting like Corey Feldman.
Do you know how badly I would bomb in bed with her? I'd be so intimidated my dick would shrivel.
Holy shit.
You would fuck that. You're
Dude,
Absolutely.
She's in a
Ed,
small bikini.
Without a doubt,
And
I'd
make
fuck
believe
her.
she's white. Would you fuck that?
No.
Because let's get the black thing out of the way
The
so we
race
can get a
has
real
nothing
answer
to do with
from
that.
you.
You know who's looking hot? I just saw her on that goddamn TV show. The other chick from Destiny's Child. The other one.
Michelle Williams or Kelly Rowland?
Oh, Kelly Rowland, I always thought was hot.
Yeah. She's
no
like, I
Beyonce.
just saw her on, what?
She's no Beyonce.
Well, no, she's
I
not
think
Beyonce.
Kelly Rowland
she's
is hotter
I think
than
she's hotter than Beyonce,
All
to
right.
tell you the truth.
Absolutely. You would fuck
Well.
that? Jesus.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
Jesus
here.
Christ.
I would fuck Serena Williams.
You're crazy.
I absolutely would fuck Serena Williams.
Come on, Jimmy.
Dude, I like
I believe you, but
a nice big juicy hiney like that from the back.
Juicy.
Yes.
You'd go down on her and she'd squash your fucking skull like a walnut.
Look,
Yeah, that
look
thing
at the
was
ass of
good.
that. You're going to tell me you wouldn't at least put it in her pussy a little? Look at the fucking juicy hiney on her. How would you not fuck that?
How is that? You don't want a juicy
Let's
hiney.
go to
Dude,
the
yes, you do.
Let's go to the expert of juicy heinies. Danny, step up to
I
the
like
mic.
a juicy hiney. Serena Williams, I wouldn't quite say is the most attractive girl out there.
Right.
Yeah.
But there ain't nothing wrong with that hiney.
You like the
Really?
hiney?
You
that
get
hiney's
behind her
just-
and fuck her, wouldn't you? How do you not get behind Serena Williams and put your dick in
Yeah,
her?
Your
I
dick
think-
wouldn't reach. You think your dick would reach from the back end? You think you could stand her against the wall and fuck her from behind
Dude,
and hit a pussy?
No. Again,
No.
for her, it would be a bore fest. She'd probably just turn around and go, "Here, go home. Go
leave.
home, little white man."
Look
But
at
I would
that.
absolutely fuck her. Look at how do you not want to just, even if you're on top of her, how do you not want to reach under and just hold that juicy hiney?
Her weight
Dude, that's a little
goes
rough.
up and down.
Oh.
And you're showing some pictures where she's not
Some
as
some
as
pictures
big.
not as bad,
Serena Williams.
but she really is a monster. I mean,
Let me see.
I'm not into having sex with monsters.
Look
Is
at
that her?
Yes.
All right,
Well,
let's
that
let's
looks
think
pretty
this
good in
over
the
here.
tennis
Hold
shorts.
on, man. Let me slow down a little bit.
Pull down those little tennis shorts.
She's bent all the way over trying to pick up a ball, or she's tying her shoe, and
her
Well,
ass
she's just
is
saying, "Look at
sticking
this."
out. She's in a little white tennis skirt
damn, is that
with
hot
the white
right there.
shorts. That is a hot picture.
maybe that's
I'll
not
give
her
you that.
though. Maybe
It's
they're
her.
pawning it off as a Serena
Yeah,
Williams picture.
maybe.
I'm onto their
Yeah, who
trickery.
the fuck knows?
I'm onto their trickery.
Chicanery.
Big, long, smooth legs.
Makes me want that shit.
Her ass looks good there, but the face looks terrible.
Dude,
That's not a good picture.
LT.
Yeah, it's not a good picture. Of her you don't want to see Serena Williams with her face separated from her hair by a hat, because then the face is isolated.
Yeah.
And she just looks like a thug.
I saw a recent picture of her sister. Not bad. Actually, I was flying on JetBlue, and they had some kind of press conference.
They needed the money.
On JetBlue? What a weird place for a press conference.
I was watching ESPN, and there was some kind of press conference going on. And
the money.
well,
Pop-up Venus.
no, you got to go with a recent picture, because I'm telling you, most pictures you see on the Google image is not going to prove my case, and I got to say that right out of the box here.
What's that
But
bikini one?
But a current picture of her from this past Wimbledon, she wasn't that bad. No, see, I can't defend these pictures.
Got the marathon runner arms.
Yeah, I can't defend these pictures. I'm just
You
saying.
can't defend these pictures.
No, the one.
what about the shower shot down there?
the
What is
one,
that?
It was just her
Yeah.
sitting and taking questions. I was like, you know what? She's come a long way. No, I'm telling you, I can't defend that.
Look, you can't defend it.
I'm fucking.
I'm defenseless against this. I'm very
Oh,
vulnerable.
Here we go. Oh my God. We were only going to do 2 minutes on Wendy Williams. We had it penciled in as a 2-minute segment. James the Trucker. It's taken on a life of its own.
Yeah, I
James.
was going to ask you guys who you thought the bigger monster was between Wanda from In Living Color or Wendy Williams.
You know, they're close.
Yeah.
Can I see a picture of Wanda so I can make my decision?
And then who would you guys pop?
You have to go girl. You have to go girl every time.
God
I
damn,
know-
that's so
trick.
bad.
That's a trick question. You have to go, at least go girl every time. What the fuck?
That's Wendy Williams.
Yes.
That's fucking. There's no difference.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Very
Bye.
good. Wendy Williams wants to. She's on the phone. I want to defend myself and clear things
Oh.
up with you boys.
All right.
Wendy Williams, welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi, boys.
Oh.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
I want to clear up some of these issues. I'm not a monster.
All right.
Well, you sure look like one in these promos they're running.
No, excuse me. I do not look like Wanda the Ugly Woman. Maybe Shanae from Martin, but not Wanda the Ugly Woman.
All right.
My mother was Magilla Gorilla, and my father was Warren.
Jesus.
See,
Why?
it always
Why?
go there.
Fucking.
My goodness.
Let's go to Mike in Toronto. Mike.
Oh,
Hey,
Jesus.
guys,
Is that
we were having
Shanae
the
from one?
Serena-Venus debate at work the other day, and I couldn't believe that a majority of the guys I work with actually side with Opie. I couldn't believe it. I almost shit myself. I'd bang Serena in a heartbeat.
So would I, man.
No, Venus is starting to look good. I'm telling you, like they got to
Oh,
update
no.
the images on Google because I can't find a good picture of her. But recently I saw her, and I'm telling you, like,
yeah.
No way. I go with Jim Rome
think
on this. She's Predator.
I think, yeah, that was a very good line by Rome. That's one of his classics. But I think they might have pushed her teeth back into her head or something.
Oh, fuck.
That's the least they could do.
All right, sir. Thank you. All right, here's a very good question. Oh, no. I don't know the answers to this. Chad in Chicago, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering which one would you rather fuck, Wendy Williams or Star Jones?
Holy shit. Wow.
It's not even close. Star Jones is horrendous.
Star Jones is more of a monster.
You know what, though? I can't imagine betting either of them. That is the ultimate question.
What if the human race was dependent upon you fucking one of the two?
Extinction, my friend.
Yeah.
Extinction.
Yeah. Is it really
Happy
important?
birthday, Jimmy.
Is it really important for us to be here anyway? Come on.
Planet killer.
Yeah, we'll let it just die. Let something else take over. I ain't saving the world by fucking a monster. I'm
Not
sorry.
that. Fuck that. What am I, Spock? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one? Fuck you. I ain't touching that.
Fuck you. No way, no how.
No way, no how.
Ain't happening.
Not me. Are those the sisters right there? That kind of looks hot because they're two
I think
sisters.
if you put...
Dude.
Think this out.
All right, wait, you're going to do some transplants?
Yeah.
Are you going to just chop off a head here and
first
paste
of all,
on an arm and a leg? And
First of all, Serena's ass has to go.
It is giant.
You go with Venus's ass and legs, definitely.
Yeah,
a
look
little
at the
more
leg.
manageable. But I think you take Serena's tits and move that over.
All right, move it over.
To
Look
Venus.
at Serena's fingers. Holy shit.
Are you sure
That
they're
is
not males
amazing.
playing in the fucking...
Dude, those... Come on.
That's a big hand.
Wow.
That's too intimidating. Jimmy, it's scary.
Not at all.
No.
You palm a beach ball. That's...
She'd
God
palm a
damn.
medicine ball.
Big feet, too.
She'd hold the back of your head while you ate her box. She'd fucking
Yeah?
force your face right in
Think
there.
so?
Oh, dude, yeah.
And then she would laugh at you.
Dude, after all
Not if I
the,
ate her pussy. No,
After
she'd
tennis.
cheer me on.
after all that tennis they play, you could never get that thing clean. ever
Sweaty.
again.
Would you do it right after a tennis match?
Why not? She's
Fucking
yes.
just sweating. Look at that.
Really? You would do it right
Look
after
at those
that?
man arms.
We're looking
If
at a
you
very
cut-
sweaty picture of her now.
If you cut that picture, you would think those were two men shaking hands.
Mm-hmm.
Those arms are so muscular and sweaty.
I mean, they're no Mike Woods.
Oh, well.
Ugh, another dope we got to slam around a while.
Woodsy has big arms.
Yeah, Woodsy's a local guy here in New York that is
Yeah.
showing off his biceps every morning now.
Loves
for what reason,
summertime.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Oh, this is a very good question, Ed. Rob in Richmond. Rob,
Hey,
hey,
you boys got to go deep south, man.
okay.
Wendy Williams or Ms. Peaches.
Oh, damn. The fry that chicken girl.
Fry that chicken.
Peaches.
Ms. Peaches.
Everybody wants a piece of my chicken.
Everybody want a piece of my chicken. Sucking fried chicken.
Finger licking.
Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, Peaches is Wendy Williams. They're all the same person. Just fat women with the blonde wig.
Can you get us some audio of Wendy Williams?
Of course.
I think the only thing we're really interested in is her talking like she's a diva and she's sexy and she's hot.
Yes.
I got to ride up on an elevator with Miss Wendy one time, and she's not fat.
No, she's not.
Not it.
She's
She
just
has
got big body parts.
She's got a thin
Did
waist.
you hear the cables going?
No, I didn't hear those noises.
No?
No, I did not.
But maybe you would.
Where were you going up in an elevator?
When we were in K-Rock, she was doing JV and Elvis' show.
She was doing JV and Elvis' show.
She had her book out.
Oh, okay. She avoided us. That was smart on her part.
Well, we
Yeah.
just spent 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, maybe we'll get her.
We don't book
promotes the
monsters
show.
on our show.
She's not a monster.
Name one monster we've booked on our show.
Monster.
Fabrizio, New York.
If
Wendy Williams is a monster. Serena Williams is a beast.
Are you tired from tumbling in the dryer? Stupid name.
All right. Thank you.
Stracci, Fabrizio.
I'll get rid of line 1 before we.
Yeah, I know. I saw it too.
All right.
That's a little. See, I even know that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Now they'll try to figure out what.
What?
Wendy Williams. Oh, could you give someone a little assignment?
Of course.
I was on Twitter the other day, and
What is that?
there was a whole thing. There was a whole thing people were doing. It took on a life of its own. I know they say that a lot, but it really did. Why Chuck Norris isn't on Twitter?
Chuck coming back, huh?
New generation of Chuck Norris fans?
Dude,
Chuck
a million
Norris.
of them. And I was reading a few of them, like, all right, this is good. And then I just kept reading them and reading them.
Why?
I swear I thought that was Reggie Jackson.
Oh,
Old.
with AIDS?
Yeah, it scared me. Sorry.
Could you see if you could find some of the better ones?
Hell yeah.
Something like no one could follow Chuck Norris, that type of thing. Yeah. Might be worth a peek. If not, that's fine.
It's just everything has become yeah.
See, it's the takeoff on the whole Chuck Norris.
It's the whole Chuck Norris thing again.
Right, but now in the Twitter universe. Want to take a
Mm-hmm.
break? Talk about why Tony Romo might have dumped Jessica Simpson the night before her 29th birthday party.
Oh.
We also have audio from the South Park episode that made fun of Michael Jackson that we started the show with today.
Mm-hmm.
Some Obama shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Obama had a problem with a teleprompter. Wow. Is it
helicopter?
Teleprompter?
It prompts you.
I guess. He had a little problem with that. That's a quickie after the break.
A telepropeller.
Debbie Rowe, we did that. Oh, fucking A. This guy rules. You heard about the guy that drove over the edge of the Grand Canyon?
Wow.
That rule. Look, man, if you're going to take yourself out, don't be a pussy about it.
Oh, he did it on purpose?
Oh, fuck yeah, he did. Plunged 600 feet to his death.
Who is he, Thelma and Louise?
Yes, exactly.
I just yelled punchlines like that all the time.
We'll get to the details of that story after the break, too.
That's a good one.
Would that be annoying if I delivered all lines like that? Like, yeah, say that again.
Yay.
The guy drove off the edge.
Yeah.
Was he trying to die? Just overeager, screaming.
And how about we give away another WWE package there, Danny? It's WWE Day on the Opie and Anthony Show.
That. Hang on a second.
And the slug line is what again? Just know this. If you're a wrestling fan, trust me, the prize package will be very, very cool from the WWE. And how is Seth Green?
Collector's edition DVDs.
Seth Green wrestled in the main event.
Shut the fuck up.
He was great. He hosted Raw last night, and the main event was Randy Orton and Legacy versus Triple H, John Cena, and Seth Green.
What did Seth do?
Ooh. He dropped an elbow. He broke up a pin at one point. Seth Green is actually noticeably smaller than some of the wrestlers.
I would assume so.
Well, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
See, he just shouldn't be in there.
And then
But then
Triple
he
H
pulls it off anyway.
Triple H put him up on his shoulder at the end, like he was
Really?
like a Make-A-Wish kid or something. Just,
Now, would you fuck Triple H?
me?
Yeah.
With a blonde wig?
With a blonde wig.
He doesn't need a blonde wig. Doesn't he have like nice flowing locks?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What's the slug line there, Dan, as we go to break? The best classic and current wrestling from the world's largest wrestling library. To subscribe, call 1-888-WWE Classics. And we'll continue.
Welcome back to Norton and Friends. Oh, today my guests are Anthony and Gregory.
Thank you.
And Daniel.
Norton.
And the topic of the day is iPhone apps.
Imagine.
What's your favorite ice cream to eat
Rocky Road?
while taking a
Vanilla?
flu shit? Everything goes back to flu shit on my show. What color hat do you prefer to wear while taking a flu shit? Your call's next. I love the idea of taking a flu shit. There's nothing worse than a flu shit.
I love flu shits.
They're horrible because your legs get numb quick.
Oh, and you got a fever, so your nut sack is hanging into the water.
But all of a sudden you look lighter. You
Yeah.
feel and look lighter. Like,
sure.
goddamn, I like this flu thing. Motorist plunges to his death after driving over edge of Grand Canyon.
Ballsy move.
A man has driven over the edge of the Grand Canyon and plunged 600 feet to his death, authorities said. Rescue personnel found the vehicle and the body of a male below the south rim. Wow.
Damn. What, do you just fucking gas it?
Incident happened around 6 a.m. Monday near the El Tovar Hotel. I've been to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I think this is a suicide. It's not easy to just drive over the edge.
No. I think he
they
did
got
that
some
on
safeguards.
purpose.
Yeah, I think he killed himself.
You think you could find a spot that goes a little deeper than 600 feet, though? You know?
It's deep enough.
Oh, it's plenty deep enough.
Maybe the other places were blocked to drive. Maybe there's a problem driving there.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hiked the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It's nice.
See any cars?
Didn't see any cars.
What do you think, man? What do you think that the guy just friggin' just hit the gas,
absolutely,
grab the steering wheel, and go, here we go. This is it.
I don't even know how you would get speed going.
Yeah? Why, you like...
No, I'm trying to think back to when I was there.
There are places...
There's not a good runway because it's like there's a road alongside, so then you have to veer off, I guess.
Maybe that's where there was a good drop-off.
Yeah.
Without a big, maybe that's why he did that. There might have been a great drop-off.
There are a lot of
the guy killed himself.
pretty
though.
desolate places around the Grand Canyon, too, though.
No, the South Rim near this hotel. This is
South Rim. Okay.
They're basically saying the main area where you go if you're a tourist.
Any pitches?
No
We got any
pictures.
pictures of where he fucking went off?
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Might have a picture.
Of where he went?
Could have done that closer to home. It doesn't look, If you're going off the Grand Canyon, you should go to one of those spots where it's a mile down.
And just jump. Fuck the car thing.
Oh, man, jumping's kind of... Ow. With a car, at least it's a challenge. You're like, how far can I make it?
Dude, the scariest part of the Grand Canyon, when you're hiking down, I've told the hike stories a lot, but the trail itself drops off on both sides in some areas to just where you would just not survive. It's maybe not
like a sheer drop where you're
maybe not
plummeting.
a sheer drop, but it's on such an angle. There's no way you would ever stop your body from just sliding and tumbling and falling,
breaking every bone in your body.
And the trail itself at times is barely as wide as that doorway. And then it drops
crazy.
down on both sides. You're like, holy shit.
That's scary.
It was scary at times.
Ooh.
But the coolest thing I ever done right there, my friends.
Grand Canyon's amazing when you
Fucking
look at that
amazing.
thing.
I can't wait to go back.
Pictures don't do it justice, films, nothing. But when you're standing there looking out at that goddamn thing, geez, that is really kind of majestic, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I want to go on? Because you reminded me, because the Grand Canyon has that glass thing that's built out. The Sears Tower had those 4 extensions put in.
Oh, yeah.
At the 103rd floor. These they go out 4 feet, these glass extensions. You can go out there and just stand over pure glass.
Yeah, so you're standing over glass and...
You've never done that? Because that's not a new thing. There was one...
In Toronto.
That is insane.
I have not done that.
The glass floor is maybe as big as...
Oh, my God. Look at that.
That's the Chicago one?
So petrifying to walk out onto that.
Because they say you feel... And plus to look out and see other people.
Yeah.
They have that at the CN Tower in Toronto. And it's the same kind of thing. And all of a sudden you walk across this. You feel yourself like tiptoeing across because your mind doesn't believe that you're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay.
Would you stand like that?
No!
It's hard.
On granite, yeah.
Dude, it's harder than you think. Because your mind starts fucking with you going, this is not normal. You should not be doing this. This could break. Even though there's not a chance in hell it's going to break.
Oh, there's a chance.
No, there's not.
There's always a chance.
That's thick glass, man.
That's thick glass.
Always a chance.
Fuck no.
Jump up and down. Take
Hell
Wendy
fucking
Williams
no.
with you. See if
Well,
that
then,
fucking
all right, see?
monster can't make it break.
We could get back to this subject in a second, but we got the great Dr. Kaku on the phone.
Oh, good.
Dr. Kaku.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
You remember us, Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton?
How can I forget?
I like that. I like how you would think. We have a quick question. We were throwing around this dumb question today, Ant.
Yeah. Yeah. We were wondering what part of humanity would survive the longest over time after we were all gone to prove that we were here on Earth. What
the last
type
thing.
of structure? The last thing
to go
that would be that would exist that would give someone an indication that we had been here?
Well, if I were to take a stab at it, I think gigantic stone structures, like in the desert, we have the pyramids made out of limestone, and the desert has very little water, water is one of the main reasons why things decay and fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
There's very little water in the desert. So I think that structures like the pyramids and things like that, the pyramids already are 4,000 years old. And so I think structures like that may survive because there's very little water in the desert, and the sands will cover up most objects. And so when future people dig them up, they'll find these gigantic pyramids again.
Say the pyramid. So something that was.
Well, do you think more than, say,
thousands of years
something
old?
like cut diamond? Because the diamond itself was natural, but the cut proves that people were here or something was there. How long would a cut diamond last?
Oh, that would last for a long time. If you now talk about geologic structures, they could last even longer. They could last for hundreds of thousands to millions of years. Okay, but if you talk about man-made structures like houses, buildings, automobiles, and things that we can see and touch, those things will probably disintegrate pretty rapidly within a few centuries to a few thousand years.
Sure.
But and again, water, erosion are some of the main enemies. So in the desert, you don't have that problem.
How about Ant had said possibly stuff on the moon? Like
I said that too, Jimmy.
I said lunar
Okay,
junk.
I didn't agree because I thought that something would hit it. Or how long do you think like the evidence that we were on the moon will be up there?
Well, just go with the flag that's up there.
Well, yeah. Right.
Actually, on the scale of hundreds of millions to billions of years, most of the craters date back to the age of meteors, 3.5 billion to 4.5 billion years on the moon. And so the erosion that takes place is extremely slow. There is a slight amount of erosion on the moon, but over billions of years. And so those footprints could be there for hundreds of millions to billions of years from now.
Wow.
Okay, so the stuff that's on the moon now, and there's no way that dust or dirt will blow over it because there's no atmosphere?
No.
The only way that they would erode is if they have meteor impact. And that's why the surface of the moon is dusty, because of meteors that collided with the moon and created debris and dust. And so the moon is not perfectly pristine, like you might think, because there's a small amount of erosion going on. But structures on the moon, the craters, they date back 3.5 billion years.
So, like the base of the lunar module, the lunar rover, things like that will be there for many, many years.
Long past most structures on the Earth have been grown over with vegetation and eroded with water and rust. Structures on the moon, just like the desert, where there's very little water, the moon has almost no water. And so structures like that will last an awful long time because it's water and erosion that are the main enemies of structures.
And how about something like we talked about, like the Voyager 1 spacecraft that had been sent out? How long do you give that, or do you think that will eventually just crash into something?
Well, eventually it will crash into something, but not for quite a while. It takes about 70,000 years for a spacecraft from Earth to reach just like the nearest star, and so that thing's going at roughly 40,000 miles an hour, and so it'll take many thousands of years before it bumps into anything.
Yeah, there's nothing in the way. It's just pretty much a void. Vacuum.
Yeah,
and we talked about radio waves, and one of our guys said that radio waves die after a certain time. How far will radio waves travel where they could possibly be picked up by somebody who is listening or has an ability to listen?
Well, they'll go on forever. However, the intensity goes down, of course, as the inverse square. So the farther you go out, the more they diminish. But in principle, the Opie and Anthony show will go out forever throughout the universe.
He loves my
name. But does it just become, because our guy Danny, who does kind of have a basic physics understanding. I don't know how, because he dropped out of third grade.
I was under the impression that TV and radio waves degrade to static over the course of 1 to 2 light years.
Well, they will gradually interfere with other things because of random collisions and stuff like that. Ultimately, they go down to like 3 degrees above absolute zero. That's the temperature of outer space. So ultimately, all communications will degrade down to 3 degrees above absolute zero, which is, of course, the static of outer space. When you turn on your radio and you are in between stations and you get static, a few percent of that static comes from the Big Bang, the creation of the universe. So you're actually listening to Genesis when you hear the static on the radio.
Genesis? What's that?
It's a band. They were a great band.
That was from Wrath of Khan, by the way.
A lot of the static you hear on the radio comes from the planet Jupiter. And some of it does come from the Big Bang, the original Big Bang, 13.7 billion years ago.
If it degrades to 3 degrees above zero, which was actually what I said, that it would degrade to 3 degrees above absolute zero.
Two.
Can someone pick that up as a communication or decipher what's being said?
If they're very good at it, they can find regularities. Right now, the 3-degree radiation is just everywhere. It's inside your body, it's inside your living room, it's inside outer space. It's all random, static. But an intelligent species might be able to pick out regular patterns.
So hypothetically,
verbal communication.
Like this chat that we're having right now is being beamed into outer space. So let's say 10, 20 light years down the road, some other intelligence is picking this up. I mean, they're not hearing what's actually happening right now. They're just hearing patterns of static, correct?
Well, there'll be some messages that you'll be able to hear. Even beyond that, there'll be some messages that survive. However, a large amount of it will be degraded with time.
As long as our
But
penthouse
again,
reads,
we are talking about
be heard.
enormous distances from the planet Earth. But yeah, eventually it will degrade.
So our guy Danny the Fool was incorrect when he said that apparently radio waves die before they get to Schenectady.
From what it was my understanding that they don't really make it past 2 light years.
Well, I would have to do the calculation. It depends on the intensity, the wattage. Like a good radio station will broadcast at 50,000 watts.
Yeah.
And a good 50,000 watt signal should survive even past that point. Because we are scanning for stars. We're scanning for very faint signals from, planets in outer space that are more than 2 light years. And we expect some of the TV and radio emissions to reach the Earth.
And we do communicate with satellites that are very far away from us with radio signals. So
Yeah, but only like 20,000 miles. Geosynchronous satellites are only about 20,000 miles.
Well, that's
in
what I
outer
mean.
space.
But still, commands have to be sent out to the Mars landers and things like that.
Yeah, but the Mars lander is about 20 minutes away by radar and by radio.
Oh.
So to send a round-trip signal to the Mars lander and back would be about 40 minutes.
Oh, that's nice.
As opposed, right, because radio waves travel at the speed of light, so it'll basically take light 40 minutes to travel that distance. Am I correct?
Yeah, 20 minutes to get to Mars and another 20 minutes to get back.
Dr. Kaku, I got a question. What about rubber dicks? That came up in our... No, that really did come up in our discussion. Some people are convinced that would be the last thing that would survive on Earth.
Well, I think, like I said, I think they'll degrade much earlier. Anything that's in the city that encounters erosion will be basically overgrown by plants, vegetation, animals within a few hundred years.
Right.
And then within a few thousand years, just the rust, the rust and the lack of maintenance, a lot of buildings will start to collapse.
Sure.
Even in Manhattan, after about 100 years, buildings in Lower East Side collapse all by themselves.
Yeah.
Just the faint vibrations of the subway cars is enough to collapse buildings in Manhattan.
How about stuff like someone to the Statue of Liberty base, which is like concrete but not that high, where it wouldn't just like fall? I mean, that got to have a couple 100,000 years in it?
Yeah, I think that the Statue of Liberty is not going to last that long on a scale of just, centuries. We all saw Planet of the Apes, right? We're all shocked when Charlton Heston saw the Statue of Liberty sitting in the ocean, right? That's actually a credible scenario because, again, erosion, lack of maintenance, the overgrowth of algae and different kinds of organisms growing on the skin.
And a visit from Wendy Williams.
Structure.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what was that again?
Yeah. No, that's exactly what we were discussing. Yeah. Well, Dr. Kaku, couldn't have been happier. This is the guy we needed to talk to, guys.
Yeah, we got to the bottom of this. So
Finally.
the pyramids would pretty much be the last structure on Earth.
Dry.
And the moon thing would definitely be the last thing
absolutely.
ever.
Yeah.
You guys were right.
Yeah.
And Danny was incorrect about his radio wave signals, which Danny said that they did a contest, and baseballs can be thrown almost the distance that radio waves travel. So Danny's a blithering idiot.
The good Dr. Kaku did say that he would need to do some calculations.
Yes, but he said that, as I once said, 3 degrees above absolute zero. I'm sorry to have to involve you in this argument. I said 3 degrees above absolute zero, and Danny said cookies.
Yeah.
As long as some alien race might at some point pick up our liquid ass commercials.
That would be wonderful.
Then I'm happy.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Kaku.
I want to ask the good doctor, because we're both math whizzes. Dr. Kaku, do you laugh at Sudoku like I do? I laugh at this thing. How easy is Sudoku?
I'm very careful not to do it because I know it's highly addictive. I know friends of mine that can't get away from it.
Wow.
So I very carefully stay away from it because I don't want to get addicted.
Look at that.
How's the string theory coming?
How great would it be if Dr. Kaku got addicted to Sudoku instead of figuring out the
Stays
universe
in his house.
Right.
People are trying to call him for answers, and he's just like, no.
He's the only man that could figure out the universe, and he's too busy with his Sudoku addiction.
October is when they turn on the Large Hadron Collider again, and we string theorists are looking very much forward to that.
Oh.
We hope to pick up perhaps sparticles, the next vibrations of the string, with the Large Hadron Collider. So watch for it in just a few more months. The biggest machine on Earth is going to be turned on, 17 miles in circumference.
What happened? You turned it on. What happened to it?
And why don't they turn it on now?
Well, 50 magnets got damaged because they spilled tons of liquid helium on the floor.
Oh, that's good. And they're turning on the world's largest machine, and they can't even figure out the magnet problem.
Wait, who spills tons of liquid helium? What, does somebody bump into the wrong cup? How does that happen?
No, he was crying over it.
Was someone reaching for their coffee cup?
Yes, sir.
They rushed the turning on of the accelerator last year, and human error led to the spilling of tons of liquid helium onto the floor. It was so cold that workers could not get down there, or else they would freeze to death. That's how cold it was.
Yeah, wow.
And then they had to shut it down over Christmas because it consumed so much energy. Geneva would have no electricity for Christmas. They actually share electricity over Christmas.
Okay.
So they had to shut it down during the winter months.
How about we not turn the big machine on?
No,
it doesn't
do it.
sound like we're
Sounds
ready for
fun.
the big machine.
Yeah, well, come October, finally everything's going to be in place, and they'll crank it up and go to full power perhaps early next year.
Jeez, that's unbelievable.
All right.
Great.
Dr. Kaku, thank you so much
what do you,
for helping us out.
What are you
today.
plugging today?
Well, actually, I'm filming with the Science Channel. I'm in a limousine going to a filming with the Science Channel. They're filming my entire book, Physics of the Impossible, which is going to air on the Science Channel in November. So we're going to have programs on starships, warp drive, time travel, parallel universes, antimatter, teleportation, invisibility, you name it. It's going to be on the Science Channel, and I'll be hosting it starting November of this year.
Oh, that's exciting. Very good.
Very good, Dr. Kaku. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
All right. Dr. Kaku.
So you guys were right. The moon
Dimitriou
stuff,
Kaku.
I stand corrected.
Moon stuff
and pyramid. Sounds
Yeah.
like the answer from.
And I still stand behind my usable signal strength for radio and television waves.
Oh yes, just call Dr. Kaku. You know,
He said calculations. He doesn't have.
Where's
he has no
Dr.
idea.
Steve? Dr. Steve hates Dr. Kaku.
Does he?
He drives me. Yeah,
I love it.
Every time Dr. Kaku's on, Dr. Steve sends me these awful things. He doesn't know shit.
Dr. Steve's hysterical.
Yeah, Dr. Steve's a psycho.
That's great though. Two doctors battling it out.
Dr. Steve.
I have faith in Dr. Steve.
I've never seen Dr. Kaku shove a finger in a homeless man's asshole before.
Well, you've never seen Dr. Kaku around the building then. That's all he does to the doorman.
At least when we call Dr. Kaku, he's wide awake and he's being productive. When we get Dr. Steve on the phone, what? I just woke up.
Yeah.
What?
I bet Dr.
And then you get
Kaku
emails
doesn't have-
later. You get emails later on. Was I good on the radio this morning? Because I don't even remember what I said. Well, that's great because people are following your advice.
Sorry, I was picking crank out of my mustache.
I bet Dr. Kaku doesn't have time to make his own wine.
Yeah, exactly.
He's busy with an accelerator somewhere.
Exactly. Dr. Steve is drunk in the basement with purple shit on his toes and rotten raisins and grapes caught in his toenails. Trying to criticize the great Dr. Kaku with his fucking smart slacks rolled up.
He wakes up every morning and peeks out that front door hoping that he's not being called a fraud. Thank God they haven't found me out yet. It's just a matter of time.
Come on.
What is this, Dr. Steve?
Oh, no.
Dr. Steve rules.
Fucking Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve?
Yes.
Hi, Dr. Steve.
Hello, Steve. Hi, sir. You weren't just listening to the radio, were you?
I was just feeding my kids. Sorry, I totally messed it.
Dr. Kaku's not feeding his kids.
We were talking. We had Dr. Kaku on, and we were just on the radio, on the
And
phone.
Jimmy seems to have led us all on to the fact that you do not agree with Dr. Kaku many times.
Right.
Shut up.
Well, Danny said that radio waves kind of disintegrate or degenerate badly after 2 light years, and so we asked Dr. Kaku, and he said they probably go much further than that. They degenerate to 3 degrees above absolute zero, Well, how do you feel?
Yeah, no, he's right about that.
Yeah, see, Danny is wrong.
I think what the argument really was I mean, you know,
Yeah,
you
change
can't.
the argument.
This radio show going out. I mean, if someone's 100 light years away, in 100 years, they're not hearing our words.
Right. They will hear us do a liquid ass commercial.
It's just going to be just white noise, brown noise, whatever you want to call it, and there's not going to be any distinguishable data
station
that will.
Well, this show particularly, you know, is on 2.5 gigahertz or whatever. Although it would propagate through space pretty well, it's basically beamed at Earth. So,
well, I mean, let's just call it a regular radio station, an average radio station in the country. The signal is going to degenerate to such a point where it's going to be you would be unable to extract intelligent code or data.
With our technology, maybe, but I mean, somebody advanced enough to pick it up.
Yeah, they'll decipher that.
It's
shit.
like anything else. If you got a shitty fucking antenna on top of your TV, it's not going to work as good as a good antenna on your roof, or it's not going to work as good as a satellite dish.
I think it's unfair to say that radio waves will just travel forever in space. As just a blanket statement like that, I think that's irresponsible.
Why are we talking about
thing,
this
man.
when we have Dr. Steve on the phone? I want to ask him about his wine.
Oh.
How's the latest batch of wine coming?
yeah, it's great, man. I'm getting ready. It's almost ready to send up.
I do have a little room left in my wine cellar for some Dr. Steve wine.
Yeah, his wine will be in there until someone brings over
And
a really nice bottle. Because I do the same thing. Then I go, wow, I got to get rid of a bottle of wine from my wine fridge.
It's half stocked, by the way, right now.
Really?
Just about half stocked.
Dr. Steve doesn't have a year on his. He has a day and actually a time. Oh, this is the Tuesday 420 brand. This is very good. Wow. This was aged through a Jefferson's marathon.
The last batch I sent up a little bit too early, so I'm just letting this stuff around.
You think?
Too early. There were grapes floating in it.
Yeah, really.
It was grape juice. It said Welch's on the side.
Exactly.
Dr. Steve.
Yeah.
Let me say something to Danny about this radio wave.
Okay, back to that. Yes.
Go get him.
Sorry, but he made a point. I just want to rebut it a little bit. They have a satellite out there called Toby, and what it did was measure microwave radiation that was emitted at the time just after the Big Bang. And those are radio waves that have been traveling to us since the beginning of the universe. So, and it was real sensitive and was able to pick up very small variations in this microwave background radiation. Now, I think that especially if someone is, let's say, 50 light years away from us right now, the signals from 50 years ago are going to be a lot sparser than they are now. Of course, right now we're blanketing the globe with static.
True.
But someone had a sensitive enough receiver and they were advanced enough, they could pull out that and at least tell that there is life, intelligent life out there.
Right, that it wasn't just some naturally occurring static from maybe a star or something else, that it was made by another intelligent being.
And the hallmark of a radio signal made by humans is it has a carrier wave, and static doesn't have that. So I think that they would definitely be able to pick up on intelligence. And
but it would be like the sound in Contact with Jodie Foster. Like, it wouldn't be like just words and signals and stuff. I mean, it would just basically be noise, and you'd have to be looking for that noise and have some kind of instrument that would be able to decipher.
Well, yeah, but say somebody 10,000 years advanced from us.
It's called a radio receiver, my friend.
Danny.
Oh, shit.
Danny.
Dr. Ross, humiliated.
Just make fun of his wine and you'll be back in the game.
If you listen to the whole of the radio spectrum, it's just a complete mess. But what you do with the receiver is you drill in on that one frequency that you want to listen to. I think it's doable. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, Dr. Steve.
It's like
Dr. Ross is
Dr. Ross was humiliated.
He does not concur.
Yes, according to Daniel Ross, that radio waves typically die before they hit the clouds. So basically, planes are using carrier pigeons.
Danny doesn't think the radio waves can make it through heaven.
I'm saying it's an unusable
But won't God
signal.
interpret them and listen to them?
I'm not saying that they don't exist, but they would be completely unusable beyond a certain point.
Well,
to our technology, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps.
And let's not forget where the argument was in the first place. It was, what kind of evidence will there be of mankind when it is gone?
Right. That stuff's still traveling.
So 50, let's say, 50 light years away, will anybody be able to detect the presence of human intelligence if there is none here anymore?
Yes.
Yes.
From radio, from
All right.
degraded
Very
radio.
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wait, I had one more.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, question?
Would a K-Rock signal go farther since there are apparently no ears to interfere?
All right, Dr. Steve, it's a pleasure.
Dr. Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
You, my friends.
And hopefully we see you when you get your ass up here.
October 17th, we're definitely coming up, and I've got a new bit to hopefully will top Tippy Tom prostate exam.
Are you serious? Could you tell us what that bit is?
Do you really want me to tell you now?
Absolutely. That'll be a great tease for your show.
Well,
Oh, no, you didn't, man. Oh, Opie. Oh, Christ. I didn't even see that one coming, and I see him coming all the time. Poor Dr. Steve.
Oh,
You
poor
just hung
Dr.
up on
Steve.
him.
He's a lifesaver.
Dr.
We treat him like
Steve.
shit.
He is great.
Hey, Wendy Williams.
We can't get enough. During that entire conversation, me and Opie were looking at the TV, then turning to each other and making disgusted faces, and then looking back at the TV.
She was trying to look extra sexy and extra pouty.
She was pouting and then throwing her hair around and moving her shoulders and trying her darndest to look hot.
But on the red carpet, that thing. But you see her waist was small, her ass was kind of big and juicy, and her tits are huge.
No.
I'm not saying she's the hottest thing ever, but
hottest thing ever.
I mean, like I'm not saying like
to be the hottest thing.
But I mean, like I'm not saying I lust her completely, but I'm saying like, would I fuck her? Yeah.
Would your weenie get hard?
Oh yeah.
Never.
Well, please, that big
My
hiney, she
wiener
just gently rubbed it on me. Yeah.
My weenie, and believe me, I get hard fucking drop of a hat. Go ahead, drop your hat. Watch.
That's right. You get you get hard at the drop of a Zoom box set.
Zoom.
I know.
We're gonna zoom.
I love that song.
Zoom.
But I don't think I could even fucking get it up for the likes of a Wendy Williams.
She would suck that fucking dick.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Stop it with that man's head.
Those long nails scraping your balls. All of a sudden, you look down. I'm telling you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You feel a razor stubble?
Oh, wait a minute. I can't argue with that.
Oh,
Wendy
Wendy Williams is a monster.
We're still Googling that. Yes.
Google that. It's got to be number one.
Wendy Williams is a monster. So far, we're not in the top 100. I just got a report.
Oh.
I got a text from Steve. Ha, I can't believe I fell for that, you fuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
Steve, call back. I want to hear the idea. You never know. Try the wine.
You guys are horrible.
I'm glad to see you appreciate 5-minute-old wine. Have another paper cup.
He serves it in Dixie cups.
Of course he does.
Read the comic on the side. It's wonderful.
He has the Bazooka Joe of wine. Yeah, there's like a little funny caption on the back of every label.
Makes it worthwhile.
Yeah. He scotch tapes the labels on. Fucking mason jars.
Bazooka gum. Worst gum ever.
Bazooka?
I fucking hate
And Bazooka
Go
ruled,
fuck
man.
yourself.
Bazooka Joe was
No,
great.
Bazooka was great.
Better than Yum Yum?
Yum Yum.
Or whatever the fuck it was called.
I like
Hubba
Razzles.
Bubba or Bubble
Bubba Yum, yeah.
Bubble Yum and Hubba Bubba came out after
I
Bazooka
understand
Joe
that.
had been out for
We're
a
just
while.
having a gum contest right now.
Now, I would...
Bazooka Joe blows.
Bazooka Bazooka gum was very good as I was growing up.
As it breaks your teeth.
Until the flavor
How about
degrades.
You make your, yes.
Yes, the flavor degrades after.
How about you make your
Hold on.
gum soft? Yes.
I talked to Steve. I talked for a good minute before I realized I'd been hung up on.
Oh, no.
Oh,
How embarrassing.
It's fucking hilarious. And he probably thought he had the whole room captivated because it was just quiet.
Silence.
Wait, we're getting somewhere with Google. Type in Wendy.
Oh, it's terrible.
When you type Wendy in Google, Wendy Williams is a monster pops in.
Oh, really? Is it getting there?
Is it getting there? Wendy? No. Oh, God, lied. Don't lie to us.
You lie, Pee-wee.
Derek made this for you, Ann.
Oh.
Anthony and Shelby, that's all I know right now.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show presents an auditory adventure into the private life of a famous radio personality. Starring Anthony Cumia and his Super Snake Shelby GT500.
I'm driving home yesterday, and I'm hearing, and usually when I step on the gas, what you hear is the supercharger more than the exhaust. So now I can't even hear the supercharger because the exhaust is just like, real loud. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I pull over into a PC Richards parking lot, which is empty because it's, pretty late on a Sunday. And I peek underneath, and I see one of my exhaust pipes hanging down, dragging on the ground. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So here I am with a hanger rigging my goddamn car that cost a lot of money and a lot of time, and I'm driving it around with a goddamn hanger holding up my exhaust pipe. I got home and called up Cameron at Shelby and left a voicemail that was laden with curses. What do you think? I'm fucking 20 years old in my Nova that I gotta use a hanger and wire up a goddamn exhaust pipe on a car that cost me a lot of money and a lot of time, and I'm driving around like a fucking, because I got a piece of goddamn hanger holding up my exhaust. Here he is in his Mustang with his exhaust pipe falling down. He's fixing it with a hanger that costs more than $25. No wire hangers ever! It's another case of pure American incompetence.
This has been an auditory adventure into the private life of a famous radio personality. Brought to you by the Opie and Anthony Show.
Right on. I like that.
That makes me sound crazy.
I like that one. I like it a lot.
Makes me sound like a lunatic.
Baseball card gum.
Yeah.
End of fucking question.
Like baseball card gum. The staler,
Wait, you
the
liked
better.
it?
The staler, the better.
Yeah, it was good for 30 seconds. You chew it, it breaks into 80 pieces. Like chewing glass.
Right.
Like sugar glass.
And those 80 pieces don't know how to make it into one.
Yeah, I had a piece of that recently.
It's the worst.
They have some vending machines where you can get these classic packs of old school baseball cards, and they're legitimately 20, 25 years old, and they still have gum.
Get out of here! You ate 25-year-old gum.
It's not bad.
25-year-old gum.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It still holds up.
Gum.
Wow. Gum. Oh. Yo, excuse me.
Yes. I thought you were talking about delicacies.
Wow.
I mean, you have to try. You open it up. There's a piece of ancient gum. You kind of wonder if it's still good.
And you were able to chew it into a.
It's so brittle. I mean, like Jimmy. I mean, when it was new, it broke apart into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same.
And it would have that powdery shit all over it.
I mean,
Joe Torre gum. It's like a Joe Torre card, but as a player. Joe Torre gum. Faggot I am.
All-Star game tonight. Who's watching?
Ugh.
No. Why would I bother? Big Buddy? You ever have a Big Buddy?
Oh, Big Buddy, yeah.
Well, Dorney's checking in with Big Buddy. Those are those giant sticks of what amounted to Bazooka Joe bubblegum.
What about Big League Chew?
Big League Chew was
Let's
fun.
go.
That was fun. It was like you're chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
But it was gum, like shredded gum.
How great is this? Josh in Jersey. I hope Dr. Steve ends up like Grape Stomp Lady.
I always wanted to swallow the gum, the chewing gum.
Why?
I don't know. There was just this urge I had when I was chewing gum. I always wanted to swallow it, but I did a couple of times, and then it made it hard to make poopy. Because it's, it gums up the works.
No shit, it does.
It gummed up the works.
That's fucked up.
That was when I was a kid. Then I realized, spit that gum out. Gum.
All right. Are we really talking about what gum is the best? What's wrong with us?
No.
We're shock
No.
jocks. South Park doing the Michael Jackson thing. We'll take a look at that.
Obama. Bubble tape. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, bubble tape was good.
Bubble tape was good.
Yes. What else? We might have to play.
I used to leave a little trail of bubble tape from the junior high to my car trunk. Watch them just gobble it up as they get in the trunk.
Do you know what's good gum, by the way?
Yeah.
Did you ever have Lima gum? Tastes like lima beans.
That sounds delicious.
It's really good.
Danny,
Have some gum.
Find the top 10 gums of all time.
Freshen Up.
You are the king of the internet, so.
Freshen Up was called Cum Gum.
Yeah.
That was the stuff in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, when it gave you a nice little
Yeah,
fresh
and it would
squirt.
burst. It would squirt in your mouth. Yeah. That Fruit Stripe gum flavor lasted. When you unwrapped it, the flavor went away.
Yeah, it said "Do not expose to air."
That was the worst.
Yeah, Fruit Stripe was really good for 8 seconds. Like Wrigley's. I love fucking. What were the 3 Wrigley's flavors? The yellow,
Spearmint?
Juicy Fruit Spearmint,
Yeah.
and what was the other one?
Peppermint.
All amazing for a minute and a half until the sugar wore off.
Juicy Fruit was just. I would sit there and just keep putting sticks of juicy fruit in your mouth. And then the flavor would run out, and I'd have no money
Well,
because I was a kid.
as long as McMurphy kept handing them to me, I'd eat them.
My favorite gum of all time?
Yes.
The street gum I ate the other day.
It was just gave you the shits for a week.
It's
That's nice.
Hepsi fruit.
It did give me the shits for like 2 or 3 days. The watery goodness that is a liquid shit. Stephen S. from Bayshore, Danny ate 25-year-old gum and won't even kiss anything that old.
I get it. You bastard.
All right, quick break.
Certainly.
Danny's going to find the top 10 gums of all time.
I'm sure Big Red's in there, but Big Red was like
Big
lava.
Red.
That burnt the tip of your tongue.
They made it too
Not
hot.
like cinnamon. Yeah, they really ruined it.
Really didn't have,
it's like Dentine, but
they didn't have anyone in the factory that was testing the gum. They're like, fuck.
Big Red hurt.
Yes.
Big Red hurt to chew that shit.
That's true.
What was the one? Remember the Big Red's kiss a little longer, hug a little longer, say goodbye a little longer with Big Red?
Longer with Big Red.
How many ideas do you think got scrapped? Like, look, that's a great song, but you can't say rape a little longer. They don't want that. Take a diarrhea shit a little longer is not acceptable.
Those are the scribbled out ones on the page.
Exactly. Molest a kid a little longer. It does flow, yes, but it's not appropriate.
It's below kiss with a line through it.
Yes. Commit hate crimes a little longer. It sounds too good. We have to go with that.
The jingle writer was brilliant, but he was just twisted. So they had to fish through all his
bad ones.
Right, just to find the real good ones.
Kiss a little longer, good. Cut your wrists a little longer, no.
No, we can't do that one, sir. I'm sorry.
Big Red also had that hillbilly one. It was like the truck driver chew the gum called Big Red with the bold, clean bite and the big, strong flavor that's bound to treat you right. Big Red.
I don't remember that one.
Jesus, we stop.
Jesus. Yeah.
Sorry. I just have commercials in my head all day long. It never goes away.
I don't remember that one.
Never goes away. They play endlessly in a loop in my brain.
Best song in a commercial ever. Let's never discuss that.
Thank God.
That's a subject we will never, ever discuss.
Never. I say the Coca-Cola by the world of Coke. That's my opinion. Let's end it.
That like to teach the world to sing?
Yeah.
Faggot.
And we stumped.
Why am I a faggot? Because I happen to like a bunch of hippies with candles.
Ugh.
I wanted to learn to sing. Thank
They
you.
want to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Perfect harmony. Ugh.
That's true.
We stumped Danny. He can't find the top 10 gums of all time.
Nope.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I could find people's opinions.
Like yours on radio wave travel?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Instead of fact.
He said calculations would need to be made.
well, yeah, sure.
Danny will go to his lab and start calculating.
Exactly.
I actually we have to calculate a new keg into my fucking bar today. Ran out of Bud Light.
Uh-oh.
Ouch. And the Guinness one's getting a little light, and my ice maker is broken.
Jesus, how much beer are you guys drinking? Holy
A lot
shit.
of fucking
Kegs
beer.
and kegs.
Kegs of beer.
You're not having massive parties. It's mostly you two.
I know. The guy
And a
that
few
delivers
guests
it
here and
laughs
there.
at us. The guy that delivers the kegs laughs now when he comes down.
Oh, yeah,
he
that's
just
right.
starts laughing.
I remember when I was there for a delivery one day, and I just felt like messing with the guy. So
That
I was
means
like,
there were many deliveries.
Oh,
That's what's
yeah,
so
yeah,
fucked
a bunch
up.
of deliveries.
I was
Oh, yeah.
there for one of the deliveries one day.
Hell yeah.
I was just like, he's like, he drinks a lot of beer, huh? And the guy was just like, yeah.
And all those guys are alcoholics by nature.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Just brought it down.
Oh, the beer guys are the best guys to party with. Fuck.
I got a Guinness keg sitting on Ready 5. It's on Ready Reserve waiting to go in. And then the Bud Light, I think, is coming today.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Break time.
Nice when the new keg rolls in. Yes, take a little break, and then we'll come back and have some more fun.
Man, that bomb, right? It was like an iPod, but it wasn't. And that's what son.
It's okay, Mike, in North Carolina.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, you're right.
What's going on?
We're just laughing. Like,
What happened?
We're all comparing dicks. I thought mine was the biggest. Ant's by far was the biggest.
I had to plump it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not mine, Jim's.
Yeah. Anthony was he was equal to 2 bladders, me, and 3 Dannys. Couldn't believe it. Sorry, Dan.
You guys were having a little
the
chit-chat.
smallest weenie.
You guys were having a little chit-chat with the boss. What was that about?
Just talking about radio.
Regular radio and how fucking awful it is. And how they're continually trying to change formats to find what works, and none of it's working.
Well, this came from the fact that there's a very strong rumor that our old station in Boston, BCN, because those guys knew better up there, they're changing formats today.
I don't believe
Again.
it. I think they're fucking around like they were that one day.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this seems
I got
like
$20.
the real deal.
$20 that says they're not fooling around.
I think this is the real deal, yo.
And we said the last thing that worked like that, because they're going to like FM Sports.
FM Sports.
It stinks.
Can suck a bag of dicks.
Who the fuck wants to listen to that?
This is what happens in radio.
Mm-hmm.
Someone comes up with a brand new format, and it works in some city or town.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, all of radio copies that format, thinking it's going to work in their city.
Throwing it in, 50 cities, one company. They all blow up all the stations and do exactly what the one station did, and it fails.
Yeah. So the new one is this FM Sports. There's a couple cities.
It's on
wow. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Hello.
Sorry.
I saw it
completely
at the same time you
distracted.
did.
It's like, Jesus.
Who, Sotomayor?
No. Jesus, that's on the other TV,
You're
Jimmy.
looking at the wrong television,
Oh, okay.
Jim.
Don't make that mistake
I called her
again.
Hugo from Lost last night. On Red Eye. I should have got a bigger laugh.
Oh, that is
Got a big laugh here.
That's
Look
funny.
at the tits. Why are you talking to the old broad when you got Tits McGillicuddy on your left?
Love that one.
It's the dumbest one ever.
Holy shit.
Oh, and then she just ran away.
Live.
Oh, hello.
People have been asking me all morning. I'm open and I'll finally. My episode.
So anyway,
Oh,
Anthony.
no.
This FM Sports, they're going to try it in Boston because
tonight.
But Jimmy.
Oh, that's good news, Jimmy.
Thank you.
So FM Sports.
But I didn't hear Jimmy.
You
What?
heard him.
He did.
We all hear him.
10 o'clock.
What happened?
10 o'clock, really?
Tonight.
Wait, now I need to know what it is.
What is it?
Oh, all of a sudden someone needs to know. They're re-airing my episode of Z-Rock tonight at 10 o'clock on IFC because I think it did.
Dude, I fucking...
Why are you screaming at me?
Because
Language.
I got a nice copy of Z-Rock to bring home. I don't know where it is.
Well, tonight on
DVR it tonight.
IFC, yeah.
All right, so that's good. 10 o'clock tonight, IFC.
Yeah, it was. People
Jimmy's
seem to
episode of
like it,
Z-Rock.
and I'm very insecure about my
Yes,
acting. But
very
I think
funny.
in this one, it went pretty well, considering
Yeah.
most of it was improv.
When you bust through the paper and it's Jim the Animal Norton, it's uncontrollable laughter.
Do I look
can't-
stupid?
Yes. You look like a jamoke.
But it's good. But you play good stupid. Good stupid.
No, it's really funny,
Thank
man.
you.
Really funny.
Thank you.
10 o'clock tonight.
So FM Sports.
Dude, it's awful. Who wants to
So-
listen to that all day?
No, so what happens is, it works in one city, so they all decide to do it because they're just all lemmings in regular radio. And I don't know. I mean, if it's true that BCN's going, all sports, they have a powerhouse sports station up there that they might even own.
Yeah,
Isn't
what are they?
EEI maybe this whole thing's horseshit.
I think it's horseshit. The only shot regular radio had was to be, I think, news, you're always going to need a certain amount of that. And talk, because you can't get that on an iPod, and they fucking cut the balls off of all male talk. Don't do any Asian impressions.
Yeah.
It was just these jizz bags running regular radio, and that's why it stinks.
Yep.
It's unlistenable.
We were officially the last ones to get kicked out of regular radio. Anyone else left is just a hack.
Yeah, a lot of them are. A couple of them I still like.
Oh, because you have to do their shows.
Not at all. Well, yes, part of it. But no, Toucher and Rich I think are funny, man. I don't think those guys are hacks. There's a few guys I think are genuinely funny. But even them, I think they're one market.
All right, EEI,
guys that do very well in market.
EEI is Entercom and BCN is CBS Radio. So maybe they're setting up for
Oh, really?
a sports battle.
Little battle up there?
Yep.
Q104.3
here in New York City is pushing their website, or this website, like crazy, saveyourradio.org.
Shut up.
No, that's a bad one. That's where the fucking lawyers are getting involved in trying to get regular radio stations to to pay to play music.
Oh, right.
And that will put most radio stations out of business.
Yeah, good.
I
fuck
guess
'em.
so. How about satellite, though? Will the satellite be affected by that?
They were already paying ridiculous royalties.
Really?
Yeah. Satellite pays ridiculous amounts of money for royalties that regular radio doesn't have to pay.
Why not?
Radio,
they kind of
wanted to
grandfathered in.
dude.
Fuck them.
You
Dude,
know?
radio in 5 years, everyone will be paying for radio.
Yeah,
it's
in
just
one way or
going that
another.
way.
Yep.
It's just going
Whether
that
it's
way.
part of your phone bill, if you're
Something.
listening on your phone or
Satellite
online,
radio,
something, yeah.
your iPhone,
Some kind of subscription.
whatever. Yeah,
Good. They should have
regular
to pay.
radio. They'll figure it out. I'm telling you, that's where the whole business is going because the stupid lawyers had to get their grubby mitts involved.
And advertising is
Because
just
it amazes
down the
me.
shitter.
I don't really. I'm not a fan of regular radio, but it amazes me what's happening to them. Where now the record companies, everything got together, and they want all these radio stations to pay to play their music when playing their music is great marketing for that particular artist.
That was supposed to be
That's
the
what
thing.
amazes me.
Quid pro quo was the deal.
Sure.
The radio station would play your records. They would get ratings, which they could then turn into revenue through sales. The record company gets their records played, which makes them popular, which makes people buy records. So it was kind of a even-Steven thing. Now they're looking to make them pay to play the records.
I would love to hear the other side of that argument.
I think I might have it.
I think because there's so many venues now that they don't need the fucking radio stations to play their records to make hits out of them anymore. So now they could see another revenue stream, which is the stations paying for the fucking right to play them the record.
It's not the only game in town. Like you could a record company or an artist's YouTube page could realistically put out a single and have it get huge.
Exactly.
You don't need the radio.
In the older days, the getting a station to play your record was what made or broke your fucking record. That was it. If the station didn't play it, that's why payola was such a huge thing. They'd go in, these record companies, pay the jock money and go, here's the record, play it. The jock could pocket the fucking money and play the record because they knew how important it was to get radio airplay. Now, radio airplay, it's not important.
Wow, you just turned me. Fuck regular
But
radio.
dude, it's not
Fuck
just
them, the
that.
assholes.
It's also there's so many ways to copy music now.
Right.
On digital with like all these AOL things on the iPhone, you could just go on there and start grabbing music and digitally copy it from regular radio. Like 20 years ago, it was a fucking cassette tape.
The record companies just know though that it's not the only game in town. So why give it to them for free?
Right. Fuck radio.
When they
They're
can
right.
make they can make a few more shekels.
Fuck them right in their fart boxes.
They're right. I agree with the artist on this. Good.
What about
See
the
radio-
fart box comment? You agree with that too?
I do, but more. I couldn't think of words to say.
I concur.
I just ran out of words.
Some of the most viewed YouTube videos of all time is just music. It's songs.
Like what song?
Avril Lavigne, the girlfriend.
No.
121 million
No,
views.
that's not popular.
121
Holy shit,
million
really?
views.
What's the song, Denny?
On that
Girlfriend?
one.
Yeah, I could.
I just don't know it.
You know this
She was
song.
the girl I was going to mention earlier. She's on stage and all sweaty. I wouldn't mind that at all. Avril,
She's your
sweaty
type.
Avril Lavigne.
She's definitely your type.
Yeah.
All right, wait.
I heard this is shitty.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey, what?
Exactly.
I didn't say she was good. I just said if she was sweaty. I like her slutty eyes. She's talking to me through the computer.
Wow, that's Mickey right there.
I know.
Why is every song... That Tony Basil was onto something, huh? You know how many songs sound like Mickey?
What is she? Why is she doing that whiny voice?
Because it gets 121 million views on YouTube.
All right.
You should ask that the one that gets 2,100 views, not the one that gets 121 million.
Good point.
Why is she doing that? An enormously successful, worldwide popular thing.
I am an asshole.
You're a fool.
You're a fool. Jesus.
Ask that to the guy with fucking 11 hits.
Oh, God
You're a fool.
And that's not just some guy's YouTube channel that's putting that out. I mean, that's RCA Records. That's their YouTube channel that's putting that out.
That's pretty cool.
It's a smart,
All right,
very smart
then
thing.
fuck regular radio.
Yeah, I agree, dude. The way regular radio has treated the jocks and the artists in the last couple of years, fucking douching everybody. And it's easy to complain because we got fucking booed. But so did Steve Dahl, and he was doing well. And even Likas, who I don't like, but you know what? He was successful. Corolla.
Yeah, Corolla.
Everyone's getting fucked in regular radio.
Because they couldn't afford the salaries anymore. And we weren't really asking for that much.
Exactly.
Relatively speaking.
They don't support the talent. They do nothing but cut your balls off. They took away everything that made the show fun. They stink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did suck.
Oh, it was awful.
Their money making, their revenue stream is advertising. Advertising for regular radio is drying up.
You know what?
People just aren't. There's again avenues that advertisers are looking at, and the internet huge.
You know, we're so distraught. I think we should go home now.
Really?
I don't disagree, Ope.
Yeah.
I'm a little.
I don't
distraught,
disagree.
To tell you the truth.
I'm hurting.
Are you hurting?
Hurting.
You're
I'm hurting a little bit.
I'm frightened.
Anthony's frightened.
Yeah.
Frightened.
I'm gonna hide behind something like blanket. I'm gonna
a Nazi flag.
Here's blanket.
Blanket hates the light.
Wait a minute.
Like he's a monster.
I gotta be all scared. Just one eye looking up. Little blanket or like this.
No, this is blanket here.
Do a blanket
There's
impression.
too much
Let
of
me
you being
see.
shown.
Yeah.
Okay. Show me blanket. It's just one eye. One little eye.
Help! My father was a woman and a weirdo. Help! I'm Ted the Blanket.
You're not Ted.
I'm very shy.
Blanket hates the light. Let's never forget. Well, we got a Voss and Bonnie thing. Voss and Bonnie, it has to be said, they were great yesterday.
How funny is Bonnie, man? Voss was killing too, but God, she makes me fucking laugh,
That
man.
fucking
She can hang with the
broad
big boys.
is funny.
She's hilarious. She's just funny, man.
She is so sarcastic, and the way she treats Rich is brilliant.
But Voss is also really quick.
Oh, yeah.
And he just fucking buried her in something from Target, and so's your outfit. Her shitty Target outfit.
Yeah, they just bash each other.
Yeah, they're good. They're probably better as friends. They probably fuck like once every 8 months.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to those two. They should be divorced. They should just be buddies. I think Voss is gay.
Everyone in the room, right? Do Bonnie, right?
Yes, as far as her being attractive enough, absolutely. But she's my friend's wife, and I have such a creepy thing.
Yeah.
I can't even jerk off to my friend. I can't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's pretty enough, certainly. If she wasn't dating that bag of shit.
I don't give a shit about
I'm
Voss
married to
at all.
Why don't you just push him out of the way?
I'd fucking.
You're single.
I'd bang Bonnie in a second.
I always knew that.
She pumped the Voss
What are you
baby
doing?
out.
Why'd you take that picture down, Dan?
Put it back up, Dan.
What picture?
What picture?
The picture that was just up there.
Let me see.
What picture?
All right.
Holy shit.
Who is that?
Side boob happening.
Side boob.
What is
on
Emma doing?
little-
That's Emma, right?
Yeah.
We saw the panty malfunction the other day.
What?
Dan, let's see.
Whoa.
Let's see, Dan.
Find it.
How old is she?
This is Emma from.
I think she's like 19.
19.
okay,
She's
cool.
old
Emma
enough
from
now.
Harry Potter showing a little side boob.
Emma
Harry
Thompson?
Potter. Yes, Emma Watson.
Oh, Emma Watson. She fucking emailed me.
Shut up.
All right.
Where is it now?
Right.
Know what bit I love? We were talking about YouTube. Evolution of the Dance is quite enjoyable. But also Jeff Dunham videos. They're just terrific.
Did they get a lot of views?
Oh God.
They get a lot of views, right?
90 million on his Ahmed the Dead bit.
What?
Thank you, Scott Martin from Japan, of all places, to
90.
remind me how god-awful this video is, and everybody's watching it. 90 million fucking views.
Is it as good as Fred Travalena?
It's right up there.
Fucking love Fred Travalena.
Would
Yeah,
you
what
like
a
to-
great loss.
The man of 1,000 voice.
Would you like to hear a little? Would you like to hear Jeff Dunham's
No,
bit?
I wouldn't. I have nothing against
It's
Jeff
not even
either.
a visual. I don't know why it's a YouTube video because it's not a visual.
All right.
I mean, his puppet is like like a skeleton as a fucking
Is it?
as a terrorist. It's like a terrorist
it?
skeleton, and it talks.
Uh-huh.
You haven't seen this video yet?
Why would I don't watch fucking anything.
And then we'll go back to Emma's snatch. Absolutely.
Oh, wait. Come on.
You're
It's
so
right
close
there.
to finding the what?
Oh, shit.
Wow.
All right, open that fucker up.
She can't. It's a picture.
Oh, she's a cider.
She's frozen in time, man. She can't do anything. That's it right there.
Be great if she was walking, just shitting like a horse, like a small pony as she jogged. Big blocky hash duties are falling out and hitting the back of her ankle. She was in full trot.
And she has a dope leak. What's wrong?
Her running for her life in a field while she shits. That's my dream. It's my nightmare.
But she has a dopey publicist running after her with a shovel and a bucket, cleaning it up. Because there's a big premiere waiting to happen.
Shit.
She's
She's
late
wearing
for the red
big
carpet.
panties there, isn't she?
No, those
No.
are those fucking
Boy shorts, brother.
boy shorts.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell from this distance.
They're white too.
Wow.
But her little quiff is all crumped up in them.
We need a girl to tell us exactly what they are.
Holy shit. Right? Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Kenny. Where's my dildo with marmalade on it? I specifically asked for that.
It's in my pants.
All right, let's go to Jeff Dunham's great video. I mean, 90 million views. It's worth a.
It's got to be, right? It's got to be good. 90 million?
Anthony, one of the biggest videos of all time for YouTube.
Damn.
Yeah.
Then it's got to be good.
It kills your video that did a solid 3.5 million.
3.5 mil is all I got.
Oh, which one is that? Is that the 90 million one? Here we go.
Ahmed, the dead terrorist.
Ahmed, the dead terrorist. Here we go, guys.
Come on.
See? It's a skeleton because he's dead. But he has a turban on, making him look like a terrorist. Here's Jeff Dunham.
They can't stop laughing.
Good evening, Ahmed. Good evening. Infidel.
See?
You're a terrorist. Yes, I am a terrorist. What kind of terrorist? A terrifying terrorist.
All right, can you pause this for a second? Let's play a little game called "How Long Until We Actually Chuckle," because this video is almost a minute in, and not one of us have got
not a legitimate chuckle.
Right, 48 seconds in. This bit is 10 minutes long. We're not going 10 minutes.
I like the fact that he's calling him Ahmed, and I like the fact that he has a turban on, though. That I like.
All right, where's the
You
laugh,
like it on
though?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Political principle you like.
As a puppet act doing
right.
that, yes.
All right, here we go.
As a puppet act.
Not really, no. And now? Not really, no. How about now? No? God damn it. Oh!
Not a bad line.
I mean, Allah, damn it.
All right, a little
Silence! I kill you!
He is murdering.
So, Ahmed, no, it's Ahmed. That's what I said. No, you said Ahmed. It's Ahmed. Silence! I kill you!
It's not as bad as I want it to be.
I know, it's fine.
I'm not laughing, but
it's enjoyable.
Is it
I guess if you're in the crowd.
How do you
Is
spell
it 90 million views
No.
enjoyable? That's what
No.
I'm getting at.
How do you spell your name? Oh, let's see. A C Slim. Silence!
The
He
people
is
are
fucking destroying.
He's
That's who they'll throw
killing.
me on after. That's what I'd have to follow at a fucking at some corporate event.
Yeah.
They go, Jeff Dunham just wants to do 10 minutes, and you go up and do 40, and bury me. I'd go up and get a 0.
But Jimmy, you're an expert. Do the laughs match the material?
It's hard to say. That's too subjective. Is it my style?
But the whole crowd is losing it over those lines.
Well,
like you said, you said not bad. That line's not bad. But these people are losing it like they're seeing, Pryor back in the day.
I have a different humor, though. Like, they would probably watch my act and say atrocious, horrendous, Dakota who?
Right.
That's their style. So if that's your style...
Well, I mean, look what's the top of the movie box office every week. With
Yeah.
shit like
Pop
Mall
Art.
Cop.
I
I
mean,
mean, who
it's-
the fuck's watching that?
People like silly
Bruno,
stuff.
you know.
People like silly stuff.
I didn't see it. Can't tell you.
I ain't watching it now. Fucking guy blows off our show. Fuck him.
Not him. It's
No way. No how.
Bruno.
I don't watch the movie now.
Anything rabbit do, Bruno do better.
That's what I do. Jesus, this Shakira in a cage.
Oh, she's a singer, right?
Hips don't lie.
Yeah, fucking Pete and those guys have her.
Look at this video of her.
Holy
in a cage.
shit. What is she doing in a cage?
She has like a bodysuit.
Oh,
on,
she's
so
like a tiger. She's making the growling face.
She got a bodysuit on. She looked naked.
She looks naked in a cage.
All right.
With a little belt or something on.
She-wolf.
They ought to glue a big tuft of hair by her pussy.
They really should.
Bodysuit.
A Juan Epstein wig under her underpants.
That'd be fantastic.
Wouldn't that be great? She had a big giant bush. She couldn't even do push-ups properly. Like her feet and hands wouldn't touch the floor like she was laying on an exercise ball with her giant mound of vaginal hair. It's awful.
What's this?
It's terrible, is what it is.
Is this her latest song, She Wolf?
Oh.
Yeah, this is She Wolf.
Auto-tuning again, right?
This is awful. I want to dance like a robot to this.
This sucks. Auto-tuning.
This is what I hear when E-Rock bumbles down the hallway.
Bumble. Where's that bumbling fool today?
He's horrendous.
Have you seen him?
No.
I haven't seen him.
I've seen him once.
All right, let's move on. Fuck this. So, Richard...
I want to cave in.
What?
The girl's head that does the Progressive Insurance commercials. Just had to say that.
Why? Because her lips are so red and juicy?
Cave her head in.
Why?
What's wrong with
There's
her?
something I hate about her. I just hate her. Who is she?
That's funny. There's something I like about her.
Really?
Why would you like her, Dad?
You guys ought to get your own show. Call it Agree to Disagree.
I want to fuck the Progressive Insurance girl.
Do you? Her name is Flo.
That's right.
Who is she? Show some pictures like who she really
You
is.
don't count, though, Danny. You jerk off to the Aflac duck. Anything with insurance gets your little dick hard.
Yeah, jerk off to Gilbert Godfrey doing the impression.
The Geico fucking lizard.
Oh, he loves it.
Spanking out.
Anything with insurance, Danny just comes immediately.
Those hairy cavemen.
Wow, she's...
Danny, look, a hand. It's an Allstate.
Why the fuck?
Think about it jerking me off.
You digging her?
You're really digging her?
Dude, I don't know
She's
why.
doing a little lip snarl there. That's
why.
kind of... I just want to fucking bat her over the head like a baby seal. Who is she? Comedian?
I think she's Wendy Jo Sperber.
She's dead.
Is she really?
Yeah, she died of the old breast cancer.
Oh, I didn't know
Wendy
that.
Jo Sperber.
Who's she?
She was in Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies, isn't that? What a coincidence.
Oh, Jesus.
But
Bosom's word buddies after all.
But she was also the sister in Back to the Future, by the way. Thank you.
That was our Wendy Jo Sperber break.
Yes. Very
Bosom
quick.
enemies.
Oh, who is she? Oh, that's her?
Name is, yes, Stephanie Courtney. Let me see what else I can
See what she looks like without the stupid makeup on, and maybe you'll have something going. Because I'm looking at that other picture. She doesn't look as cave-inable. Everyone's seen these stupid commercials. They're everywhere.
I haven't seen them.
It's like the same
everywhere.
One, the same like publicity.
All right, well, blow it up.
Keeps popping up.
All right, let me see.
Get out of here.
She's very average.
She's not cave-inable, though.
No, in the commercials, she's cave-inable.
Oh, guys, Wendy Williams
Wendy?
has just...
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
All right.
look at her. All
Let's
right.
see how sassy she gets.
We can't listen to the audio, unfortunately.
Damn.
But she just waved and she had fucking... The skin of her arms went flying back and forth. What? We can do
No, look. What? Someone from the audience comes up and hugs her? Is that a big thing?
You get to hug a monster. That's their new bit, hug a monster.
What you don't know about Marlena, our connection. Tell our connection. You're shaking like a leaf.
Oh, I'm a little nervous.
No, don't be nervous.
This is live.
I know. Mistakes allowed.
Okay, thank you. Well, can I tell him that?
Yes, go.
I've been watching you for 10 years.
No, listening. I just got
listening.
here.
You're right. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
my
It was
God,
the nervous
this
part
dummy.
talking.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been listening to you for 10 years.
You both got
Big
fat
fan. You're
asses?
my inspiration through this.
And I'll tell you the rest. She is 25 years old, Marlena is, and she is in stage 2 breast cancer. Have a seat, studio
Holy
audience.
shit.
Did you have a lump? Or
Tell me you inadvertently hit something or something fell.
I was obviously misdiagnosed. It's been going on for years. So I caught a cold. I went to a doctor. Long story short, diagnosed me and staged me at stage 2. I've already had lumpectomy, and I had 2 biopsies, and I start chemo in a month.
So she's doing all this with a great attitude and 4-inch heels.
Yes.
Be more funny.
You stopped dating for a moment, and
right.
you had to leave your job.
Right.
So life is altered
You know
a bit
what?
for you, but
Yes.
This is
Wow.
awareness to everyone. Then
Wow,
you're never
great,
too young
Wendy.
to start self-checking,
Nice opener.
Right.
and then follow
Wonderful
it up with
opener.
the doctor.
How you gonna follow this?
Yeah.
Darling.
Yeah.
Go over there and have a seat, Marlena.
Thank
you,
you.
and welcome to
Thank
the show.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Time for hot
You
topics.
know what? I don't want to know about someone else's fucking problem
Now
like
she
that.
goes to Hot Topics stuff.
Hot
good.
topics.
What else?
All right, the monster's sitting down on a chair now.
Well, I thought I would give you a little Stepford wife today.
She's got oversized furniture to make her smaller.
You don't want to know where this wig was last night when I got in from partying. I had such a great day yesterday. I'll tell you in a moment where I found it, though, as I scurried around. In the meantime, here's the big
wig?
deal.
Well, she's
This
out of
Jessica
breath.
Simpson thing is affecting me. I am taking this personally because, first of all, you know that our beautiful country girl wants nothing more than to have those big loving arms around her of one man. She's not like slutty Jessica Simpson. At least she doesn't portray that. You know, she's a one-woman kind of man. I think she rushed that relationship with Tony Romo. She rushed it along.
Boring.
Yes. The eve of her 29th birthday, and he breaks up with her. So she's devastated. Scheduled the next day. My opinion on that is that her go-to girls must have gone and went. I know Ashley, her sister, is busy with Melrose Place. And CeCe Cobb is busy with the black guy from Scrubs. She's been dating him for a while. I can't think of his face on. Donald Faison.
Oh, my
They make a cute
God.
couple. They've been together for a while.
Who gives a
but
shit?
She has no BFFs.
That's what our
Who
listeners are saying.
around
That's
to,
what our
tell
listeners
her,
are
you know,
saying.
happy
My
party. And by
God,
the way,
this fucking
she's very,
monster.
Very body, confident.
Eat
In
somebody.
horizontal stripes.
I can point out what might be the issue here.
Yeah.
She's good on the radio.
body, though,
She's
right? Like
fucking.
the rest of us
But
in
it's
the
when you got a
stripes.
radio
Wow.
person doing TV.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sometimes on radio you
happy
have a little
birthday,
more
Jessica,
time.
from one cancer to
You got to kind of
another.
tighten it
I
up for
know
TV.
what things
Point
like
wise.
that
She sounds a
do
lot
us.
taller on the
Why?
radio.
But you know what? Come on the show.
But
Let's talk about him. I'm just playing. Let's talk about what else you're doing besides living and loving. Another thing.
Is
oh,
her
by the
show
way, you
just
know, she
started? Is this a
previously
brand new
dated
show
John
or just
Mayer, who,
when's
you
it-
know,
when's
that-
the
I think that was
premiere?
the wrong
She's
fit from the
so
gate.
uncomfortable
And
in front of the
now
TV.
Nick
She's
is
nervous,
with
yeah,
Vanessa
she's just-
Minnello, her ex-husband. So maybe, just maybe, you never know. Good luck, though. All right, so my favorite little sister in the world. Did I ever tell you this? I know I just got
No.
here, but for people who've been from the... Solange Knowles, I love her. She's my favorite little sister because she defends Beyonce to the end. So people are getting tired of Beyonce, and I've been hearing this for quite a while. I can never tire of Beyonce or Sasha Fierce. My niece and I were talking about it earlier this morning, and we both agreed.
Jimmy just
we like
reviewed the show.
more
Is
in
that
the
his
last
asshole?
years. Married, and she clearly knows how to do
Jimmy
separation.
squarely just
Sasha's
pulled
on
his
stage,
pants down,
and Beyonce
spread his ass
is,
cheeks,
you know,
Put it right
out
up
of the
against
street
the mic.
from Barney's or
juicy
whatever. There are a
farted.
lot of people that don't separate the two, like Rihanna.
Sam, what do you
Rihanna
got?
always
Sam,
looks
so this is the good stuff
ready
that
to
you like
grab a
listening to.
microphone.
This is the
Which is
fucking
not a
show.
slight.
This
Been
is
on the radio.
This is it.
This is not the radio show,
I
but
don't give a shit.
she's actually she did like a 2-month summer run last.
I thought she was on
summer,
already,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they gave her a trial run of 8 weeks already
You are far out of
last
line.
summer.
Now that was
Let me
the
tell you
nice
something.
read. Kiss
I'm
both of our girls.
kind of from the school of doing a little
If you
visual
don't like
medium
it,
myself.
now,
Let's
back to
just
your
leave it at
regularly
that.
I've heard.
scheduled programming.
And
This is smart,
there's a
right?
big difference
Says, I'm back
between
to
doing radio and then doing that.
Yeah.
She ain't doing it.
You got to get to the point a little quicker. You don't have as much time to kind of meander on TV. That's all it is. You just.
Yes.
I like to say meander.
Oh,
I'm not pandering. I'm just saying, you know, I like you.
All right.
And with a
she's-
live audience, something that's not getting a
I'm
laugh.
Charity.
Oh, questions
And
from
as
the
far
audience.
as the
Hopefully
whole
they ask
gossip
monster questions.
thing about Tony and
She's
Jessica
cute, too.
Simpson, I think she's just a little bit confused. And if I was her, I really wouldn't cancel my 29th
Cancel.
birthday, especially if it's a Barbie thing.
Especially.
And especially
How can you
everybody
cancel your
I know is
29th
coming
birthday?
to it. I
What are
don't
you,
think
going to
it's
blow up the world?
That's another
Kill
thing. Thank
yourself.
you for reminding me. And good
welcome.
comment. It was a Barbie.
No, it wasn't a
Ken
good
thing.
comment.
She was kind of pushing it hard. Like, no, God, but still, not awe.
Redding wants to know
She
if
shouldn't have-
T.J.
she shouldn't
Miller is
have brought him into the
videotaping
Ken
himself
thing
running away
unless
from
he
Wendy
likes
Williams.
that. Anyway, and you said,
yes.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm Donnie. I want to
He's
talk about
gay.
the whole Solange thing.
No, he's
because
not.
I'm friends with her on Twitter.
I say he's
And when
gay.
I was reading
No,
it,
he's
I
Raj
was
from
like,
What's Happening.
But like when I was reading
What's
it, I was
happening?
like,
There's a big
Solange is
dick in your
truthful.
ass.
Like, why
You're
are you
gay.
doing this on Twitter? You know what I'm saying? And it's like I know deep down inside she probably does kind of hate Beyonce because you know Matthew's pushing Beyonce and not her. But I think we're all getting a little tired of Beyonce. I mean, like
Are we?
she's always performing like, the same stuff
I
all
bet
the time.
you were tired of her.
I am not tired of Beyonce.
I mean, she's just a bit bored to me these days, Wendy.
I know. No.
Let the cocksucker talk.
And I am also not believing in my heart of hearts that Solange is jealous. Solange gets all the extra, offspring attention
Is this right, Sam?
from Jay-Z and Beyonce. Solange has good music. Did you listen to
I
her
agree with
CD?
Wendy on that
Oh,
point.
you do?
Yeah. On the radio,
All right.
Something,
Fruit.
baby, don't
Oh,
blow me
she's
away.
shaking.
I saw her perform it on Tyra. Cute. Anyway,
She goes
she's
to the
got her own
paper.
style. She's
Yeah.
falling
She keeps
out
going
in
to the
airports
paper.
and twittering. No, I like her.
On her table.
I like her. But
I like
thank
that
you, though,
oversized
sir.
furniture to make it look small.
Okay, let me tell
That's
you.
true,
All
though.
right, I found the wig.
Oh, where was that
in
wig?
an empty bag of Doritos, wallowing at the bottom of the crumbs last night. Okay.
Did you really?
Because you know how
Oh,
you go
damn.
out and you have fun with your friends and whatnot, and then you come in, you want a late night snack, but my late nights are really early. Like
Late night
I got in
snack
last
for
night
her
at 9:30,
is a pig roast.
Yeah.
wolf down some Doritos, some water, and I
Water,
guess
right.
Hadia, who does my
or a lamb
hair,
that's in the neighborhood.
this is my show wig. Well, one of the many. When I got home, I had it ringing in my head. Okay, we're going to wear this wig throughout the rest of the week, through the rest of the week. So I just took it and put it in the bag, thinking I was going to grab the bag and bring it. It had crumbs, Doritos. I had to shake it out on the lawn this morning, the whole bit. So, because that's just the kind of girl I am, America.
Gonna laugh.
Yeah, come on.
Entertaining the
You
audience.
don't like her at all, though. Like she's kind of just shitty to people, and
I don't like her.
The show, people
I
are
don't
watching,
find her
and I'm
entertaining.
grateful and humbled, and
I-
then I leave the show.
she's pretty brutal
and I
on
went
celebrities.
To,
Oh yeah.
what do you call it? A launch party. It was for my staff here, as well as the suits. The suits. So we were there. The drinks were flowing. The ice sculptures going. Do we have pictures from that?
I bet she's
you
got to
do.
ask.
Oh, celebrity pictures. Well, show who showed up. Jill Zarin. Oh, Ice-T and Coco.
gosh, she's sexy.
Look at Coco's dress. This is the most clothes I've ever seen my Coco. And I've been friends with
should we
Ice-T
turn
and
it
Coco
off?
T.
No,
I'm
She's
enjoying
been
it.
friends with Ice-T and
every
Coco.
bit, yeah. I call her Coco T. Since they've been married and since they've been together about 7 years now. Can I just tell you, don't
What?
be fooled by the huge butt and the boobs.
Vince
She
say for
is
beyond
one of the
Doritos,
nicest,
doesn't she mean she eats a
sweetest
lost villager?
women. She's smart. Trust, she's smart. And she's 30 years old to his 53. They're just a sexy
Toilet
couple.
crusher for Buffalo.
I'll tell you more
What
about
channel
Coco
is
and
this
her
monster from a
shenanigans
Bugs Bunny cartoon on?
I'm naked.
Monsters are such
Coco.
interesting
They're
people.
going to come on the show, too, by the way. Anyway, okay. And Jill Zarin was there.
Who?
New York
What?
Housewives. Look how much weight
From New
Jill
York
has lost.
Housewives.
That's her
Really?
on the red
Wow.
carpet.
All the big
And she brought her
celebrities came out
daughter.
for her debut.
Her daughter she's got eyes like limpid pool. You know those Diaz eyes? You know Cameron Diaz? Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
She's
who
back
else
to a
was there?
paper.
Anyway, lots of people. And
They
Who else
showed
was there?
two fucking.
Lots of
She's
people.
spur of the moment. Wendy is spur of the
They
moment.
showed a
Good
D-lister
food.
and maybe
Anyway,
a
do we have a picture
B-lister.
of the oil tanker?
Maybe.
Oh, no, we don't
Ice-T?
have that. Okay. Sorry.
Ice-T. Come on.
Hi,
legend.
girls.
What year is this?
Law and Order.
Now, what
Twins?
Yes.
is... Ugh.
Sad twins?
give us your wallet, Danny.
No.
You think Wendy Williams is envisioning turkey legs right now? She looks at these still.
Oh, shit.
I love her. I love her music. But I'm her friend on Twitter, and she tweets a little too much. A little too much.
Tweety,
Yes, I
tweety,
like on my
tweety,
phone.
tweet.
I'm in the
tweet.
airport. I miss
Wendy
my
eats a little
husband,
too
my
much,
son.
which is,
I love my sister.
yeah.
Rhyme.
Husband?
Yeah,
You
that's
say
a little
husband, I don't
rhyme.
know what you're
Thank
talking
you.
about.
When's the last time you got a tweet? Whatever.
2 days ago, she said, my baby daddy, my husband, I don't know. She talking, I don't know if they're together or not.
No,
but
no, no.
Baby daddy.
She used the word husband.
She said my husband. Let me get my phone. She said my husband.
All right, I'm tapping.
Can we turn it off now?
I'm
She
tapping.
interacts with her audience.
I'm tapping out.
Can we turn it off now?
We don't know.
But
I
I'm
think her
tapping
audience is our
out.
target demo, though.
I was reading. I don't know.
Yeah, look at that look at that shot right there.
They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
My sister. My sister.
I bring you out of your shells, don't I?
No.
The big mouth, bigger
Looks
sister
like
in
the
your
tolls
head.
are free today, huh, Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Just looking at the audience.
I hate the fucking
Right on
Six
through,
Flags
boys.
commercial.
No one's at the toll booth
The
today.
old man
Shame,
dancing, I
shame.
No.
fucking
Yeah.
hate. It's more.
Same
It's
bag,
not
man,
funny.
same
It's
bag, you
terrible.
observe them in line.
When does this show let out? I want to be out of the city before that happens.
The audience on the show, my co-host, and you.
Can we
just
turn it
so
off now,
informed.
please?
If you're ever in New
Please.
York and you come on the
Kind of
show,
all enjoying
just,
it.
cut a nice figure and come on and be
Cut
ready.
a nice figure.
Yep. Okay, let me just tell you. A couple that I don't like, but I like them individually.
She's going to start sucking on her
I am
wig
with
to get some
Goldie
Dorito
Hawn.
fucking
Somebody's
crumbs
got
off
to
of it.
Stop this Alex Rodriguez, Kate
What?
Hudson thing. It is not cute. There they are. She's driving.
keeps it real?
He's hiding. There they are.
Keeps it real.
This would be an example of that.
A
Dude,
couple
Kate
things
Hudson
about
is
Kate
a
Hudson.
slut.
First of all,
I hope they're headed towards the
saying,
fucking
great
Grand
actress,
Canyon.
love.
What, Dan?
What happened, Dan? Why'd you turn it off?
That was you.
What happened to Wendy?
Haven't you ever? No, don't agree, audience. Don't agree. Do you follow the tabloids and look at the pictures? Who was the boyfriend, Lorraine, with Ryder on the shoulder?
Stephen S. from Bayshore writes,
Armstrong. Okay.
Wendy originally wanted her guest to appear on stage in a huge pot filled with broth and vegetables and a fire lit under it. Didn't fly with the suits, though, man. It's too bad.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
A New York girl, or New York-ish, or something. A girl with grit.
And Dave
like
B.
Dina
from Philly, her
Housewives
shits are
of
the
Jersey,
ticks that fell off the
or even
Cloverfield
Bethany.
monster.
There was a rumor from Housewives New York, or just one of them dames.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we turn it off now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'm done. That contributed nothing to anything I wanted to know. I could turn on anything, a commercial, stupid Maury, fucking C-SPAN is on with their goddamn bullshit. Who cares?
You honestly,
But I might get something out of it. I got nothing out of what we just watched and listened to.
You honestly were not thinking about whether or not Solange was jealous of Beyonce?
I don't fucking... I can't tell you how much I don't give a shit
They're sisters.
about that. I so don't care.
Beyonce's just achieved so much more as far as singing goes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
More importantly,
Wow, do I not care about anything she fucking said.
And more importantly, good news for everybody.
Yeah?
Parking is free today.
Oh, come on.
Because you see,
Yeah.
if you look, and then
Right.
because
Yeah.
similarities
Oh, Jesus.
are.
Oh, damn.
So Rich Voss and Bonnie came in and they killed. And Derek and Steve did a little something with their appearance.
Sometimes the road to a blissful relationship can be bumpy.
Marriage
No one,
is
no
I know
one's
both.
saying that you don't do a lot of stuff.
It's like it's a
I do all
business.
the
It's a
spelling.
machine.
One person's doing the twittering, which is Rich, and the other person is spelling all the words.
It's comedy's most dysfunctional married couple, Voss and Bonnie. If passion is like a roaring fire, then Voss is peeing all over it.
Is he an affectionate guy?
No.
Is he bad with casual, loving touching?
Well, because sometimes he touches you, but it's like a toddler or a monster that doesn't hasn't figured out how to caress.
And why flatter the one you love and the mother of your children when you can shatter her fragile ego? Right, Rich?
Sometimes he calls my ass Margaret Cho's face.
Wow, Rich! So if you think your relationship is doomed, look at Voss and Bonnie and rest a little easier knowing it could be a lot worse.
I remember now what a dick he is. One time I was blowing him quite well, by the way, and he farted. And then he gets
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
I do not hold that in.
Good job with that, Derek and Steve. This guy very mad at us. Brian in South Carolina. Brian.
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Let me just say, I listen to you guys every day. I love you guys. But you guys are so hypocritical sometimes.
You're right, Brian. I couldn't agree more.
Well, I'm not even talking about you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Going back
What?
to the Jeff Dunham thing. Going back to the Jeff Dunham thing. I've heard you guys so many times talking about, oh, this person is too cool for the room. This person is that too cool for the room. But you guys do the same thing. I mean, Jeff Dunham got 90 million hits on his YouTube. He found his own little niche. He's making lots of money. So who cares?
Brian.
You know? I mean, why do you got to bash him? And why do you got to
All right, bro, wait,
a piece of shit just because I think he's amusing?
Brian, you like Jeff Dunham?
I watch him on TV. I don't go searching for him on the internet or anything like that.
I don't. Hold on. I don't.
I do think he's amusing.
I don't mind Jeff Dunham. We've had him on the show and stuff. What the point I guess we were trying to make? You look at a YouTube video that has 90 million views. So we took a peek, and I personally don't get it. I would take a poll that most of our, not most, but a big majority of our listeners don't get it as well. And hold on, and that's why I was asking Jimmy, to look inside this a little deeper, because I mean he was killing on that stage, but I wouldn't find that funny if I was.
And Brian,
there.
I don't think that anybody was being. I don't think Oprah or Ant were being too cool for the room. I think they're both just expressing their opinion.
What did I say, Brian?
I was trying to understand it.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
I'm talking mostly about Opie.
What did I say? I said.
I didn't mention Anthony. I'm sorry if I did.
I said I wanted to hate it a lot more than I did. I thought the guy, but it's not my cup of tea.
But going back to what Opie just said about 90% of your fans wouldn't get. That is so politically incorrect. How could you not think your fans would love it? I think it's. I think that bit it's funny because especially if you go and look at how it happened. That bit's from like 2006 or something, not too long after 9/11. All right, he's
5 years.
He's bashing suicide bombers. It's funny.
Okay,
I
Brian.
think it is.
Brian, that's okay. I'm not trying. It's okay if you find it funny. We're not going to find the same things funny, I'm sure. No, Brian, all I was saying was 90 million views and him killing. I just didn't get it. That's all. That's all. And you explained it. That's as simple as that. It's fine.
Well, I just happen to disagree with. I mean, it's not just that. I mean, I've heard you guys do it before, bashing on somebody who's got a lot of popularity. Even if I don't like it, I mean, who cares? They found their own little niche. They're making lots of money.
Shut up! Well, Brian, that's part. That's part of what the radio show
Brian.
is.
Thank you, Brian.
Trashing things that we like or don't like, or praising things we like.
And Anthony said it wasn't as bad, but what happened?
Well, me and Dan are just looking at Stephanie Courtney, who is the girl from the Progressive Insurance commercials.
She looks way hotter there, by the way.
She looks really cute.
Yeah.
I don't want to bash her head in now. And she's wearing a horror movie T-shirt, so Danny goes, I'm in.
The Exorcist.
She's got big boobies, too, Ann. Look at that.
Well, can you pop her voice up? Let's see what she sounds like and what her act is like.
What do you mean, Nick, the one who, And I'm like, oh, you sure you don't mean Nick or Nick or Mommy Nick or I love Broadway?
Is that funny,
we
Brian,
keep,
in South Carolina?
We can keep the sound down and just look because she's kind of cute.
Just kidding.
She's got nice breasts.
I know she. Now I don't want to bash your fucking head in.
That's really
This
coming
ruined
around.
it. I was really annoyed. See, there she is up on the commercial,
and
there
we're watching,
she is on the screen.
Wow, that's weird.
See, she looks like a bad diner waitress up there, but down there she looks like kind of a cute.
She looks like a girl. She looks like an attainable girl. Like if I ran into her at
Yes!
a bar. And
You could
she was
so
kind of
fucking hook up
She was
with
kind
her.
of buzzed or something. I could probably make out with her in the back somewhere.
Dude, so attainable.
Danny, it's like I always say, every girl's attainable if you have a fake cast.
Just make sure it's F.H. Riley.
That was exactly what I was thinking. She is completely attainable.
Can I go back to that, Brian?
Oh, Brian.
I have a question for Jimmy. Brian, you think Brian from South Carolina, I don't know, likes Jeff Dunham?
I don't think he likes Jeff Dunham.
Really? It sounded like he
loves him.
No, I really don't think he likes him.
Oh, sorry.
Instant feedback. A lot of people saying they didn't get it either, for the record. And a couple saying
He loves him!
Oh, there it is.
I won't allow my bit to be interfered with.
I was going to steal it from
I won't
Jimmy.
allow anyone to take my thunder and run amok with it.
Is that her in a bikini?
No, I doubt it heavily.
Well, then why was it in her pictures?
I'm sure it's someone else named Stephanie.
Well, why don't you look?
Yeah.
Ugh.
That ain't her.
It's not her, and she's good.
Let's see horsey. Jesus.
Some people just take pictures for no fucking reason.
She also is a very hardworking mother of
we're
four.
back to
She
Susan
looks hotter
Smith.
than ever, and blogs all the time on her website, which is called modernmom.com.
Oh, Andrea
Listen
Yates,
and learn,
yes.
ladies.
She likes
Please help
giving
me welcome
baths
the
and calling
beautiful Brooke
911
Burke.
and attending wakes.
Oh, Brooke. She's
Who is that?
She's looking good still.
Is she?
Who's that?
Brooke Burke.
Oh.
She was on Dance with the Stars recently.
Oh, she's nice
Fake
racks.
stupid hug.
Oh, you don't like her fucking toga?
No, I kind of like the.
How you doing?
Hey, what is she doing there?
How great would it be if Brooke just leaned over to one side, lifted her leg, and then diarrhea farted? So like it was trying to be funny on Wendy's show, and then just sharted through her white dress.
Sharded.
Nothing better than a good shit fart.
All right, why don't we move on, Ant? Blogger Marcy Wheeler says blowjob on MSNBC.
Ooh. Marcy Wheeler, is that fucking the Gawker chick? Am I way off?
Or Obama's teleprompter falls down and smashes on the floor during speech.
I think I'm wrong.
Wow, they must have freaked out at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did he do?
Thinking perhaps it was, you know.
Can we do both?
No.
We can do both.
No, you can't, though.
I say blogger first, then Obama.
All
Blogger,
right.
then president.
That's all right.
You know, what do you think, Ant?
Yeah, that sounds good. I was
Blogger,
just looking,
then-
somebody was requesting Obama's.
Okay, we go Obama first.
But that's okay. It's
Which one
just-
do you guys want first?
I want blogger, then president.
Blogger.
All right.
And that's one reason why we took swift and aggressive action in the first months of my administration to
No
pull our
blogger.
economy. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that, guys. To pull our economy back from the brink.
He can't.
Including the largest.
He can't really improv very well.
Anyone that
the
thinks
president.
he's, by the way, anyone who thinks he's the first black president, he just said, "Oh goodness."
Oh goodness! Yeah,
He's my nana,
He should have been like, "What the fuck was that?"
or at least what happened. Not,
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
He's a nerd.
He can't have a moment ever, this guy.
What?
There was no moment there.
No, there should have.
Something
That should have been
shatters.
like
That
funny.
should have been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Instead of sorry about that, and then he continues with his speech.
I will say though,
because everyone there is going to be looking at the floor at the broken glass, right?
Yeah.
he's talking about the global economy in the world, and we expect him to go on an 8-minute riff like he's fucking the Reverend Bob Levy.
All right, good point.
He just looked.
Blogger.
Oh goodness.
Sorry, guys.
Blogger
Sorry, guys.
says blowjob on MSNBC, or Dwight makes a cuckold reference while talking to Andy on The Office.
I say the blogger.
Yeah, I want blogger.
Because cuckolding is
Wait.
fun.
I want cuckolding.
I don't give a fuck.
See, because
if you guys want cuckolding, I found a really cool video you guys can watch.
See, now we got to go cuckolding to set up the cool
I
video
said
from
cuckolding,
Danny.
so it would reverse it, and we would get the one we wanted.
Look, we're not.
But now Danny stepped in with some real cuckolding.
Look, we're not stupid. We know we've lost just about all our audience today. We're just doing this for ourselves.
I'll drop an ethics bomb on you. Would you steal bread to feed your family? Boom!
It's a trick question. The bread is poisoned. Also, it's not your real family. You've been cuckolded by a stronger, smarter male.
No, that's not how it works.
Cuckold.
Sounds like an Eric Pohl.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Danny.
Cuckold.
Holy shit,
What's that
Danny.
about, Danny? There's something going on behind the scenes.
Sounds like I love Eric to death. I love Eric, but like you know,
You know what? You know this clip has been sitting in front of me for 2 months.
Yeah, he'll go like
For
yeah.
what reason?
Well, you just said reason.
Just in case there's a fucking
reason.
So now, you know, anytime anybody else says reason today, Eric will probably pull it, and then 6 months from now we'll play it and go, why did we just play that?
He's going to pull a reason
damn.
ad.
Oh no, we got to hear
He
Earth,
just-
Wind, and Fire
No,
now.
he just goes, Eric likes to go
Anyone?
super deep when he
Reason?
brings
Earth,
stuff
Wind,
to the
Fire?
table.
Okay. Here comes Z-Rock to defend himself. Look at him. He's in defensive mode as he marches down the hall. Oh, this could be good.
Well, it takes him a long time to get
No
there.
shit. Hi,
Hi,
Eric.
Eric.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Not my pull.
Not your pull.
No.
All right.
Who
Here
pulled
comes
that?
Pass the Buck. I love to pass the buck.
I don't know, but apparently this was so important for me to come down here to express this.
Oh,
no,
what do you mean by that?
I was cutting something else up, and somebody said, "Oh, they're talking about you. Go in there."
hero?
So that's what I did.
What were you cutting into?
Cutting something else up. A hero.
They're yummy.
Ice cream.
I know they are.
They are tasty.
But just the fact that that's what you would classify as work is just funny. Anthony said that. He's cutting something else.
What are you cutting up? What are you cutting up?
Other production and stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, that was not my fault.
I wish it was your wrist. Sorry, Rocky. No.
There he goes.
What were you cutting up, though?
Just various production for some other stuff. Nothing of importance to mention on the air here.
Well, one time Jeff Dunham was on an episode of Star Search in 1988, and Eric was going to pull that for you because Jeff Dunham came up today.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh,
good question.
Yeah, Danny, explain.
No, I'm just saying.
Does E-Rock have a tendency of...
He likes
what?
to go
Fight,
super deep.
Fight a dummy and a white.
No, Eric likes to go deep. He
Who's
goes
who?
deep.
I didn't say a drunk and a white. Would have been me.
Go ahead, E-Rock. Danny's saying that basically you're just a bum who looks for keywords and pulls shitty
Can't we
audio.
all just
Go.
get along and watch a good cuckold video?
Go.
Basically, Danny's implying that you wouldn't know a good video if you almost accidentally ate it. Go.
Holy shit.
Okay, but I don't pull any of that stuff. That's all Danny and Sam's position. not
Ooh,
mine.
what's that? Your weight around here? Get it? You don't pull any.
Why'd you push him?
Yeah, that's right. He can't. He's a
like
bully.
Jimmy.
E-Rock bullies me. Cool.
Fire.
Grab some bully audio. Fool. Chew it up. It'll be Wooly Bully the song. Because you guys said bully, remember? Gotcha.
You just call him a fool.
He is.
You can't just call him a fool.
Sure I can. He is.
The funniest part is people are like actually trying to do something.
Exactly.
And it's just shit all over.
Cutting
them.
something up. We know it's not a rug, fat boy.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
man.
my God. It's right, though. They're working their balls off, and we don't give a shit.
Just shit on everybody. That's what this whole fucking show is.
They just want recognition that they're working for the show, and we just won't acknowledge it. Yes, Sam.
Sam can't fucking get away without shitting on him.
Because, well, now that that's all over, now that E-Rock has been thrown under the bus for it, I figured I'd come in and let you know that, oh, you asked me to pull that for the show. So I just wanted to let
You know
E-Rock
what?
take some heat for it, and then I know.
In all fairness, someone... Oh, now I know.
Uh-oh.
Someone tweeted that to me, and I said, oh, okay, it has to be good
Oh,
for the show. And I never listened to it myself.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was probably an E-Rock tweet anyway.
It was E-Rock.
His tweets are horrible.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Wait, you
my
didn't like
goal-
his whole re-punch-out tutorial?
His tweets stink.
Did you read when he started tweeting that he was spending the weekend watching movies that everybody's already seen like 20 years ago? He said, I'm watching 16 Candles today.
Oof. Just so we can get to the cake. You know, my goal, I want to make him dance. I want to bring him to a dance club and make him stand on a bath mat and then just bullwhip him while he dances nude for the amusement of clubgoers who are on ecstasy. I just want to savagely bullwhip his nude body. Put oil on it, nice warm oil.
Holy shit.
What is his... What are some of his latest tweets? E-Rock.
Oh, they're fucking horrendous.
What is he on Twitter?
He's E-Rock Radio.
E-Rock Radio, okay. This is on the fucking news in New York City. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Santa Claus guys.
Yeah.
He's a real tweetaholic, this kid.
Good meeting.
Posted about an hour ago.
Good
Yeah,
meeting.
why is he tweeting while he's supposed to be at work? Jesus. Why wouldn't he listen to the Santa Claus audio to see if it's good for the show?
Oh, God.
Look at that picture of Steve. All right, you know what? I'm in with
Cock's first picture of Steve.
I'm in with E-Rock Radio now. Steve was out today. I miss him, and he's got the worst picture of Steve ever.
He's wearing Sportabout jeans.
Sportabout.
Steve's wearing heavy man casual slacks. Ugh. I hope Steve had to take those jeans off. I hope they had to be cut off by a paramedic. For a fucking spine injury. That's my dream with Steve, is that he's running across the street for a yoo-hoo and he's mowed down by a cab. I have a craving for a yoo-hoo. And some Russian just runs into him and fucking severs his spine. They have to fucking cut his fat boy jeans off.
Oh my God. Yeah, damn, man.
Oh yeah, here's the tweet that Sam was talking about. Catching up on movies I never saw. Pretty in Pink.
Love James Spader.
16 candles later today.
He put love James Spader.
He's a giant James Spader fan.
No, he only loves him in Less Than Zero because he wants to be treated like Julian was. He wants to have a reason to suck dicks. And he wants a bearded man to drive him to a motel, force him to fillet men for coke money.
Less Than Zero's how much weight he's lost in the past year.
Exactly. And how much he's contributed to this program.
Asshole.
He didn't even do anything.
I know.
That's exactly the issue.
That's the
Since he's
best
been
part
here.
of this.
The best part is just shit on people that are working.
He did do something.
This is
He's
hard.
breathing.
They're
nothing.
awful people.
Done nothing.
There is nothing nice going on in this room.
He's going to get breast cancer like Bruce Smith.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Bubba Smith. Who is that player? Had breast cancer. Bruce. Who is Bruce?
Bruce Smith.
Didn't some
He
fucking...
played for the Bills. He got pulled over for DUI recently.
Didn't some Smith have breast cancer, some guy?
I don't know. It's still funny, Jimmy. Hey, there's
Whatever.
Olivia Newton-Smith.
Oh my God.
Oh, Christina Applesmith.
No, that's not it.
Oh, shit.
I thought we were all going to watch a cuckolding video.
I know. Yeah, I thought so
You
too.
got one?
No.
Yeah, Danny, of course, has got a good cuckolding
I hope it's fucking.
video.
I hope it's E-Rock being cuckolded by the fucking Shade 45 crew. He goes in there to borrow something radio equipment. They force him to kneel and eat the cracker. Fat white bitch. Them titties, fat white bitch. Oh shit!
Holy shit is right. Also, Dan, Andrew in Boston, article in Boston just posted that BCN will go sports in August, and the S that wrote this article just called O&A shit.
Oh, really?
So we'll have to have fun with
All
that
right.
douchebag.
Call those shit.
Works for the Phoenix.
Oh, wow. Well,
What is the
that's
Phoenix?
a force to be reckoned with. That,
Yeah, no kidding.
that periodical.
Oh, they don't like me either. The Phoenix. Oh yeah, that's who cares?
It's a little
What are
piece
they-
of shit free fucking rag.
What are they saying?
Who cares?
Dan,
Hang on.
we broke this big story today.
Is that why they're angry?
Probably.
Because we went on the air and broke the story.
That BCN is going to go all sports in August, mid-August, because that's when, baseball season heats up, and then you get ready for the football, too.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They called you guys. I don't even know this word very well.
Oh.
SOBER.
I knew it was coming, dude.
Oh, man.
I'm like, wow, did I just set myself up?
Why are these two A's next to each other? No reason.
Who's Bill W? Execrable.
What?
Execrable?
Oh, that's got to
Sounds
be a
like
good word.
excrement, kind of.
That's got to be a good word, Ant. We're good.
Yeah, I say it means something good.
Yeah.
Oh, the
it's good.
Phoenix just sucks.
God damn, man.
All right, where's this video you've been
Wow. Yeah, let's look at that. It's pretty good. It's called Dinner Time.
Oh, shit.
Of course it is. Dinner time.
Let's see dinner time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Fill me up. Oh, yeah.
She's swinging
yes.
from a harness.
Black guy fucking her.
Yeah, big black guy is fucking her.
Oh, good.
Shit, yeah. It's good, Al. I'm gonna tell you that. It's
And
good.
the hubby is in the corner jerking off.
What is this, rated PG? You can't see anything.
Just over here, Al.
Come on over here, Al. It's dinner time.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Get
no.
this now. Turn it off. No.
Is Al having cream pie for dinner?
time.
Better not let a single drop hit the floor.
No.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, God damn.
It's dinner time, baby.
Oh, yes. Let it drip into your mouth.
Ew.
Yes.
God.
Get it up.
He's eating a cream pie.
Yeah. Clean my pussy up real nice so I can entertain another cock, huh?
Entertain another
I know,
cock.
she's got her best china out in her pussy.
Do doing a puppet show for big cock.
Like that rotten puppet show at 6 cents. She had some poison soup, kid. Puppet show blows.
That was fucking heinous,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
The black guy comes inside the woman, and then the husband goes over there and just licks it clean.
He sucks it out like an oyster. It's obviously a healthy, loving relationship.
Dinner time.
I just love that by side. Come over here, Al.
Come over here, Al.
It's dinner time.
Yeah.
Come here, Al. Al. It's dinner time, Al. Okay. You'll have come and like it.
We're not going to get to the South Park shit today, but we'll get to the blogger saying blowjob for everybody.
Blanger.
We got to get the fuck out of here.
I got to tinkle.
Why don't we
shit.
just leave with
That was funny.
the blogger saying blowjob?
I agree. And tonight, 10 o'clock IFC, watch Z-Rock.
Yes.
Or don't.
Jimmy.
We leave you with this. See you tomorrow.
No, I just think that that's
I mean, is
something
that
that no
really-
one's brought.